phone, yeah, but I'm all in my zone. They not a threat, tell them reset. When they're at they best, we still not impressed. Did it all on my own, yeah. Went and brought it back home, yeah. Bought a watch with the stones, yeah. Caught him watching my throne, yeah.
Yeah, bitch, I'm young and no turn. If you play with my money, then your ass get burnt. I done came off the bench, I just waited my turn. I done jumped out the gym like MJ in the third. If you want it, I said you can get it confirmed. We done packed the whole stadium like we the one. Ain't in no run, this shit is done. Ball on these niggas here just for the fun. Got a drinks, I won't try it. If I furnish the drink, they gon' buy it. Yeah, we 50 something, like it right. If I said it a threat, I be lying. Yeah, I know niggas hate all the time. Had to change up my routes, niggas stealing my song. And I know bitches ain't worth the dime. Had to change up my line, they be wasting my time. Yeah,
we got it next. That's how you finesse. We come for they next. We come to collect. Did it all on my own, yeah. Went and brought it back home, yeah. Now they calling my phone, yeah. But I'm all in my zone. They not a threat. Tell them reset. When they're at they best, we still not impressed. Did it all on my own, yeah. Went and brought it back home, yeah. Bought a watch with the stones, yeah. Caught him watching my throne, yeah.
Shift mean green, sip lean, and the ops don't know. Free up my team with a big, big dream, and a me man never go pro. See man up in the trap, but I know how to react, po-po, no, I never so cold. Come run up in the back, get a bap, you don't want this. Sexy, sturdy, come and get 30, wibble it, wobble it, curvy. Sexy, sturdy, come and get murky, got girl begging up mercy. Sexy, sturdy, come and get 30, wibble it, wobble it, curvy. Come run up in the back, get a bap, you don't want this. Loving them dick and them juicy. Airless, Chris Ekabusi. Got 5 links like Tyrone. Now they all trying to recruit me. Pop sherry and cherries, I'm fruity. Got Sally and Debbie and doobies. On Monday it's Megan and movies. On Sunday it's Steph and them groupies. Too easy. I come and they leave me. I'm the boy that they see on the TV. If it's me on the cake, they would eat me. Now they want a slice for the appetite. Yeah, honeys, they be where the bees be. Don't give it a ring to them Gollum guys. My precious, they wanna believe me.
I don't feel right unless the odds against me. Back against the wall with my strength. Yeah, I can't let it break. Everything I've been through, it made me better. Ooh, I love the hate, it just made me better. Yeah, been through everything, it just made me better. Yeah, I can't waste the pain, it just made me better. Yeah, working every day, it just made me better. 1, 2, check, a 1, 2. I'm going in, is that a L? W is still a win. Got it off the muscle. All I know is hustle. All I know is making something out of nothing. What you think this is? I had to hop in the kitchen. I'm really on fire. You know, ignited. Yeah. I know some people don't like it. I'm moving with flavor. They probably a bite it. Yeah. Trendsetter, time you see my head down, that's when I'm praying. When my back is turned, the only time they wanna see it. Water on me, flow as cold as ice, I'm finna trade, yeah. And serve it to the people, they need hope, it's no delay. It's the odds against me. Back against the wall, my strength beat, yeah. I can't let it break. Everything I've been through, it made me better. Ooh, a little hate, it just made me better. Yeah, been through everything, it just made me better. Yeah, I can't waste the pain, it just made me better. Yeah, working every day, it just made me better. Hold up, what they finna say? Tell it to your mammy, it don't matter, I ain't listening anyway. They just mad to see decide to drop, they look like ocean spray. You can get it too if you just work more than you talk today. This what happen when you take your pain and make it motivation. It ain't gonna be easy trying to be a legend, it's the payment. You need execution, not excuses, dog, you gotta face it. They don't want the truth, but if you quit, you don't deserve to make it. What you think they giving greatness out? Now you gotta take it. They don't know the hustle, they confused when they look at you. Till you hit your goals, they all shot, they think you Pikachu. Put your mind to it, you can do it, yeah, and I'm the proof. It's the odds against me. Back against the wall, my strength beat, yeah. I can't let it break. Everything I've been through, it made me better. Ooh, a little hate, it just made me better. Yeah, been through everything, it just made me better. Yeah, I can't waste the pain, it just made me better. Yeah, working every day, it just made me better.
I got the time today. I'm looking for all of the fades, want all of the smoke. All of my goals inside of the scope. I'm taking it hill, then coming for more. Woke up, didn't even stretch. I'm placing my bets on myself. I be doing the most. Why you always talk like you wanted to go? I ain't gotta speak cause I already know. This ain't been new to me, a news to me. I came out the womb unique. Shine bright like jewelry. Of course, you don't wanna fool with me. I got views to see and gifts to use. I got everything to gain and none to lose, and he can prove. I took his burden and yoke. It's like moose when I hit the moves. You can't tell me anything. I mean anything. That's for sure. I already know. I know my identity. My identity from the go. I told you I already know. You can't tell me anything. I mean anything. That's for sure. I already know. I know my identity. My identity from the go. Already know. I already know. I'm spitting the truth. When I'm in the booth, I take you to school. Yeah. This ain't a lesson. I put on this armor like it was my weapon. I'm stepping, the ops can leave. My props are these utilities he put inside of my belt. Feeling me, it's just the face I can tell. But really the king is the one you can smell. This ain't been new to me, a news to me. I came out the womb unique. Shine bright like jewelry. Of course you don't wanna fool with me. I got views to see and gifts to use. I got everything to gain and none to lose, and he can prove. I took his burden and yoke. It's like moose when I hit the moves. Yeah. You can't tell me anything. I mean anything. That's for sure. I already know. I know my identity. My identity from the go. I told you I already know. You can't tell me anything. I mean anything. That's for sure.
Hello, one and all. Welcome back to another week of 2XKO here on Breakout, or should I say Balled Out? If you know, you know. But today, right now, we're going to be chilling out just for a couple of minutes as we get started in the tournament. My name is Super Rob. I'm here with my good co-caster from SenCal. It's Not Fact. How are you feeling today, bro?
I'm good, man. Locked and loaded. Glad to be back in the seat. It's actually been quite a while since I've been on the Breakout series, and I've been missing a lot, so it's time to play catch-up. But we are at week 32 for 2XKO. That is really hard to believe, but that's how fast time is moving, man. And the way this game has been developing thus far is something that I have been loving, Rob. This last patch, I think Riot was cooking. I think they were cooking.
Yeah, definitely. We got more patches coming up, but on this current patch right now, we know that Level Up Expo just happened. A lot of players showing off their stuff. Especially shout out to Bleed and all of them, but I believe it was one of the right off the top of my head. But speaking of Take It Over, we got the current lead board. You can see F Champ on there, still rocking 10 whole plus tiles, 11 right there. Mace Traps and Jazz Rap not too far behind, along with a lot of other folks out there with two, with Ikari, Virmar, Gladiator, Yami, and Bleed right there as well, speaking of which.
Yeah, and I mean, these are kind of the heavy hitters you expect to really show up at 2XKO. I mean, F-Champ with 11 titles, that Jinx Alawi team that they've been sticking to pretty much since launch has just been working out for them long term over here at the Breakout Series. And you mentioned before, between the top players that were over in Level Up Expo, Hikari and Bleed, and both with the Alawi showing, so that character has been very, very strong as things are moving forward, especially as we saw, the original dynamic duo of Echo and Yasuo get nerfed. Echo's still a little bit stronger, but Yasuo is fair now. I'll say fair.
Definitely more fair, especially right now. Things like you said, Mitch, things are evolving right now, especially because last week's winner, QXC, got to make sure to say that correctly, rocking the Ari Yasuo this time. Bit of the old guard in that right now, but see you as well. We can see what people are coming out, especially because I know Bleed is mentioned as actually rocking the Akali nowadays. People are wondering if they're going to stick with it, but right now he can't get any practice in Japan because he's too young to hit the gaming cafes. So hopefully he's got something up his sleeve up there. Maybe he's talking to the twins, but right now, maybe some our own players here to see what they're going to show off this week to us.
Yeah, as you mentioned, I feel like a lot of top players right now are not necessarily in a character crisis, but it's kind of an experimental phase for 2XKO players right now. I was talking about how I was missing some things. I didn't know that F-Champ was committing to the Jinx Ari squad, and that put him, I think, was like 5 wins in a row over the Breakout Series. You can see with the top 5 character picks, I mean, Ari is kind of agreed to be the top 1 character in this game. The mobility options are still strong as ever, and then the Oki that she gets in the corner is definitely second to none when it comes to it. But also rounding out, Jinx, mostly from the side of F-Champ, Echo, who's not going to go away anytime soon, Warwick and Darius are 2 interesting picks that we don't see too much in high level play these days, but it's nice to see them over in the top 5 characters here at Breakout.
Like you said, you never know. We don't know what's right behind that Darius. You never know if it's Timo or Braum is right behind them. Especially out here in Breakout, because I know if you love how Breakout over here with us, it's almost a bit of like a kind of experimental kind of turning for us. Like you said, everyone's experimenting, some folks popping up. I believe we got Zucchini up in the bracket today. They've been rocking a lot of things back and forth. So the fact is, I know one big things that got nerfed was actually the Vi S1 change. So I know that's a lot of people changing off the Vi, maybe trying to change it up or switch it up. But especially with a college just jumping in and just left right mixing, maybe you don't need all that pressure right there.
Yeah, and speaking of Akali, one team I noticed that's really kind of rising right now, I think it might be Akali's best fit, but it's Akali Ari, and as we mentioned, it's about that air approach. Ari already known for having the dash in the air, but the double jump from Akali behind that, if you put it in freestyle and you start handshake tagging all over the dang place, it becomes, for lack of better terms, it becomes that car crash meta that people talk about, where you're just filling the screen with bodies and projectiles that it really becomes hard to deal with. You have to time your push blocks, or even if you're ballsy enough to look for a parry, you have to really believe in that you can see the string coming.
Especially right now, I think there's a combo going around that I haven't seen too much into it, but I believe there's a combo that basically if you duck it, you basically get hit. So you got to watch out for that, especially because, like, again, the experiment phase with Kali, because we know that Marlon Pie designed the character, so like some quote-unquote reputation with Marlon Pie characters, but I think that's for worse and for better, especially in the way that, like, you can really express yourself how much you want to express yourself with a Kali, just go for it. My favorite is just doing the no mix and mix up, where it's like, dude, I've hit you in front of your face 5 times in a row. I'm gonna keep doing it until you block the other way, man.
Yeah, and then also when you throw the smoke down, the mobility options just come up even more. So it becomes like a balancing act, because I think like this most recent meta is a little more friendly to the heavy hitting characters, the thick ladies and gentlemen out there with the Lowy, Darius, and I think Blitzcrank right now is I think might be slept on. I think the quality of life buffs are starting to add up and the characters kind of coming into their own. But at the end of the day, I think this game is still really coming down to movement and as we mentioned before, just filling the screen with as much nonsense as possible. So it's going to be interesting to see what we have going forward with the players that are entered in bracket. I do see Quainty, shout out NorCal. I see Spoons as well, another NorCal representative. Our own region getting put on a little bit here, Rob. But it's really anyone's tournament. There are some heavy hitters, and there's also 2 duos, or 1 duo actually, I believe, for this entire bracket. So you know me, man, I'm always going to root for the duos. I think duo play in this game it's pretty sick if Sonic Fox and Enzem aren't showing us that enough.
Especially because you can see at Level Expo bringing it up again, just the fact that like they were looking so strong. You know, some folks were like, "Oh, where's Sonic Fox Inza? Where'd they go? Oh, they still got Teemo." It's like, yeah, they still got it. It's the fact that especially because players like Sonic Fox are just be like, "I'm gonna sit in the lab and get paid to do this for at least 4 hours a day." So the fact that they are ready to go from that and just like even not even taking it, but it's still all the way to second over some pretty hard matchups. Honestly, it's really amazing to see how much how in sync they were able to work so well together.
Yeah, I mean, and speaking of matchups, we're going to see some highlights from the matchups of last week. As you mentioned, it was nonstop action once again, as you can expect over here at the Breakout series, and a lot of more Echo we see on screen. Surprisingly, a double Warwick that we mentioned that character isn't exactly what you see the most, but the 5M is still cooking with it, and they will check you with that overhead.
It says a little slower, but if you're not ready to react it at all, then you know what's the point of even trying, right? Especially right now, you can see a lot of sick combos coming. Again, I love how people have been optimizing their combos little by little. See right this one at QXC, excuse me. Saw this one just look at that, just all, especially with the skin.
Man, there's a lot more Jinx on the screen here, man. It's a character that I think has been slept on for a while. I mean, kind of power creeping up the leaderboard a little bit. And speaking of power, this damaging combo coming in from Darius here. I mean, it's one of the more simple characters to use, but it's as effective. And talking about being effective, man, Ahri, top 1 for a reason. They can nerf that Orb Super as much as they want, but Ahri players just keep on coming up with new optimal routes, Rob.
Especially when speaking to his old guard, you can see on the Yasuo again. Just taking it right there, but able to find options and able to convert so well. It's been converting UXC again. Once again, just the solid block on that. It was like, woo, that's too scary.
Yeah, and even more Yasuo coming in. I mean, we mentioned the character is a little fairer now than they used to be, but I mean, it still doesn't stop those overhead stalls and the resets and the different ways they can mix you through, especially with the S1 dash through. And speaking of dashing through, man, Warwick just continuing to dash and slice through the competition with all that damage on the board. We talked about Darius and the way they're able to put out damage, but Warwick is no stranger to that, as we see again on screen. I mean, oops all Warwicks at some point, you know?
I think that's a bit of a Breakout specialty where it's like bring out the Warwicks, bring out the big men, as they say, is just going all this damage as well. But again, the other characters not strangers to doing their own bit of damage as well. See a solid pickup in the end going through. I can just also nerf what you want. I think he's still a favorite around these parts too.
Yeah, speaking of favorite, another fan favorite, which is Braum, a character that did, rise a bit in the tier list. You don't see him too much. It's kind of used more for their assist, the shield assist specifically. Has kind of just been buffed little by little as this game's been out. So hopefully we see a lot more of Braum, because it's a character that is entertaining. It's like in Street Fighter when you see Zangief. Like, everyone loves to see the big muscular man come in and put a hurt on everybody. But before we get into the main bracket, I want to let you guys know that FJT did hit us with that $10 pop bonus dono. So massive shout out to FJT.
Thank you very much. And if any of you feel like donating as well, we would be appreciated as well. Hit it with the Matcherino as well, exclamation point Matcherino, and see what we got to see these players. Just a little something on their way home, little Caesars don't hurt no one,
Yeah, man, I missed the $5 hot and ready. That $10 dono used to get you 2 pizzas, man. But, in today's world, you may be getting one. You're not even getting the crazy bread with it anymore, man. What's going on these days? But if you guys want to, I believe there are codes to claim over the Matcherino. And if you're not, you want to donate directly, as Rob mentioned, exclamation point Matcherino to go ahead and directly donate into that prize pool. But Rob, I mean, what are you looking forward to tonight, man? Outside of team compositions, the way things are developing in this game, the defensive options are really starting to show their face. So you think we're going to see a little more of that tonight?
I really hope so. I really hope so, because I know it's like we mentioned earlier, just the combos have just been feeling like they feel like they're just getting tighter and tighter. Like the gaps are closing on each combo. So I want to see, personally as well, because it'll help me in my own gameplay. If I see someone actually find the gap, I'm like, okay, that's locked in. So I'm gonna carry that to my next ranked max, because I want to see if other people have been seeing things we've been seeing too. Maybe the alkali pressure, maybe not aside from just not eating the mix up, but also knowing when to block, when to push block, as you mentioned, and really just see actually if folks are going to start playing more defensive themselves. I want to see, like we mentioned, Jinx has been a big player in this. F-Champ's always playing it out. I want to see if other players are pulling out the Jinx, or maybe pulling out Teemo, just holding background to, try to dodge the car coming at them, per se.
Yeah, and I mean, you know me, man. I just want to crank it all day, every day, man. I need more Blitzcrank on the screen, no matter how this game has developed. As you mentioned over and over movements, I'm still playing a thick team, man. I'm playing a lobby Blitzcrank double down, and I've been doing that since about like week 1 or 2 of the game. So if I can see some Blitzcrank represented at some point tonight, I'm going to be a happy camper. Because as I mentioned, those quality of life buffs that we've been getting, especially to the 2H, the anti-air is working very, very well. You're no longer getting these random trades or just completely whiffing with Rocket Punch, so hopefully we see a little bit of Blitzcrank, and I have that to look forward to. But it's going to be non-stop action once again. If this is your first time viewing Breakout series, make sure you do hit that heart and subscribe if you're feeling kind over here at the Twitch channel. Are we live on YouTube, Rob? Do you know if we are?
I believe we are. You can follow us there. Hit subscribe on there. Follow us not only from 2XKO, we got plenty of other games as well. We got Cities Wolves. I know it was a big bracket the other day, so we got plenty more coming up as well. I believe we announced other games coming up that we can say. I believe we can say it right now. Still, we haven't.
Yeah, it's been announced. It's been announced.
Yeah. We also got Invincible Versus, and we also playing to 2 Tokon as well. So if you love what you see right here, stay tuned because we got plenty more tag action coming up in later in the year.
Yeah, it's such a strange thing, man, where it was just, there was no tag games really for such like a long gap inside of the FGC, at least not ones that exactly like hit the mainstream the way that a lot of tag fighters are now. But even not just tag fighters, but just games with air dashes in general are kind of really picking up steam here. I mean, you mentioned Tokon and Invincible. Avatar is also right around the corner, and that game is like the value of all values for what you're getting for the cost of it all. So I'm hoping to see Avatar as well have like a very solid lifespan in which it's running, and hopefully we get some of it over here at the Breakout series. But hopefully we get some Avatar as well. And then also Dragon Ball Fighters, a game that will not go away, is getting a brand new character. I mean, we didn't get the Fighters 2 announcement that we thought we were going to get, but I mean, just having that game get rollback and then also is still getting brand new characters and the love that game deserves, it's pretty good for those who enjoy some tag fighters. So it's nice to see the variety that we have in the FGC right now.
Tag fighters, all kind of fighters. It's a bit. I don't know about you, not fact. I'm just a little full from all the food we're getting. It's like, oh man, my steak too juicy, my lobster too buttery. I got too many fighting games to play, man. I can't focus on one no more.
Yeah, it's that picture of the unk with the 3 plates or whatever's going on with that one. But without further ado, it is time to kick off the action over here at Breakout Series. Check out the sick intro, guys.
Danny still not able to close it out.
My God. Issei has a Hail Mary.
Holy cow! They did it! Oh my God!
King Ray Jr., you can't be doing this.
Actually, oh my God! He's not dead.
Okay.
And it is now officially time to get things underway for Breakout Series 2XKO week number 32. I am Non-Factor. Join with me, my partner in crime from the same region, Super Rob64. You ready to go, Rob?
I'm ready to go. I'm ready to jump into these games ASAP. But for now, gonna take a quick break and just let the players get ready. I don't want to, just push them to the arcade cab and put their quarter in for them just yet.
Oh, I want to push block them, bro. Let's get things underway already, man. I've been sitting around for too long. Push block them. All right, there you go. We'll go hit them with the air purifier from Blitzcrank. There you go. We'll bring them towards us. We won't push them away. But just a few moments away from getting things underway. As we mentioned, a couple of the names that are in bracket. I see Quainty. Shout out NorCal. I see G-Tech. Shout out. And then I also see Spoons and Unstoppable, 2 more NorCal representatives that, you know me, Rob. I got the NorCal bias, man. I got the NorCal bias.
Both of us. We may be spending a little too many days in the Bay Area, but that's not here or there, man. I know we also got the killer duo themselves, Kyokusada Asmadan, over them with the Vi Warwick, I believe. So can't wait to see them, see what they've been cooking up these past few weeks as well. We also got some new faces as well. We got, I believe that's Teiburu Fusan, which you're lucky I can read Japanese, man. I we'd be dead out here without that.
And I think first up, we're actually going to be kicking things off with G-Tech and Figgles. Going to be the Braum Darius versus Yasuo Darius. And it's a character we were talking about in the pre-show. We don't see too much on the highest level of gameplay, but we are going to be seeing two Dariuses go head-to-head in our first match tonight. And also Braum is going to be showing up as well. So it's going to be interesting to see what the dynamic's going to be, especially with Yasuo Darius. I mean, it's really a character that, depending on the fuse that you're rolling, you're going to kind of want to get in and stay in, you know?
You can see we're looking for right now. I really also want to see how much they are going to play with that Braum in mind as well. I want to see if they actually just want to, like, make, as we mentioned, the shield's been rocking really strong. He's more known as that, more than just being the character in front. But I want to see if they actually rock it a different way. Maybe pull out something new we haven't seen between the two. Speaking of which, I believe so those are some fuses I've not seen it quite a bit, actually.
Yeah, it's going to be some freestyle for the Yasuo and Darius, as well as double down with Darius and Braum. And knowing those two characters, man, it is going to hurt every single time that you get clipped. And there's the car crash we were talking about there, unfortunately whipping with the Braum. A throw is going to help that out, though. Back row, running towards the corner now.
All right, now G-Tech on the back. Unfortunately, they did get caught out with their defensive options. So right now, Figgles is on the driver's seat on the side. I can see, yeah, the mix-up we've seen time and time again, once and twice, and every time with Yasuo. So G-Tech, unfortunately, is going to take this right now. Figgles fully on deck right now, going for the limit strike, and no just set up once again.
And that's the danger of that freestyle mix with Darius, man. You dash through with the Yasuo, the parry there to get themselves some space. 2L, going to get the party started. Early break there. Keep their characters nice and healthy, and still, it's the movement of Yasuo that kind of throws these bigger characters off. You see the dash back in and out, and the 2L opening things up again. It's going to be a dead Darius. Braum's going to have to do the heavy lifting here. They have a lot of meter to work with, so it's not an impossible climb here, Rob.
But the climb starts pretty slippery right now. Again, G-Tech taking that damage. We are hitting level 3, and this should be killing. The Figgles does have another round to go through to have all of this. As G-Tech is going down, it's just like, okay, let's figure out, as you mentioned, how much is Yasuo actually schmooving me?
It's just an interesting question, because with Darius and Braum, I mean, you are playing two characters that don't have the craziest movement options in the world. You get caught by them there. Break. They didn't want to get a lot of that damage. It's going to be over 50% off the board early here in the Braum. Once again, getting caught on my favorite button in the game, man. Darius 5M continues to feed families. The bleed also on deck. Yasuo coming in. Out looking for the limit strike. They're trying to set up the wind wall, chasing down. Back to neutral we go.
Unfortunately, just G-Tech is putting up great options for defense, but just getting clipped every now and then. Now Holson once again, and push blocks, but it gets ready and counter by Figgles. This should be a dead Braum, unfortunately. And now Figgles is ready to just end this already.
Yeah, very merry on birthday as Darius is losing about 30% in the middle of that happy birthday. Now it's such an uphill climb, and even getting smacked by the 2H anti-air on point for Figgles there. I mean, not necessarily one-sided, but Figgles was absolutely cooking in that first game. Pretty much a gentleman's perfect there. They're going to be up 1-0 here on G-Tech.
Exactly. Okay, now I want to see if they've been trying to, unfortunately. Okay, does get swapped out just in time to not get hit by that. But now, once again, just in their face, just a little more faster. Now the sign does fall off. And now, the great jump. And now, show him some life with G-Tech. Now we're going to push this combo. I believe we are just going to try push to the end, but no, Figgles does not want to break out of that.
Yasuo back on the attack here. You see the back dash getting out of the way of the charge of Braum, pulling from the air though, not able to get the pickup off of it. Here comes some more of that freestyle. You can only block for so long, having to use the break there. Make sure you don't do too much damage. Poro coming in and just not able to open up the defense of Figgles, but as I say that, finally an opening and Braum's getting down to business.
Damage, and because with all those changes before, actually goes to switch over. Oh no, that might have been a drop, unfortunately, but it's okay. If we're in America, you pick her right back up and you kill the Yasuo. Now you finally can go big man against big man.
This is exactly what you want to be, G-Tech. I mean, you have such a massive life lead. You look at the parry there, though. Out on time to get the projectile. I mean, you're fighting such an uphill climb. You are Figgles, so you have to take a risk, like looking for that parry there. But a block the cross-up attempt, rip it, get a full pickup. He's building up almost 3 meters on both of your characters here. So you are going to have that super assist and a lot of meter to look for a dead character. And Figgles might spend it here to get the bounce. You are going to pop the entire thing. It's going to be big man versus big man. Darius beat Darius at the end of this animation.
Can the God King take out his own Suaver clone over there? As G-Tech now does show some good life out there. Does fall over. Figgles and Sporty swing and a miss right there. As G-Tech using the shield as we thought he would once again with the Braum on deck. Only has about 2 bars after this combo. So there's not going to be a full kill off of this. But the Fury's doing some work keeping Figgles alive.
Unfortunate Dare getting caught with the grab. The Fury still alive and well for Figgles, but the parry in the middle of the jab swing pressure is gonna spell disaster. And G-Tech with the super finally gonna be putting themselves on the board here. They got the dogfight that they were looking for, and they took it all the way to the bank there in that round.
Leverage still there, not back there, especially now. Now, if you're Figgles, you say you can keep that Yasuo on the back, and just wait that for to come over. You keep fighting. Right now, it looks like we're gonna keep fighting. Does finally block all that mix, thankfully, and now G-Tech finally getting the offensive they've been looking for all night already.
Also putting the bleed on deck. Gotta make Yasuo do the hard work here. Now, able to confirm to the 2M there on the defense now, but that shield once again just coming in clutch here to apprehend and make it a little bit sweeter. Applying the bleed, dashing in for his second helping, and the pull is working out for him for the side of G-Tech right now. We haven't seen a parry attempt off the side of Figgles, not knowing if the delay, the charge apprehend is going to come out. And G-Tech right now is coming to life. With all the meter in the world to spend, they are going to spend a bar here. Might not be enough to kill just yet, but the double down when you least expect it to go for the kill. Yasuo now on the last legs for Figgles in this game.
Okay, I can see J-Tech is actually jumping over Figgles this whole round, but this is Yasuo. You can't be jumping over that easily, especially right now as you find the combo. Now Figgles does have Fear on deck, just in case the Braum starts doing shenanigans. I think G-Tech might want to try to get out of there, keep the Darius ready. Right as I say that though, again, just full force on it, just trying to keep Figgles guessing. He does jump away, does break, and now G-Tech as he try to run away, Figgles again just resets and catches him. Now he's left with the Braum to try to finish this off.
Now Fury is such a possibility, even with the shield buff here. You just need one opening, but the parry on point again. G-Tech not close enough to get the punish, but sneaking in the command throw. Extra freeze on top of it. They caught the Fury Figgles. And, I mean, you would kind of have to hit the emergency red button in that situation and do something, but G-Tech already saw the writing on the wall. And they're also going to write themselves a 1-1 on the wall as well. G-Tech starting to come alive. Those defensive options we talked about before the show started, Rob, the parries, the push blocks are really starting to come and really show their face a lot for G-Tech here, and it's working out for them.
Especially now as we're going against Figgles, Yasuo decides to put it on front after that switch. And wow, being defense option, what about your best offense is his best defense, whereas he grabs it out of that. Now Figgles forced to break. And now they're just playing a little more slower, trying to make sure that G-Tech can't jump over him. They're again putting out the shield to try to just cover their bases. Gets the sweep into the sweep, and the sweep with the neck. And now we're trying to find their way in, and another air apprehend catches him. G-Tech has now taken the car, is going full force non-factor.
And this is exactly what you want with G-Tech with their character composition with the fuse, is you want to get that burst out or the break out from Figgles as soon as possible. Because now Yasuo right now, I don't think you're going to get Fury in chance before you're dead here as they continue to double down with more pressure. The handshake in, it's going to be very close to dead if you go super into super here. And Figgles is going to have to fight for their life with this Yasuo as they look for the parry there. No one home, and G-Tech going to take it all the way home with them. Now on set point. The break going to be on deck for Figgles at some point here, but the question is, do you spend it and save one of your characters, or do you save it for the Fury comeback? Because nice and early, they're going to be eating a lot of damage.
Especially because now we're unable to really tell if Figgles wants to save either character. Right now, by default, he has to save with the Yasuo as he is taking all this pressure, charge, apprehend, jumps over, and wow, G-Tech even forces the burst and the break in the corner to keep their offensive up. But right as I say that, he runs back all the way back and lets Figgles run into their face. Oh, great pressure actually, trying to call him out and finally gets on the other side.
Bill Gasker, man, it's been working out for Yasuo the entire life of the game. Tag launcher there. I smell what Figgles is cooking right now, and it's working out. Applying the bleed. You have Darius in the corner. You don't have a lot of defensive options outside of parry here, so you're going to take all that chip damage, and you are going to take that 2H as well. At some point, G-Tech is going to have the Fury with the Braum here, so it's only a question of how many resources do you want to spend to try to rip out this W, and it's a great opening with the Braum here. Able to get the carry into the super. Break there. Offensive break. The reversal super is going to hit the Darius, but Yasuo is looking fine right now.
Okay, and now right off of that, now G-Tech finally finds that hit once again they're looking for. Now, as you mentioned, G-Tech will have to Fury before Figgles can get anything back, so Figgles does have to find their way in now, trying to tries to backdash, but no, you can't be running away from big man G-Tech, and with the problem as they take a 2-1.
Yeah, I mean, the game plan just kind of worked out to perfection. I mean, the first game wasn't exactly going G-Tech's ways. They were a victim of a lot of the movement that Yasuo has, but you can see the name of the game. It was going to be hit you as hard as I can, as quick as I can, force that break so you don't have the Fury or the break later on, and then just absolutely punish whichever character is still left on the board with all the meter that was saved up.
You can see on the replay right here, Figgles just, strong opening as well, just, keeping it clean, make sure to land the combos right here. Then we get into layer match, you can see that a lot of G-Tech was just jumping over Figgles, just calling him and saying, like, I'm on this side. If you're not anti-airing me, if you're not hitting me with the 2H, I'm just going to jump over and punish you. And like you mentioned, it's big man damage over here. They're so damaging combos right here. Just nothing but red on the side of Figgles over there.
And the parries just kept on showing up for G-Tech as well, and it was opening a lot of World of Hurt. I mean, even off the parry, these big bodies do so much damage, even in that double down, and you're able to put Yasuo in the corner and keep them there as well with the buff shield. So, I mean, the game plan just absolutely flawless outside of that first game for G-Tech. They're going to be moving on to the next round, and unfortunately, we are going to have to see Figgles try to fight their way out of losers, but that's a great way to start things off, Rob. As we mentioned, the big body characters are starting to hold their own within the meta, especially Double Down is still very, very strong when it comes if you just want to push out raw damage with the supers, but I like what I'm seeing from the muscular gentleman.
Yeah, man, they got muscles. They might as well be using it, man. And speaking of big muscles, big damage, we actually got Asmodee and Kyokisada popping in. And also Dapper Dinosaur and the Darts. Now, correctly if I'm wrong, non-fact, but I believe big damage is coming from Dapper this time because he's rocking the Juggernaut Warwick.
Yeah, and that's such an interesting choice, man. This almost seems like a week one release with Warwick, where you just want to see how much damage you could really push, but Dapper Dinosaur going to be using it long term here, and Warwick is a character, as we mentioned, for as fast as they can move, they can put a lot of red on screen as we open things up with a happy birthday. Not even going to question catching out with the super here, because you're almost going to put 50% down on both characters.
Especially because Kyokisada and Asmodee had the break, so Dapper Dinosaur just wants to make sure gets the damage out. Now, speaking of damage, yeah, man, you can change all you want, but if you're not prepared for that Berserker Claw to come in, you are done. Now, Kyokisada with the Caitlyn just getting in the face, not letting Dapper Dinosaur play, trying to burn out their Fury, but unfortunately, they get caught once again.
Yeah, unfortunately, no silver bullet there in Caitlyn's rifle, and that Fury plus the Bloodlust is just too much to really deal with. Certain defensive options just kind of get nullified the way that Warwick is able to come right back in. And speaking of going in, man, this time the duo is going to be opening up strong here. Handshake tag inward. This is one of the sickest combos you can get in the game because you do get the wall bounce off of the second shot. Unfortunately, not able to get the carry there. A bit of an air to air, but not able to pick it up. And Dapper Dinosaur is just all over the screen right now.
Yeah, especially because, again, with the Juggernaut, you got burst, but you really don't have much after that, so you really got to put all your points into the offense, just as Dapper is. You can see not deciding to spend a single second on the ground, except for when they are high-flying, to finish off right here. Now Asmodee has to go get that dog in him against the other one.
And it was so smart as well to go super into super there, just knowing that you were going to be able to build up the Bloodlust as well. You also have the Fury immediately come alive because of the Juggernaut buff here, so now it's almost Fury v Fury. No Bloodlust though for the duo Warwick, but Dapper Dinosaur not going to leave it up to chance. They should be able to build up a level 3 very, very soon. Or might not even have to save for it at this point.
Oh man, yeah. If there's anyone who knows damage calculations and know when they got it, it's Dapper Dinosaur and his Warwick. This guy has been rocking this too long and for too much to not know. They're like, I don't even need Fury. In fact, I'm surprised they didn't even Fury first just for the style of it, but they're gonna keep it simple over there.
Yeah, it's one of those moments where you're like, this better kill. I've done this so many times, this better kill for whatever reason. But it's such a funny dynamic just when you pull it back and then look at it on paper, where you see a duo going up against a solo player that's legitimately a solo player rocking the solo character. So it's the true 2v1 boss battle here, and it's going Dapper Dinosaur's way right now.
And I don't think Dapper Dinosaurs would like that any other way. And speaking of which, yeah, I was wondering this is gonna pop out. Kyokusada is willing to pull up the crank when it back against the wall, and I'm happy to see it's coming out once again. There you go, non-factor. The crank is loose. There's no rhyme I got for that.
Yeah, and this thing, the Blitzcrank could be the great nullifier here. I mean, you just have to search for the knockdown on Dapper Dinosaur and then start really putting them in the guess game if they are going to be looking for the command throw on Wake Up or not. But we'll see how things go here as we start with the two dogs. Absolute dogfight and the cross-up to start things off here. Exactly the opening you wanted for Dapper Dinosaur, especially because, as we mentioned, you go super into super at any point. You're building a lot of Bloodlust as well as getting the Fury early.
Alright, do you like this out of the duel? You can see that on their way down, the Air Purifier did come out to try to catch him out, to cover all the options right now. And now Kyokusada tried to get the offense going, but unfortunately Dapper Dinosaur, like, I know the 5L's coming. And with a simple parry, has their offense started once again.
What a read on the air throw as well, but there's the command grabs we were talking about. This is where you can kind of beat Dapper Dinosaur at their own game and just cycle some offense. See the push block there, but we're not going to hold any of it. I love that. I love the fact that you realized that was the push block. You knew that the Blitzcrank was going to be looking for something, so you're like, I'm just going to let the level 3 rip.
I mean, yeah, might as well, right? You're gonna have 5 bars max anyway, might as well go for it. Now, speaking of go for it, Asmondan does catch him in the air, goes for the overhand, down onto him once again, and now we finally got a combo. Again, they are rocking the pulse combo, so nothing wrong with that, but they have to be aware of it. But oh, this is the duo, because they know that's gonna do optimal damage as Kyokusada, unfortunately, their partner jumps on the other side, and Dapper Dinosaur keeps it simple. This should do enough damage until the ultimate popper. Once again, Dapper Dinosaur now is on set point.
I saw the whiff punish off of that dive attempt, and I just looked straight up into the heavens, and I was like, damn, I feel that pain, man. We've all been there before, and Dapper Dinosaur has definitely been there before, getting themselves around on the board, popping the Fury early, as we mentioned. With those two supers, the Bloodlust is only moments away, as well as this happy birthday, making it even sweeter. Look how quick that Bloodlust comes up. And speaking of coming up, man, look how much his damage comes up. It is not easy to kill Blitzcrank that fast, but they are dead immediately.
Oh my god. This is the reason why Dapper plays this character and plays Fury and plays Juggernaut, because you can just kill him instantly. Just have 1 or 2 good reads, especially starting right here. Amazing call on the aircraft, throws it back and says, no, we're finished this right now. Easy peasy, dig into him, get the other dog, and no, Dapper Dinosaur! What are you doing, man? Why are you gonna do that?
I'm speechless, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. Dapper Dinosaur is the kind of opponent I run into on ranked when I'm 1 game from like ranking up. It's always someone who is gonna do something like run Juggernaut Warwick. As Quainty said in the chat, man, absolute Dapper Dinosaur aura explosion, the reset into the air. What an absolute read, and it was just non-stop fireworks for Dapper Dinosaur the entire way, Rob. I mean, the way that you're able to build up Bloodlust so fast with Warwick inside of Juggernaut, it's insane, because you're going super into super and you pop Fury on top of it and you become, for lack of a better term, the same beast but a different animal.
Yeah, especially because you saw that the duo was really trying to adapt. You know, they tried to change up their jumping timings, you know, with the Blitzcrank trying to cover up any options they had going in. But unfortunately, Dapper Dinosaur just like literally sniffed out whatever they're doing and goes for a double air grab in the air as they move on as Kyokusada and Asmondan. Unfortunately, moving down to the loose side this time, but I'm pretty sure this isn't the last we're going to see him just yet.
Yeah, I'm sure they're both in their Discord and I'll be like, damn, dude, why do we have to play Dapper Dinosaur round 1? Do we really have to deal with that round 1? But it unfortunately, as a wise man once said, it'd be like that, Rob.
It'd be like that. Type S, non-factor, type S.
Type S, bro. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. But next up, we are gonna be getting Tate, and if my eyes are gonna adjust to the screen right now.
That's a dark
shotgun. It's gonna be Tate and Pineapple. Oh no, it's Tate and Dark Shotgun. My fault.
Okay, you're good, man. It's a dark shotgun. You can't see it. Okay. Now we hop in. Tate, solid opening right now. This is especially now Dark Shotgun rocking the old FChamp team, or excuse me, one of his old teams, and now to get back into it. But speaking of the crank is back again and doing work as well. Tate went for the full combo, but Dark Shotgun actually calls him back, and great call out, and to get this offense started on their side now.
Yeah, also getting the limit strike with the super is one of the stronger things that Ari can do is just consistently build that meter over and over. And with Jinx, it's the perfect character you can have just to close space like that with all of these air projectiles. It's hard to deal with. Your parries have to be on point, as we saw there from Tate, and finally get the opening that they need. The break's still on deck for Dark Shotgun here. They are going to use it off of the charge Air H.
And now, thankfully, that change with Blitzcrank, and especially that change as well with the orb. Now the parried, now that orb goes away, so now opens up Tate to get started. And what a start it is. We should be building up to level 3 and to fully cash that out as well, or maybe not even need it. Let's see all this. It's going to be not enough.
And at that point, you're kind of just looking for some special to look for the chip, but unfortunately, getting dashed in on here. Jinx coming alive, hit him with the zap for the extension. You have the level 3 on deck. You want to spend the entire thing. I don't even think it's going to be necessary. You head to the fireworks super here. It's going to be enough to close it out. We're going to double down with it.
Just double down into your fireworks. Put on a show for Tate, as unfortunately their green might have cost him there right now, as unfortunately another air grab does catch him out. But from all the way from the skies, dive bomb. Tate is ready with that Yasuo coming, but no! Unfortunately, the stop was right there. Great parry to take back their turn, and now with the Jinx gone and a cross up, you land the 2x KO.
Tate honestly just stared into the face of death. That was such a ballsy parry attempt off of the zap there. If you get caught with that thing, you're probably dead or at least close to. But Tate, man, on point. You see the parry again. They've really been working on the timing of these projectiles here and just completely chasing down this Jinx. The air purifier assist going to open things up. Timely break there to keep the Jinx healthy. You want to make sure that the hit and run character is, staying in the green.
Especially right now, actually, Tate just switches to the Blitzcrank to keep himself alive. The parry attempt does come up, but unfortunately, just too early, too late right there. And now we go back to the Blitzcrank, actually, as, oh my god, they're trying to call each other up, but just, they're taking turns being ahead of each other. I can see that shimmy backwards with the anti-2H, and now again, Blitzcrank actually playing the anti-fireball game with the punch.
And you see these harder reads from Tate. You're looking for the air purifier and different look options, just not able to find the opening there. And now Dark Shotgun, as you mentioned, they've just kind of been taking turns. They know that they know that they know, but do they know, you know?
I don't think I know. Right now with a swift side switch from Tate with another reset air grab in the air. Makes Shotgun force the Ari out. And it's now Tate and the driver's seat just trying to catch him out. Does actually call Yasuo just in time as he misses the grab. And now this is simple combo that does go down, but you pick it right back up, man.
And that was such a timely assist as well, or tagging from the side of Tate just to deal with the air approach there from the Ari. So making sure to mind the P's and Q's. The reactions have been on point as we saw with the parries and then that tag as well. I mean, it was complete back and forth. It's not necessarily very often you see turns being taken like gentlemen into XKO, but it was a back and forth battle there in that first game.
It's like we're just crossing. It's just a simple flowchart. It's like, okay, did they jump? Okay, I will grab. They dodged the jump. Let's enter the assist. And speaking of jumping and grabbing, once again, happening there. I think they're just taking turns in the air. It's like, man, I know Ari's an air fighter, but man, why the Yasuo's gotta stay on the ground sometimes.
And staying on the ground with that forward throw as well. Not popping the super often. You saw the parry attempt there from the Fish Bones assist. Unfortunately, Tate not able to time it correctly there. The full run of a super, I mean, it's tower defense game at that point. You don't really have too much help to work with, and then you have no meter for the parry on that one. So Blitzcrank now gonna have to do all the heavy lifting. We see the rocket punch trying to clear the projectiles, but once again searching for that parry. They are gonna pop the Fury early here. They're leaving him to crank.
Yeah, unfortunately, they're trying to call out just in their face like they're going to be swinging, but unfortunately, Tate not being called out. Shotgun. Actually, wow. I should wake up dashboard to try to keep the offense going, but no, Shotgun, once again, just calls them out, and off this grab is doing all this damage. This is not looking good for Tate. They have basically one more option. Meanwhile, Shotgun has the entire world behind him.
Yeah, I pray for a balance patch that we give where the Orb Super is actually nerfed because these Ari players, man, just keep opening up new routes. It looked like Tate might have been looking for a reset of some sort there. Unfortunately, the air grab coming in for Dark Shotgun. Now trying to tie things up one game apiece if they can close out this round.
All right, see if Tate can just get in again. Now might hurt me over there in the columns, just keep it in the air. But right as I say that though, a very unfortunate happy birthday coming their way as well as the orb is popping and get the party started as we say that. There's the parry that Tate's been looking for all game, does become successful, and now trying to mix up the retreating guard does get, but again, Dark Shotgun will not let you beat them in the air.
Oh, unfortunately getting beat on the ground there though. Big time command grab coming in. Break on deck for both players right now. I mean, Dark Shotgun doing exactly what Ari wants to do, which is try to play hit and run. Unfortunately getting caught there. Hands grab, using the break to stay alive. And another baited out break. It's absolute pandemonium. Thinks not having enough of the tank to close it out here. He still has a chance.
Unfortunately, right as it happens, Dark Shotgun once again just finding the answer right there. Now with the sliver of light, Tate does have a chance if they can just get one good answer in the air. The switch back on the freestyle, keep him alive. Now Tate is trying to mix it up with a simple zap to the face to get this set to 1-1 right now. Oh man, we are taking turns over here.
And we are playing some 2x one game of peace here, and Tate turning up the fire early, immediately dashing through into the handshake, and Blitzcrank man can put so much damage on the board. The limit's right there for the meter. There's the 2H we were talking about that did get some more quality of life buffs there. Able to tag the assist with the Yasuo coming in for the main character. You're almost forced to break in that situation. You don't want to lose to Ari this early.
So I do like Dark Shotgun taking the time to actually play that projectile game, but Tate is ready this time. Puts up the air wall, puts in the air, but unfortunately grabs to the face once again. Should I say back is once again. Now unfortunately this Jinx might is close to going away. Or actually we have level 3 on deck for a full cash out. Will Tate spend it? No, just one reset. Actually just tries to call him out, but nothing's happening. Now Shotgun ready to try to get this tower defense one more time to just finish this out, but just finally a tip to the toe. Finally takes out that Jinx.
They could only retreating guard for so long here. Ari now gonna have to make the magic happen, but I mean so much meter on deck for Tate here, and it's the same opening we've seen over and over. The dash through with the grab as well. No super needed as well. Gonna spare us any animation. Tate 1 round away from closing this out.
Okay, now 14. Now one more open again. Now Tate does not want to take all that smoke. Oh, breaks early to find it. Now Tate just trying to get in the air. Dark Shotgun. Fortune get caught right there with the happy birthday. Break becomes on deck and he does spend it to try to get away. But now just wants to put the Jinx away once again. Switches out for the 2 takes we've been talking about all night. And it's going to be doing the work to finish off Shotgun right here.
Another timely tag from Tate. They're able to find that anti-air, but now Ari, once again, in a familiar spot. Gonna have to make things happen. The parry attempt from Tate. When you have such a light lead, you don't really necessarily mind getting hit right there. Can't really tell which character was getting popped at the moment, but Yasuo picking things right back up where they left off. They're gonna be able to build up to level 3. Tate right now on the verge of closing this bad boy out. We're gonna spend the entire thing. Should be enough to close it out, and Tate, I mean, has just been an absolute great thing when you've been watching them with these missions. The way that they open up with the dash through of Yasuo, follow behind with the Blitzcrank grab, very hard to deal with, and that's exactly why they're going to be moving on over in winner's side, Rob.
Shotgun did put up a good fight, just trying to stopping Tate's air approach, honestly, just took control of the skies like a certain other character. But right now, just unfortunately, the moment that Tate sat down, it's like, okay, why am I fighting you in the air? I should bring you from the air to me. It was really worked out in their favor, especially as you mentioned, just the solid mix-up. It's really hard to fight a character that is always like being followed by a Blitzcrank grab behind them, and it's just like, man, what do I do? Am I actually blocking left or right first in that situation?
Yeah, and it also like kind of nullifies retreating guard, because it's like you're getting pushed back so much, but you get caught in the sandwich with Blitzcrank. It's like you can't run for too long, so it ended up paying out long term for Tate in that right there. But as you mentioned, it was completely back and forth. There was a lot of parry attempts and also a lot of great reads with the air grabs. So Dark Shotgun definitely a favorite still to make it over into top 8, but Tate, man, we're just completely on point when it came to just playing neutral.
Oh yeah, especially right now you can see in the situations where they decided like, okay, I'm gonna hold back. Let's take a breather, hold back and forth. I got Jinx, you got Blitzcrank, you know, kind of rock paper scissors situation. Let's wait till our assists come back, or in some cases my assist is not back. I'm gonna wait for my life. So unfortunately, just as a trading back and forth of them being like, okay, I got the hit here, I found the opening, and in this case, Tate finds the full opening to take him to top 8 just right now. As Dark Shotgun still got a chance, as you said.
Yeah, very, very solid from both of them. Can't wait to see either of them back on stream whenever we do get that. Next up, though, I believe we are going to have G-Tech back on screen against Aui Kiefer. And G-Tech was showing us some good stuff against Figgles, especially with the big boy team, the Braum and the Darius. And it's going to be a TBD for his opponent. So we'll see what the character matchup's going to be, Rob.
Yeah, about to say, like in Breakout, a lot of us pretty much know each other, especially you come here weekly. But sometimes someone comes in, and we got a bit of a surprise factor for us. So I can't wait to see what they play. But I see on screen our graphic, we got a Vi on screen, near and dear to my own heart and many other Breakout casters. But we can see how they're going to deal with it, especially because Vi, we mentioned it earlier how the S1 change. Maybe some folks were kind of riding on that ability to hold you down. Some folks are just like me, or like, well, I did use it, but maybe I like the character overall. I still like how she gets in your face, especially nowadays with all the projectiles coming out. Sway is such a god, just getting back and forth, especially with the Blitzcrank. You can, like we mentioned, just fall behind a Blitzcrank grab and just go back and forth. So I really want to see how Ao Kuiper is going to actually go against none of those characters, or not a Blitzcrank, especially a Braum who just, if the shield's up, just try to get around them,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, there's only one word I can really think of when it comes to the Vi nerf. Good. I'm not gonna say no. Can't just dash in and mash 5L anymore. But no. Vi still, I mean, no pun intended, a viable character still. But it's just that opening getting nerfed does open. I mean, or take away one of the better opening options that Vi does have, especially in a lot of team composition. So it's going to be interesting to see if they're going to rely more on the movement. As you mentioned, the Sway is definitely a good tool of getting out of the way of some of the slower normals that Braum and Darius do have. So we're going to see what the other character is as well. But G-Tech, as you mentioned, kind of just has one objective, and that's to get you to use that break as soon as possible and then put you in a position where you don't have any defensive resources, and they're just going to pile on the damage with the double down. So we'll see if that's going to be what we see again, Rob.
We're still up right now. I want to see if we can go on. I want to see if I can get your opinion on Factor. And let me crack your brain for a little bit. It's like we're talking about, we're still in the experimental phase of things happening right now. The Akali, people are trying to see, people agree that it's maybe Ari coming in. But I want to see if, if you really think there's any teams right now that are still slowly rising top. I know you mentioned Blitzcrank's been a little slept on, but I want to see if, anyone else you feel like is like actually be like, you know what, they're going to see him in top 8 pretty soon.
Well, I mean, honestly, I think Akali, with enough time and enough experimenting with the team compositions outside of Akali Ari, which we mentioned just because of the air approaches, I think Akali has a very good chance of, being a true top 5 character in this game. I mean, they're kind of like just built to just limit strike over and over. They have some of the easier limit strike routes you can go for to build a lot of meter. And then as well with the smoke, I don't think we've unlocked the full potential of what the movement options are truly going to be for Akali. So it's a character I'm going to keep a close eye on, especially as we head into Evo Japan, and then Combo Breaker also just around the corner. It's going to be some pretty good action to see what these Akali players or people who are experimenting with Akali are going to be cooking up.
Definitely. I myself am actually feeling a little bit of Caitlyn. I feel like Caitlyn is definitely a character that I feel like is rewarding any specialist right now who has been putting the time and effort to it, because I feel like there's a character like, they got some quality life buffs in that last patch, making sure, getting a little more love towards the traps and whatnot, just trying to find their play. I think that's personally my quote-unquote issue with Caitlyn, is like she's not really finding her place in the meta right now. They're replacing teams and what they want to do. So really, like you mentioned, like Akali players, I also want to see if Caitlyn players have been trying to see where they can really put Caitlyn in certain situations right now, put teams. But like I said, this game's still its infancy. We still got plenty more characters to go through. We got Senna coming up real soon, so I really can't wait to see how this game just keeps evolving as the game just moves on.
Yeah, and that's one of the cooler things that with using League of Legends characters, obviously it's like you can really expand on what the moveset's going to be. So like as you mentioned with Senna, like the buff that they normally get is not just going to be a movement speed thing, it's an actual full like form change. There's going to be combo routes that are going to be developed around her going ghost. Shout out to Danny Phantom. So it's going to be interesting to see like what Senna's really going to be doing when they are on screen, and how much changing forms is really going to come into their gameplay. So hopefully we do get some of those fan favorites. I know people were asking for, they don't want to rely on the arcane characters so much. I know a lot of people asking for sets, so we'll see if we get that announcement and we can get a couple of characters people have really been yearning for. But speaking of Akali, man, it's gonna be Vi and Akali, and this is gonna be a high octane duo here. I mean, we talk about the movement options. When you can stall in the air and go for the double jumps, and then also hide that behind tagging in the sways, it's kind of hard for these bigger characters to keep up. So G-Tech's defense gonna have to be on point for another set here.
But G-Tech does have the defense because they need to pull it up. Pushing the shield right now. They try to jump over Braum, as we mentioned before, but guess who's waiting right behind his teammate? It's the Braum to deal with this damage. Goes for the full limit train, just decides to chase him down.
Big characters here. As you can see the damage coming in. They do have double down, so I mean 50%, but not exactly going to be all the life that you need to stay alive here. Get bounced off the wall there, and G-Tech could have themselves a very quick first round.
Keep it simple from G-Tech. That should leave that. I believe that actually is a full-on perfect. Yeah, there it is. Zhao Kaifer, unfortunately, does not find their footing right there. But let's see. But that's just unfortunate. Not as their fault. Like we mentioned before, G-Tech is rocking the "you're gonna die" team. You're either gonna die or I'm winning, or you're losing. There's no in between.
Yeah, I mean, especially coming in with the armor as well. We talk about the 5L. I mean, as people know, one of Vi's better tools just to match that bad boy. Yeah, but getting even with the armor there, you have the break again, but so much red health off of your Vi that it's almost not even worth popping at that. So you are going to have the Fury with the Kali to try to make that uphill climb, but it's almost a perfect, again, finally the opening with the 2L there. Aoi Kaifer coming alive, but a timely break to break up the momentum. G-Tech now getting the forward throw, just dashing in. They stall back with the air after him, and they are going to force that Fury burst from Aoi Kaifer.
Oh no, you mentioned before, knocking on the door, and they're going to find, unfortunately, nothing off of that. As now Aoi Kaifer finally does find an opening once again on that L, but finally finds the opening. Excuse me, getting mixed up as we're getting tongue-tied. Speaking of which, Aoi Kaifer now going for the full combo for the reset on the jump out, not happening. Just goes for the super, but who is ready to parry it? It's G-Tech. Knocking on any door, knocking with your fist, knocking with a rock. He's always there ready for it.
Yeah, it seems like Kali, you know, is definitely a great self-sustaining character, especially with the Fury, but I mean, it's such an insurmountable lead right there. You're dealing with two of the thicker characters in the game with almost full life bars. G-Tech continues to put their opponent in the position that they want them, and that's to not have break, so they can put on the punishment. You see there, another great opening. There's the dashing, though. You can get real tricky with that with the freestyle. You saw the Akali assist come in, and now over the corner, using the tag launcher here. If they start to the limit strike, they are to build up some of this meter. Smoke on the water. Not able to get anything off it. They are going to fall back, though. Braun escaping the corner with their life.
Yeah, actually realized that Aoi Kaifer was really being patient. Decided, learned the lesson from last time. Held back, just decided to be patient. Let D-Tech find their way out. Unfortunately, they did find another corner, but it's okay as they're fighting in. As actually, Aoi Kaifer just really goes for the command grab super off of it, and G-Tech unfortunately getting hit with another straight hit from Kaifer swinging, but now they have to hold back and ride as a sick punishment. Aoi Kaifer now finally finding their footing, and then now just going through and just trying to slice down G-Tech.
Putting chips in the chunks there with that whip punish. Has the meter to work with, tagging in the Vi, able to mash out the 5L there. Darius, I was going to say close to being dead, but dropping the combo there. Happy birthday. I mean, you're looking in a good spot right now if you're Aoi Kaifer. Definitely coming to life. You have a lot of meter to work with. I mean, with this round, though, you just need one hit as they look for the 2H there. Perfect parry, charging up the fist. Not going to work out for him. It'll be a close corner-to-corner combo here. And G-Tech, I mean, not out of it quite yet with these characters.
Oh man, Kaifer did try to wait once again, but the beat dropped right there as the silence happened and G-Tech was ready for it. As Kaifer try and jump in, but unfortunately that is a big old super coming your way. As now Kaifer still has a chance, but we can't count G-Tech out just yet.
I mean, you only got to hit Holly a couple of times. Unfortunately, not ready for the throw there. Off of the super assist attempt from Aoi Kaifer. And I mean, getting real into a scramble there, but it was working out. Akali, I mean, they are pretty good at putting up damage, but it was just kind of chips into chunks there, about getting 30% each and every time. But it really just comes down to the moves, and we see more sways coming in there, and the handshake attack with the freestyle, it's going to open things up as we see here. The Vi still on screen, not able to convert into anything too big, but you're starting to see the openings here for Aoi Kaifer.
Definitely, especially right now is a great anti-air to pull him back down, as now G-Tech is just trying to jump at him. Aoi Kaifer is ready for that, especially conversion once again, but does have to get the burst out of G-Tech. But now Aoi Kaifer is in the gyro seats, as now they got him for a full corner. I believe we might be seeing the smoke bomb come down once again to get this started, on the tricky stuff. Actually, no, just backs away.
Keep on building the meter with the limit strike. I like the call, unfortunately, getting caught there. Shoulder charging inward, and this is where we've seen Aoi Kaifer multiple times there. Using the push block to get some space, though. A jump back, able to find the whip punish on that one, but still, I mean, this Braum has been working out for G-Tech so well. They reach for the grab and a handful of nothing. the opening Aoi Kuiper needs here. You have a lot of meter to work with. I think Crater Maker might be enough to close it out. They are going to handshake tag inward, though. I haven't seen that route yet, but Aoi Kuiper showing me something new.
Oh, yeah. It's literally just a toss. It's a layup off to the collie with this team right here. Let's push on Super. Now, speaking of which, now Aoi Kuiper just tossing to themselves right now into the level 3. Aoi Kuiper just making a strong comeback from before. They just need to find their footing right now. And it should be G-Tech with a sliver healthier than Fury, but a bonk to the back of the head is what takes care of him.
Yeah, it seemed like it might have been a parry attempt from G-Tech, but that's neither here nor there. The cease and desist just piling on the damage, and now Aoi Kuiper, man, coming to life here. You have to make sure that you just do not get caught by the Braum or the Darius. I mean, the openings have been so good, but now you're really putting on the pressure. So you get into command throw, the 2L reset there. Just mixing up the options. You see a couple of throw attempts there. I mean, not really working out from there. G-Tech coming back to life, but the movement options are still showing their face for Aoi Kuiper. They're dashing on inward here, getting caught out of the sky. A hard knockdown. Not able to get too much more off of it, but that's kind of been the game plan from Aoi Kuiper here. It's just little by little, death by 1,000 cuts.
Especially with a character like Akali, who doesn't have much health but can block that, and Lane actually set up the smoke bomb. But I believe they try to jump over, just not fast enough just yet. But actually, Kajita covers their options just in time with that assist coming in. But once again, just finds it in the air. Air grab's not happening. Unfortunately, the push-ups not finding its mark on that. And now Aoi Kuiper is just trying to run away. And as I say that, G-Tech is just trying to jump in again. But again, Aoi Kuiper is ready for it and gets you.
You can see G-Tech is just trying to mix up the tempo in which they're coming out with these normals, but Aoi Kuiper has been ready for it. Fortunately, not ready to eat that happy birthday there. The bleed also alive right now. Aoi Kuiper on the back foot, charging in with the shield. It's not double down, I mean, you don't even really need the double super here. You've got to get clipped once. And speaking of getting clipped, getting knocked out of the air there, the Vi going to find the pickup now. Down to just the Braum, but a big-time whip punish. Going to take Vi off the board. You do have the Fury with Akali. You just need a single confirm with that level 3 in your pocket. You look for the throw. Fury coming in, not wanting to hold the pressure.
Oh man, Aoi Kuiper just hold the Fury on, but unfortunately, the classic of a run-up grab will be their demise on that. Now G-Tech moves on to set point with Aoi Kuiper, unfortunately, with no meter just yet onto that break bar.
That hurts twice as bad. Such an uphill climb without that meter, especially against this double down team. But another solid opening here. Now, as you mentioned, the reversal attack getting themselves out of the corner here, but the 5L is undeniable. Get back in and put him into the corner here, but the defensive options from Aoi Kuiper have been on point. The timing to wake up with the 5L off of the portal top, going full coast to coast here. And Aoi Kuiper, man, is just finding these openings time and time again.
Yeah, there's a full limit strike reset into the good old 5L. Nothing beats that. So see right now we got 3 meters to use. We're actually just gonna do it once again. Actually, this time it was a reset. As now G-Tech is left to their Darius. I think Aoi Kuiper is okay spending all the meter back then.
I mean, you're still sitting with that level 3, man. You can't afford to get clipped here as we charge back in. Retreating guard for their life, but getting slipped low. Don't blink now, man. But a full animation, I thought would be enough to close it up. And he looked for the reset. Darius still alive, but the car crashed too much to weather. Now we're on a final game, final round here, Super Rob.
Oh man, if you're G-Tech, you're like, man, what happened? This character's going everywhere. I try to jump at him, they throw me back. I try to wake up attack, they block it. And now I try to go in front of them, they hit my legs. It's not looking great for G-Tech right now.
Delayed 2L to open things up here. Darius in a bad spot. He can pile up so much damage with the Crater Maker. For the limit strike, though, going to save up that meter. Knowing that either way, if you put Darius, they're probably going to be dead at the end of this. Looking for the air apprehend. Big time whip punish there from Aoi Kuiper. 2 fully healthy characters against this one of Braum, and we're going to dash right in early. You are going to build up the level 3 here. You might just want to pop it early to put G-Tech in such a, bad spot to try to recover. The charge going the wrong way, though, could be the opening G-Tech needs.
Oh yeah, that's the big opening swing on the door, but Aoi Kuiper does force the break on the air to make sure that they can get out in a safe position right now. And now G-Tech does find the opening they need. Fury is just a third of the way there, so it's so close right now. They're trying to get so many hits. So going to go for the break. Actually goes for the reset. Once again, to jump in. They do have ice to keep themselves just a little more safe than usual. They try to respond to Aoi Kuiper. 1 step ahead, hits the grab.
on their last legs now is G-Tech jumping back. I mean, they're taking to the skies with one of the more loudest characters in the game. And this is going to be the opening that G-Tech needs here. I mean, you're almost like one combo away from building up this level 3 to a certain point. So next hit for either of these players now might be enough to close things out. The Fury is on deck for G-Tech though. Could be the deciding factors. You saw that 2L slight delay, and now the Fury coming out, getting caught. And this is going to spell disaster for Ali Kyber, but another drop out.
Oh no, Alcappa did not press the button there. They're so close, but so far. They're still Fury as G-Tech takes out Kiefer's head and moves on and puts them into losers. Oh man.
Yeah, man, I know Aoi Kiefer was stressing right there, especially with the headless coming in. I mean, you're parrying for your life right there. Unfortunately, just not enough in the tank for the comeback there. And G-Tech, man, just continues to put on the punishment the second they get their hands on their opponent.
Oh man, yeah, especially just all the damage to Kiefer, just trying to make sure they didn't get caught. We've been saying time and time again, this team is going to do so much damage, but the way they were to evade that is actually you saw them just take a breath, hold back a bit, you know, and just wait for the openings to come to them, especially when the moments when G-Tech, you know, would try to air apprehend, didn't fall, and just literally fell into Kiefer's hand because they're able to deliver their own damage and see with the alley-oop combos like that.
Especially at the very end there with G-Tech having the Fury, man. It is such a tense situation, knowing that at any moment you get hit. I mean, they can charge an H right in your face, and it's like you're staring right into death, knowing that they have that dash cancel behind them. So no matter what the big opening is, you're kind of just looking for the parry to save your life there. But G-Tech, man, continuing to make this big boy duo go to work, and they're going to be heading over into our top 8, Rob.
But we still got to fill out that bracket just quite yet. Now we move straight to our next match. Dapper Dinosaur is back with the work, but now they're going to face Quainty on the other side with the Blitz Yasuo.
Quainty, for sure, one of NorCal's finest when it comes to 2x KO. And you know I love seeing that Blitzcrank, Rob. So very familiar with Quainty's game, and it should be another repeat performance of what they normally do. But I mean, the Dapper Dino, the Juggernaut Warwick we've seen is just able to clean the foot on their plate very, very quick.
But unfortunately, just a little tag out right back. Quainty just unfortunately gets hit on that, and opening gets there. But unfortunately, Dapper Dinosaur does get him off that. But now we're just fighting for our life. We're just trying to find in the air right now, just trying to find our footing. But thankfully, Dapper Dinosaur is able to find the one again. But oh my God, what is happening out back there?
And that's what Quainty's known for, man. Very immaculate defense. So they use the parry there. The Blitzcrank save, going to the Wrecking Ball, dashing back in the handshake tag. Would have blocked the super there, but not able to find a punish. I mean, the Blitzcrank got a lot of health to work with, so only a matter of time before you pop the top of your opponent's defense there. Full optimal route into the corner to get the air S1 for the drill downward. Lots to work with the Yasuo as well. Full extension, able to get the air purifier off it, but now you're seeing with that level 3.
Guess who's waiting at the floor for you, Dinosaur? It's Quainty, ready with this advantage. You're gonna hit me and wake up super. I'm hitting it right back at you and killing you off of that too. Oh my God, this guy's crazy.
Yeah, me and Quainty, we're looking at the same thing, man. We're just watching that meter. The thing is, from one Blitzcrank player to another, man. You're just waiting for the level 3 to come up. You're the ticking time bomb, and you can rip that bad boy out with any overextension. That working out for them there, and picking up overextension for punish 2L though. Dapper Dinosaur getting the side swap as well. Another air throw. Saw them earlier on stream. They're very on point with their leads.
You said it once, and I can definitely say they are ready every time. They read the super coming out, and now Quainty is happy to take this position and just reset Dapper Dinosaur. Like, you're gonna reset grab me, I'm gonna reset grab you.
Went for the scoop. Fury coming out from the side of Dapper Dinosaur. May not matter as the Fury in return, getting the wall bounce off of it. Fodder meter to work with here. Might not be able to kill just yet because of the Fury and the Juggernaut. I mean, just one combo away. Back throw there. Rolling right out there was Quainty, man. Another great read and one in return there with the air command throw and the pickup with the butt bounce off of it. Quainty. Boy, bar for bar with Dapper Dinosaur with these air throw reads, man.
Quainty's issue keeping it real strong right there is Dino. Fortunately, just not finding their way out. Just, you know, you mentioned this before. They have been reading them, trying to make sure they stay on the ground. But Dapper just trying to get the tricks out. But Quainty, just like you mentioned, too solid a player to fall for any of those too many times.
That's what I told you, man. They know that they know that they know, but do they know?
I know nothing, man. Especially now we got the limit strike on the right. Now Dapper Dinosaur. I can see now level 2 Inferior on deck, but Dapper Dinosaur is not gonna let it happen. You can see, as mentioned, wait till you get the patience being so strong with them, the defense so solid, and like trying to go in, but again, Quinty just falls right. Dapper Dinosaur falls right to Quinty's hands, and now we say that another big combo happening in the middle of Dapper Dinosaur's fury as well. This is gonna hurt 3 times as bad.
Yeah, for a lack of a better term, man, Dapper Dinosaur's Warwick is just absolutely getting jumped right now. The freestyle sandwiches have just been working out for Quinty, and that's a gentleman's perfect to go Quinty's way there. Now on set point, man, the Blitzcrank threat, when you're able to mix high-low and go with the 2M to open up, not only is a lot of corner carry, but it's just so much damage with the Blitzcrank. If we see the charge, J2H there, once again showing its face, almost 50% down. Dapper Dino, though, able to escape the corner. 2L opening and scale pretty hard here, but he's going to be looking for a limit strike more than likely to build up this meter.
Oh, a little gray over there. Maybe Quinty didn't realize they were done just yet. So, but unfortunately for them, Dinosaur is actually going to take over this and just go, yeah, super into super. As much damage, and as you mentioned before, as much bloodlust as they can. As they pop it, they're trying to get rid of their party started.
And that's the opening that Dapper Dino wants. We've seen him in this position before. Also, you're going to have Fury sooner than later. He's Warwick, such a dangerous character, but it's more dangerous if he's jumping in like that. 2-8 opening to Quinty there. There's the Fury pop, and now it's just operation. Don't get hit.
Oh man, I think Dinos really want to listen to that. As right now, the Berserker Barrage actually goes through, forces Quinty to burst out. They actually want to finish this right now with a simple damage like that. It's the dash combo, Fury dash into the super, style on him, but you leave him with this a little bit. Finish your play, Quinty.
I am so upset that didn't kill, because that would have been the most horrid thing I think we've seen on the Breakout series. Unfortunately, they're getting caught by the buffed up level 3 in Dapper Dinosaur. It says flex some other time, man. I gotta turn him into him.
Oh man, we know Quinty's a solid defense player. How solid is their mental right now? Because if I were them, I'd be sitting in my hands. But we got no time for that, because especially as Dapper Dinosaur is again just doing on the pressure. They tried to go for a parry, but no, Dino was ready to lead it just enough. You double level 3 on decks. I don't believe they are actually gonna spend it actually. To hopefully finish off points right here, or at least leave them at a sliver.
Yeah, the question is, man, is Quinty going to be able to bounce back from that unfortunate ending form in the last round here? Dapper Dinosaur with such a great opening. Now just left to their own devices with the Yasuo. Get an opening here. The Fury going to be building up at some point, and likewise for Dapper Dinosaur. Red bar now online. At what point did they burn it? Looking for the limit strike. Whirlwind set up the dash through. Working out. You can Fury extend with it, but popping the Fury first is Quinty into the 2L. Right back at you, says Dapper Dino.
Ooh, great patience out of Quinty again. Just waiting for Dapper Dino to do something, but the sandwich coming out once again. We got Fury on deck. We don't get a dash through nothing. Especially he tries it again, but it drops it. Quinty, hold on. No!
Not like this. Not like this, Rob.
Oh,
not like this.
It's okay. Dapper Dino only has 2 bars. That is the super to super. We still have a chance though. 20 and 14 with their own level 3 on deck. This is the last interaction, not Vector.
What's it gonna be on Wake Up here? You have the level 3. They rip it. Dapper Dinosaur knew they had to do something. Held down back, and it's gonna be one game apiece here. Quinty was trying to pick up that dash combo again with the dash resets, but unfortunately not working out for him that time either. And now we're at one game apiece, Rob.
Oh man, I want to believe in Quinty, and they're like, I'm up a game. If this happens, it works. If not, I got a game to win. It's okay. So hopefully that comes through here. As Dapper Dinosaur once again just getting, like you mentioned, chips into chunks in this situation as they go for limit streak into the reset grab.
You able to get the OTG on that too. The Fury breaking it up. Dapper Dinosaur still in a good spot. You have a lot of meter to work with. It's almost an insta bloodlust for him there, and defending himself properly here. There's the sandwich though, getting clipped by the rocket punch. Yasuo going in to finish the job here. A lot of meter to work with. The Fury's still in life for Dapper Dino, so all of the scaling is pretty heavy. They're going to catch out with 1 bar of meter though. Getting the tag assist as well. Very optimal route here from Quinty.
Yeah, I love that. I'm going to try to go through again. Wake Up, level 3, the Dapper Dino specialty is Quinty, unfortunately, cannot be armored, cannot have that armor work through that. So now Quinty just taking the time to run away, to prepare the sandwich, and on the other side of the road is a Yasuo ready to take your life with his buddy Blitzcrank.
That's a 6 pickup as well. The wall bouncer look for the command grab, not gonna find it, landing here. No super to work with just yet for Dapper Dinosaur. Don't think they have enough in the tank to kill, but another read with the air throw. Dapper Dinosaur still on point. I don't know if they're gonna get the Fury in time before they are dead. Can't afford to eat any chip here. They find the anti-air, but an unfortunate situation as they get caught off of the landing from Quainty. Now back on set point here.
All right, not back here. Real question. Quainty almost has Fury on deck. Are they gonna go for the combo again, or are they just gonna try and finish this off?
Surely they hit it the third time, right? Surely they hit it the third time, but first they have to end up in Fury, and they might not because that's such a great read with the break attempt. Dapper Dinosaur, the air recovery is way out, but getting caught out of the skies from the Yasuo. Quainty looking very, very slow right now. A lot of meter on the board to work with the scaling. Not sure you're going to be able to kill just yet, but I mean, such an insurmountable lead and the pickup off of it. No flashy combo needed. Quainty with the perfect to close it out. 2-1 victory over Dapper Dino.
Oh, man, okay. Quainty did believe themselves, or believe the me that believed in them. They knew they would win the second one off of the little, let's just mention, the aura sometimes gets a little too heavy. You just drop it over there. So, happy to see them to move on as Dap still's got a chance there. The losers.
Hey man, a great man once said, you know, if you ain't got no sauce, then you lost. But you could also sometimes get lost in the sauce, you know what I'm saying? But luckily, right there, Quainty able to find their way out. And I mean, it was just trying to pile on the damage as much as possible. Sometimes you would see that Dapper Dino would get caught in situations like we see here, where their Fury is just dwindling away as they continue to get juggled by the Blitzcrank. So it's an unfortunate drop right there, but I'm sure Quainty's gonna be happy they got the dub either way.
Yeah, you know they're jumping into practice mode real quick in the lobby. Like, hold on, give me a second. As they're trying to find a way. But yeah, as you can also mention, like, unfortunately, one of the big weaknesses, as we said before, of Juggernaut, just, you know, the lack of defensive options. Because, you know, again, you are one character. You don't really have many options to push block, such as in situations like this, where it'd be nice to get away from the Blitzcrank. And in situations like this, where unfortunately, sometimes you just eat that sandwich, you eat that mix, and it just costs you your whole life.
Definitely not a tasty sandwich to be eaten there. So it's going to be Quainty punching their ticket over into our top 8. We're going to have to see Dapper Dino make that loser side run. But I mean, I'm sure we're going to see them placing very high over in this bracket as that Juggernaut Warwick continues to look good for them. But next up, we are going to have Mom92 and OTG Spoons next on stream. So some more NorCal representation from the homie Spoons over there. So it's going to be an interesting one coming up here, Rob.
I know the Bay Area boys are in there. So OTG members in there as well. I can see right now. But right now we can just hop in as Mom just picks. I believe I did see a Kayla on the side of Mom, so that'll be interesting to see. The character I've been looking forward to. Happy to see it come out right now, especially there. Excuse me, that's not Kaylin. That's a Timo. Oh no!
Yeah, they look the same, right? Very, very similar. But it's going to be Timo Alawi, and this is a character composition I'm a little familiar with just based off of one of our local players that does Rocket. So we'll see what the setups are if they get him over to the corner with that S2 Supers, you know, from Alawi. He's very, very good. But Spoons rocking the tried and true Ari Echo. I mean, living in the words of Santa Kelly, man. Just pick a top tier. Picking two of the better characters in the game. And unfortunately, a rough start. We are going to head over the corner here, sitting down to Tentacle and catching again. Trying to roll away, but getting hit with the 5M. Back to the wall now for Mom92. Taking a lot. 2 tentacles on the board now. This is not where you want to be for Spoons.
Oh, definitely not. I know a lot of players have been trying to make an argument with the Alawi team. Honestly, probably a top tier team. They just haven't unlocked the potential. But Mom right here just showing us the true power of the takoyaki and mushrooms coming in. As we can see Mom just catching Spoons out once again. This should be a dead Echo. As we move on to the second top tier on the team. As let's see if Ari can finish off 2 full health characters.
You have a character that can get around a lot of the projectiles, but neither here nor there, as you are going to get dragged down to the ground with the Air S2, the level 3 to close it out, and that's going to be a very impressive first round for Mom92.
Nakaburo's coming in, just not finishing off. Again, strong start coming from them as Spoons probably just couldn't find their footing in this situation, especially in moments where they're trying to come in, but just the traps, the tentacles, just not letting in. So now Spoons trying to find their way in before they can get that started.
The flip there now, Spoons finding themselves a good opening. You want to get Timo off the board as quick as possible. I mean, not only because you hate playing against him, but one of the lower life characters in this game, and it definitely makes Mom92 play more straightforward with the big body character, not able to hide behind the mushrooms and the darts here. But if any character has the power to break through and win the 1v2, it is going to be Alawi.
Oh man, but speaking of winning, 2H catching in, and we do got the tentacles on deck. Full corner carry, forcing Spoons to break right there as they try to run and get out. Mom was just ready. Mom's back home saying like, where have you been tonight, huh?
Yeah, go to your room, man. Sit in the corner here. You're on timeout. Salon's there with the down S1. Also an S1 super here with the tentacle on top. Didn't even need the juggle with it. Now one character a pop here. Already does have those mobility options. You mentioned to get around a lot of the bigger buttons from Allow. You see the jump in there, getting over the 2M. Big opening for Spoons here. You have the level 3. Might have been looking for some kind of reset there. They are going to go over the top with the Ari. Have meter defense. See if they pop it out here, Rob.
I think your mom, unfortunately, just sitting there, just going, I'm just going to eat this level 3. Let the Fury come back. I don't think Mom's going to be sending it after this, even if they do live. So Spoon's just going to sit nice and comfy, try to let this finish them off with a sliver of life left. But Spoon just runs up and grabs him to move on to the next round in this.
Little run up throw, nothing beats that. Now one round apiece. Spoons is gonna be able to get his Fury or break at some point in this, and Mom 92 coming in with their break early. Getting caught with the 2M though is Spoons. The Lowy combos, man, they add up very, very fast. Especially when you're launching another down, RS2 with the tentacle. 2L reset, Soul Plus after that tentacle smack as well. This is exactly what we want to be with this team, man. You want to start setting up the shrooms, start setting up the tentacles, and really taking away those defensive options. And I mean, blink and you miss it, but already down to about 10% health.
Now Mom just taking sure. Actually spent that S1 super just to get out of there, just keep him safe and keep the team alive. And right as we say, unfortunately, the Army is not alive as they hit the happy birthday. But a happy birthday right back to Mom as well. Just keeps in the corner, falls back down. But again, they're just trying to trade tit for tat, break for character for break right now. They're just trying to find their way in. Now push all the way to corners. Mom does eat the grab, so one more setup has happened. No burritos anymore, but we still got subs plenty as Spoons just gets hit from the side. Oh my god. And now Mom, Loyal Jersey just pulls out the darts again to keep him safe.
Yeah, just getting that space to set the mushrooms again. A great read off of the arrow throw there. Gets the pick up with it. In the middle of a scramble, Mom 92 able to make it happen there. As you can see with Spoons, it just seems like losing the Ari is kind of an uphill climb from the Echo, not looking too polished there. Mom 92 able to take advantage of it. I mean, Alawi doing a lot of the heavy lifting with the damage, as we mentioned, and getting that corner of the Teemo, man. Such a hard character to deal with the mobility option, using the parachute and other openings, especially that overhead. But getting caught with the tentacle there, still one on the board, not close enough to clip that Echo, and now Spoons with a good opening.
The jump-ins have been a little wishy-washy for Spoons, but thankfully that time does work as Mom was just holding back this time, trying to hold that, make sure they're defensive. But now a little too early, too late from Spoons' Ari, as once again we're going coast to coast as Alawi is just going to do all this damage. Actually, we set up with the Teemo combo as well, and just send the Shroom as well to finish him off as we go into Echoes to Spoons once again. Now again, a little bit of dire straits as you mentioned, because now the Ari's gone.
What they're gonna be able to do with it, using the parachute there, but getting caught. Booms. They're able to finish the food on their plate, though. They roll through, and Mom 92 with another opening. They have the level 3 with Alawi here. Ag assist could be huge. You see the shroom loops to pop the mushroom. They can't get the launch with this one.
Okay, yeah, another sub as well. You can see that Mom, this team has been doing all the work of their own. We know the Alawi, Big Mommy Alawi, just doing all, like, she's big and strong, but don't think that that Teemo has been eating their own vegetables. And as I say that, though, Mom just finishes off what Teemo started.
Yeah, I mean, you might have had enough to secure the S1 super there, but I mean, no harm, no foul, man. You want to make sure your opponent is completely off the board. And now Mom 92 on the verge of a 2-0 here. If Spoons can't make it happen, putting the Echo out front this time around.
Yeah, now mission, like I said, just mentioned as the mushroom batch does come out from those shroom loops, thankfully coming in as the pizza cutter gets Spoons in the air, forces them to switch out to keep themselves Echo alive. But now with the first on deck is the defensive burst actually, as catches them with the 2H, puts him in the corner, reads the roll, gets the tentacles started, and now once again Spoons is in the corner, and they're just eating all this damage they have to hold.
And this is the Alawi special, man. You just start looping those tentacles. Echo getting caught. Down S1, gonna work out there. Mom 92 in such a good spot here. Echo having to do the heavy lifting for Spoons once again. Can they make it happen? Directly time winder super. Gonna knock down here. Side switch combo. Like the call, but how much mix do you have? They bait out the wake up attack. Building their meter little by little here. Mom 92 not in a good spot with this Alawi.
Oh, Spoons tried to go for a full reset, but Mom was able to read it that time. Now Spoons will barely get Fury, but let's see if Mom will get ready for that. But no, just in time. as they get the full level 3. We see him once, see him 2 times, see him 3 times, and we'll see it one more time as Spoons loses to Nakabuto's and Mom moves on to top 8.
Yeah, Mom just kind of getting the better end of the scrambles there. We saw Spoons just spend a lot of time in the corner, especially with the fact that Mom 92 was able just to plant tentacle after tentacle after tentacle, looking like Bikini Bottom, and just abusing those plus frames with it, man. The tentacle smack just leaves you in such a great spot that you're able to cycle your pressure, and especially if your opponent spends that push block, you're kind of in a bad spot dealing with it. And as we see here in the replays, the Teemo also was getting down and dirty here, striking blood first off of it and able to really optimize their damage with the S2 Mushroom Super.
You can see the Spoons again. Not to say that they weren't fighting for their life, they're not fighting on their own as well, but unfortunately just Mom just one step ahead almost every time they come in. Especially a lot of times where Spoon was just jumping in. It's like, oh, you're jumping in, you come to me, that's exactly what I need, man. As you can see, just once again, just the jumping from Spoon just being their demise in many situations.
Yeah, Mom 92 also just continued to leave nothing up to chance. We saw the level 3 multiple times there, just absolutely catching out damage, knowing that Alawi is definitely one of the heavier hitters in this game. So simple and clean for Mom 92, and they're going to be moving over into our top 8. Fortunately, I think going to be the end of Spoons' run. Actually, no, was that winner's side? Am I blind? That was winner's side. So yeah, Spoon's going to be heading over to loser side. Still has a shot over at the top 8, but Mom 92 punched their ticket over into our top 8.
You can see right here, it's rounding out. We're pretty close to finding out this top 8 right now. We got top side ready, bottom side. We got still more people. Now, Cypher and Dark Shotgun happening, but right now, as we say that, Quainty and G-Tech now got to fight their way out of this.
And this is what I was definitely waiting for here. Quainty's defense is definitely on point. Now, how much can you defend yourself with G-Tech in this double down? So far, looking very, very good. Back throw, though, could be the opening G-Tech needs as they come in with the armor. Defending themselves very, though. We talked about the defense just seconds ago, and Quainty's still putting it on display.
Oh man, that's really unfortunate for Quainty, or should I say G-Tech. Quainty had the pickup into the happy birthday, forcing G-Tech the first. So not the damage they could get just out. But I don't think you're upset for Quainty, because now you got 2 of those big bodies already so low when we barely got this game started. And speaking of which, the Braum is out of the picture already. Now Darius has to go against 2 full health characters essentially.
Did you see that backdash from Quainty for the whip punish there? I mean, we'll watch it later in the replays, and look at the level 3, no one was home on that. G-Tech had that opening, dropped the combo, unfortunately, and Quainty gonna make sure no chance with G-Tech there, closing out that round. Pretty dominant from that side, but I mean, these defensive options are just continuing to be shown by Quainty, and they're using them to their full abilities, man, especially against these characters that do have some of these slower normals and making it work. You go full car crash with a handshake there. It can only block for so long. Quainty finding the opening. Up the corner, G-Tech goes. We look at the limit strike. We are going to take the tag here. Optimal combos, they get the limit strike.
Oh no, unfortunately a grab whip right there. So now Quainty just gonna take this all to the bank. G-Tech, I think, recognize the situation, holding on to it just yet. Because if there's anyone you want to hold on to that Ray Fury to, it's gonna be the Braum, the big body. And especially he's got such an uphill battle to go through.
When they make it happen, we've seen G-Tech in this spot before, now popping the Fury. You only get hit too many times, 5L though. Catching G-Tech. It's a scaled opening, especially with that Fury on deck. But I mean, dips into chunks for Quainty right now. They're just mounting this lead. A little bit larger and larger as time goes by. Look for some kind of reset there. Now, another sandwich working out for Quainty. G-Tech not even really able to get anything off of that Fury, just pretty much getting comboed the entire time.
Yeah, you can see in that combo especially, the rocket punch is being a little delayed, so they unfortunately were not ready to read that. Because now it's Quainty with the black and gold, just reading it, just finishing off G-Tech right here to take that 1-0 over G-Tech in a quick fashion.
Yeah, very solid. They're not putting themselves in the position that we've seen G-Tech put their opponents into, where they're fighting without that break. It's kind of been Quainty the entire way through, continuously just fighting with the life lead, and that's something that's so important when you're playing against Darius and Braum double down, is you really want to just continue to play with that life lead. Because you know the tables can turn at any moment here, and it's just solid opening after solid opening. You saw the happy birthday there. G-Tech forced to use the break. Quainty this time is going to get whipped on instead. They look at the 2M, getting caught by the tip of the axe there. With a knockdown, but a drop combo from the side of G-Tech, and Quainty smelling blood in the water here.
That break was spent earlier, and this is the combo we set up before. Hand them off, back and forth each other. Fortunately, just a little too early, too late right there. The parry attempt not being successful, forcing them to break to keep the offensive alive. They know they can finish Darius. They just need a little bit chance left. That's finding the opening as they're trying to backdash and throw it away. So now G-Tech again down to the Braum.
It's such a hard thing to deal with when you are puppeting that wrecking ball. G-Tech on their toes here. Another launch. Over to the corner you go. So much needed to work with. No feeling inside for G-Tech. I mean, Brahm's got a lot of health, man, but there's a lot of meter to work with for Quincy. They look for a reset with the air purifier. Resets. Gonna find the command throw directly into the S1 Super. And Quincy now on set point.
Oh man, if you're G-Tech, you're trying to figure out what you want, then maybe switch actually keeps the Darius on point to keep him trying something else. Quincy did find the other side of the Braum shield, but not happening just yet. Like how G-Tech with the swing as patient right there. Also the patient Quincy not doing anything in front of the Braum. And now as they say that finally, G-Tech opens up from the Braum, from the sandwich happening once again, forcing them to burst. And now they're just trying to take a break to swinging back and forth, gentlemen's back and forth. But unfortunately, Quincy, the long arm of the law from Blitzcrank, just finding them time and time again.
You can tell G-Tech's trying to mix up the tempo on the way they're pressing their normals with these two characters, but I mean, Quincy's defense just continues to be on point. The jump H there, opening up a world of hurt, but not able to finish the point of the plate. Able to bait out that parry attempt as well. They're just cranking up a tiny bit here. G-Tech finding an opening. That's what needed to work with. I'm sure you want to get this Blitzcrank off the board as soon as possible, but unfortunately, another drop combo there, looking for the air apprehend. Quincy now just got to take out the Braum. They almost have that level 3 built up as they go wrecking ball. Yasuo full launch here. Gonna be able to build up the level 3 in time, or even just tag assist here.
Oh, actually goes for the limit strike, catches the roll on the reset, just goes for the butt slam into it. Quincy maybe trying to redeem themselves and keeping it a little stylish from last game we saw. And now as they move on 2-0 against G-Tech, my word.
Yeah, it just seems like G-Tech was just completely fighting uphill the entire time. And I mean, that's kind of the gambit with playing a character composition of, you know, two of the heavy hitters with the double down. It's a killer be killed situation, and unfortunately for G-Tech right there, just Quincy just doing the killing.
Especially you can see how Quincy just really wasn't falling for any of the typical things that, you know, you see people, a lot of players fall for Braum teams, especially, you know, the moment you saw them put the door in front of them, and it's like, I'll wait, I can wait. I'll ring the doorbell instead. I don't need to knock on nothing. So it's that kind of patience from Quincy, especially as you mentioned, G-Tech tried to adjust themselves at the very end on the timings, but just Quincy was just so ready to be like, no, actually, no, we're going to wait even longer than you.
That's exactly right. And Quincy going to be moving over into winners finals. G-Tech going to be on the loser side of top 8, but Quincy for sure one of the favorites to not only perform well but win tonight. So they're going to be waiting to see who the victor between Tate and Imam 92 is going to be, and I think that should be the match that we have up next here. So Tate, another player that we mentioned, is expected to go very far, if not win the entire thing. So we'll see what Mom 92 has in store for him with that the Timo and Alawi.
Especially in the C comments, well, Dapper Dino, I do see you. Yeah, we got Tate and creation of Tate is everywhere, so is Quincy. Yeah, like a lot of these players really want to get their hands on 2xKO, especially because, you know, tournament season is in full swing, so people can practice where they can, especially these players who no matter what tournament you see, be it Breakout, be it anywhere else, you know they're going to do well, do good. So I'm happy to see them come out, especially with the new things, especially with Mom 92's team. Like I said, I've been seeing some folks trying to make an argument that Timo Alawi's pretty good, especially with the, you know, the tops coming down and the bottoms coming up. So I really want to see more how Mom is really tough and really merge the two characters into a cohesive team.
Yeah, they're definitely going to have their hands full with Tate here. But before we get on to that match, I want to remind you guys to use !Matcherino down in the chat. There are still 6 codes left to claim, and if you are feeling generous, you can go and donate directly into that prize pool to go ahead and support these players, because they're definitely putting on a show, especially, I mean, with some of these aura juggles we've been seeing tonight, Rob. You know, I mean, you definitely got to tip your hat at that one, but it's going to be interesting to see what the dynamic's going to be, as we know Tate going to be rocking that Yasuo and Blitzcrank as well. So going to get a double helping of that duo, and if we are in winners finals, we are going to get that tainty battle over in winners, so we'll see if that happens for us.
Again, the players right now, we're just taking some time, just getting things ready, so can see ready as well. As I actually do want to come back to just really see how people have been going into it. It's like, actually, you know what? We're gonna talk about it as the game goes on, because I really want to see, as you mentioned, like now we really have been seeing the crank unleash some potential here at Breakout, and really happy to see that, you know, that they're able to folks are able to come back at each other, you know, have the conversation of like, if you're jumping, I'm jumping, if you're jumping, I'm grabbing, kind of thing. So I want to see how Mom actually does in this situation, where we haven't actually really seen them much like do much jumping or try to be too aggressive when they don't need to.
Yeah, so let's see what the plan's gonna be. I mean, unfortunately, I think that Yasuo and Blitzcrank are, you know, not the worst or the best matchup in the world for Teemo, just because you have so many options to try to clear the mushrooms and all the things you can fill the screen with them. See the dash is there. Able to sneak into command throw, getting the lift off of it. 8 right now, putting this Teemo in a world of burden. Whenever you see Teemo in a composition, it's Operation Kill the Rat. You know what I'm saying? Especially there when you reset into the air command throw. Not looking in a good spot for Mom 92, using the push block. And look for the armored command grab there, and able to get the punish. Mom in a good spot with the break coming out from Tate to stop the momentum.
Again, I can see, as I mentioned before, now we get to see the jump coming in, actually just holding back as well. Actually, not to waste this coming out just yet. Rise to say that the sandwich comes out once again. People have been following that for all night, as now Mom just has to take that position, trying to find their way in. Or as I say that, unfortunately, Yasuo's too far in the air, but you know who isn't? Blitzcrank over there to get ready. Finally, though, Mom finds their opening, is able to start to put down the pressure. Good old corner into S2. Nothing beats that as we go in to set up once again.
Here's some of the mushroom super as well. There's some hang time on that one. So nice for showing twice on that. That's a lot of you know, badge you're working on there with the tentacle reset as well. Interesting route there. Mom 92 busting out the tricks, but now dealing with a fully healthy Yasuo, as well as almost 3 bars a meter for both characters.
See, now this time not falling for once, but it's so nice. We show it twice once again. Now Tate does take out the rat. Now Mom on the Alawi top 2 as we argue. And now Tate does have Fear on deck, so they still get a chance. But Rise to say that chips into chunks, into electric shocks right there as Tate holds on and just gets the level 1 into the level 3 easy.
What a pickup off the Blitzcrank super assist as well with the stand stomp right there from Tate. Interesting pickup, and Yasuo not going to take any damage on that one. In the first round, going to be going Tate's way.
Let's see if there's any adjustments on a Mom. Actually, just speaking of adjustment, just jumps right over all that nonsense Tate was trying to throw at her. And now we just go back into neutral as we do burst out. Tate trying to fully call out an air jump, not happening, but Tate does have the Yasuo on the ground, ready to recover and get ready to push them into the corner once again with this full combo. It's gonna hurt. It goes for the reset, and it does find its mark.
Kind of guessing for your life right there, getting off the 5L. Alawi in a bad spot now, but Teemo trying to come in and do the work. And so we were talking about, man, these two characters, Yasuo and Blitzcrank, have a lot of options to deal with the nonsense that's thrown on screen there. Especially looking for the air purifier, not quite close enough to grab Teemo out of the sky, but you can kind of rocket punch your way around any approach that Teemo has with these mushrooms.
I mean, as you can see why Mom has actually switched to slingshot before the game. Last game, they actually weren't using any slingshot whatsoever. So happy to see it come out this time. But unfortunately, Tate does find their way through the field, through the rocks, and through the poison. They do put him into the corner once again. But unfortunately, Tate tried to see if Mom would press the button there, but it's not happening. The Moms are the most patient creatures of all as they go in for a full combo here.
A full extension with this one, the Alawi coming in. Another Mushroom Superman, another interesting setup here. On right now, kind of showing up. Charge H as well. You have a lot of meter to work with. Gonna go on the ground. Blitzcrank back to the wall. The parry off of the push. Fortunately, actually went Yasuo with the back throw. Another forward throw there, enough to close it out. Alawi off the board. Teemo left up to his own devices. I think they might be dead before Fury's even a chance there. They try to use the parachute. Lucky enough to recover before the 2H. And Blitzcrank forward throw into Super, though. Would be enough to close this bad boy out. And Tate will be taking the 1-game lead over Mom 92.
It's like we mentioned before how the team of Tate can go against Teemo pretty well, but I did love the adjustment from Mom trying to find their way just around, being more patient around. You said that Teemo was not able to jump in and get that started, especially with all the options that Tate had. So happy to see they're like, you know what, we're gonna jump over all the nonsense, not deal with any of that. Actually, maybe this time switch over Alawi to try to keep themselves alive, but unfortunately, Tate is just too ready for those pressure sandwiches.
And Mom 92 going to be holding on to the break here. Fortunately, with that Alawi, you see a lot of damage off the board. Not going to get any super ending combo right there. But Out back and just this absolute car crash, trying to look for the command throw, but the jump back at him. Breakout from Mom 92 gives himself some space and a big time 2H there. Go over to the corner with this extension.
I really love Mom was so prepared that time. They saw the DP into the bait, into the grab. And this time I was like, Mom didn't get me tricked by that twice. Mom was not born yesterday, especially now. They take advantage of that, get the blitzcrank left on the field. Mom has shown him some real fighting spirit out here.
Mothers knows best, as they say. This time getting caught with the mushroom. Sky, no harm, no foul, though. Back to full screen. Action with the Oswald. See them just lurking with them on screen to see if they're working a handshake tag right there. But still sitting pretty with this blitzcrank. Enhanced grab into the commando. Look for the 3H right there, just not working out. 192 in a bad spot. The Alawi just absolutely getting beat up. The 2H dash all the way through. You knew that Mom was waiting to block a 2H attempt, but dashing through, and now the command throw into the S2 Super, and Tate 1 round away from closing it out.
Oh man, that's crazy to take the recognition to be like, okay, if you're gonna be up there, might as well corner switch, right? We might as well not deal with any of that. The fact that Mom is like, okay, maybe I should be more aggressive this time around. Happy to see it come through, but unfortunately this one only gets the also this time around, but does get them to set up. But I think Tate is ready and okay with that as they just full screen, just get the tornado, just ready to go to jump back and try to punish Mom like that. Especially now, once again, we try to jump over, get the sandwich ready, but you try to block, they're ready to grab.
Getting caught on the toes as well. 2L opener for Tate here. They search for the limit tracker. They try to build up the meter. Nothing there. I mean, Mom 92 still 50% down off the allowance. They try to gas back in, getting clipped by the Oswald. Wall bounce. Not able to get the pickup. Still sitting free with a lot of meter here. No break in sight from Mom 92 just yet. Parry on parry, but not able to parry the 5M. Blitzcrank coming in. It's just assist after assist right now. Tate is really mixing up the options as they look for another parry off of the dart, but just not able to parry the button behind it with the Alawi. It's going to cost the Oswald their life here, not Blitzcrank. Back to the wall, almost a full stick of health to work with, but no theory in sight.
Oh man, Tate has been trying to call out and keep him off Mom on the ground, especially on that. Gonna call another reset to the air grab. Not gonna finish on Teemo just yet. Really tries the roll come through. Unfortunately, now Mom leaves their Teemo out to die and also leaves the Lowy just alive. Just enough. Mom with the Fury. They have a chance as well. Tate just trying to finish him off.
Run up command grab, no Fury gonna show up for Mom, and Tate will be taking it 2-0 in a scrappy set between the two, but it was just Tate, man. The mix-ups were a little too strong, man. The sandwich just a little too tasty for Tate that time.
Definitely. Unfortunately, I'm just not able to get away. You can see that Mom really tried to find their way out of certain situations. They recognize round start, like, okay, I should be jumping away, trying to deal with that sandwich and start, but you can see that Tate's realized, like, okay, we're going to level 2, which is like, if you're jumping away from my stuff, then I'm going to air grab you and trying to get you back into the stuff. So the fact that, again, Tate is so strong in adapting the situations, and Mom, you can see, also had some life in them, especially with that giant 2H right there on the tentacle to keep them on the ground, but unfortunately, Tate just, keep it a little simple, and it's like Blitzcrank is Blitzcrank and can do a lot of damage.
Yeah, and Tate is just so good at playing with one character, not having to rely on the assist. When it's just one character having to make it happen, as we saw with the Blitzcrank, they're able just to get these reads in with that command grab as well and just punish whatever character's there and just really turn chips into chunks. But Blitzcrank, you can get steamrolled, no pun intended. So Tate, man, we're going to get that tainty Civil War, as I saw over in chat in Winners Finals, Rob.
Yeah, but best before that, we still got to finish out loser side as well as Alkaifer and Dark Shotgun going to be coming in for our next match as well. As we look back, and again, we can see, the matchup between these two are going to be interesting as Alkaifer with the call. We saw definitely some big signs of life with their team, especially, the double down and the dunking each other, trying to keep each other alive, really showing off that this team can do damage. But let's see if they can go against, top one Ari, especially the way to, Vi is considered the best on the ground, but, Ari is considered the best in the air. So you can see really if how much that dynamic really plays into this match.
Yeah, that's how much space can you create with the Jinx as well if you are Dark Shotgun. With the movement of Vi and Akali, I mean, you go for one fishbones and you could get whiff punish even from full screen with the teleport. So it's going to be interesting to see what the movement options are going to be to get around, just everything that Jinx can throw on screen here. But let's get into it, Rob. Winner goes on to loser's quarter. Loser going to be out of the bracket. Let's do it.
All right, let's see how the start is. Love the start. Literally, as we mentioned, Kuiper just goes for the S1 and Dark Shogun just runs away. But unfortunately, eats the big old sandwich from the Vi and Akali team. There should be a lot of damage as we go in. As Larissa just backs up to see if Dark Shogun just run away, but doesn't. As you can see, the Fishbones tries to go in, but doesn't find it. Oh, actually jabs him, gets him on the anti-air. Dark Shotgun is ready this time. Is just ready to just convert this to simple combo.
Landing on the chomper there, no harm, no foul, and this is where Vi becomes dangerous. You don't want to stay on the ground with her, as you are going to get caught there. He's coming in, the break, getting some space here. Akali trying to do the heavy work with the defense on point thus far from Dark Shotgun. Getting caught with the Azuna drop though. Be a good opening here as we dash in, getting the 5L. Jinx coming in, saving the day, getting themselves some space again, and this becomes that game you have to play with. How close do you want to get to Jinx? Is now getting caught with the level 3 off of the happy birthday. A lot of damage incoming.
Yeah, that should be a dead Vi, and Akali who's just as close to dying. You can see Shotgun was so prepared for that situation. Again, you're prepared. They were ready for a parry attempt from Kuiper. Let's, nope, I'm ready for that. Let's move on to the next round.
See what we're gonna do here, man. I mean, it's just the movement options we mentioned before. You have to get past Jinx, but getting caught with that 2H, not gonna do it there. Setting up the monkey. This time you are gonna get bounced into it. Rolling back though, in the corner now.
Okay, yeah, Kuiper just switching up the timing right there. Actually, stacking the jabs right there. Going on a combo. Smoke bomb comes out, but unfortunately nothing comes out because Vi is still in the driver's seat of the team. And speaking of which, Dark Shotgun taking their turn back, reads the roll, and it takes out Kuiper's Vi out. Now we're left with just the ninja.
Yeah, we've seen Ali Kuiper in this spot before. You do have the theory this time. A little bit of meter to work with here, but Jinx has just been doing the heavy lifting for Dark Shotgun thus far. I mean, the 2H's now finding the grab here, almost building up that level 3. And we know with Jinx's level 3, man, just so much damage you can pop out at any moment. You know which, Ali Kuiper will be able to get the corner carry here. Still has the Fury.
Ooh, you see that chart? This is a full shimmy across the court right there, but unfortunately does not find his mark. But neither does that grab. And now speaking of which, Shotgun just not taking no chances, cashing out to the bank already. Just delivering the package to Kuiper with no health left in the bank. Now we got Dark Shotgun going up 1-0 already.
Yeah, the Jinx just looking clean, man. We talked about the aerial approaches that Akali has. Vi trying to take to the skies. Unfortunately, got clipped with the 2H too many times there and left Akali up to their own devices right there. Cross up to be 50% off the board early here for this Vi. And Ali Kuiper going to be in a familiar spot here. They actually are going to search for the limit strike instead of just popping out the super as well. Putting themselves in the corner with the handshake tag, breaking them right out. Shoot them if you got them. Last legs now for this Vi early.
Oh yeah, especially that all started at the end with an overhead, and they try to get through the Fishbones, but unfortunately there's already for their U as well. So now Kuiper with the Akali, been looking real strong on him, but unfortunately you can't be hit like that, which is why they must Fury. But again, a little tap to the toe is gonna take some big life out of you.
Yeah, the Akali just constantly behind the 8-ball. I mean, they've been left to their own devices trying to figure things out. The Fury, they really get a chance to show what the Foxfire coming in, looking for the throw. Still not really getting too much mileage off of their Fury either. I mean, just getting comboed for the majority of it. They spent that early in the first round too, so it might come back to fight them here. Just look to the skies for answers, but no one home. 5L opener. Level 3 in their back pocket for Dark Shotgun. Might not be enough to close it out just yet, but you're in a bad spot for Ali Kuiper.
Oh no, especially when you both land like that. Unfortunately, just resets out. Dark Shotgun ready that time, and now they are ready on set points. Out Kuiper looking like they need to find an answer against these two strongest characters over the right.
Actually, trying to use the focus to cover from the face against this Jinx, but just hasn't been working thus far in the parry down for the Akali. Not able to get the running M to come in, but second time's the charm for Dark Shotgun. And I mean, Ali Kuiper, man, just keeps on coming up on the wrong side of these interactions.
I want to see, especially this Akali being on the front, be coming through, but unfortunately, that's not the character taking on the front, but that's okay, because Dark Shotgun finds the Akali on the other side of the screen, decides to take this big chunk. We've seen this combo once, we'll see it twice, and we'll see it 3 times here. Because unfortunately, Kuiper might be losing the Akali right here.
Yep, dead character, and now Vi. Tables have turned. I mean, you are still left to your own character, but at least this time it's the Vi. So you have a little bit more movement on the ground to try to make this comeback. Fury on that one, try to make a miracle happen, but I mean, such a massive lead for Dark Shotgun here. They just continue upon this pressure. You see the delay grab there off of the Fist Bones assist, sending the Jinx right back in, 50% down. Fury coming in. This is the chance Howie Piper needs.
All right, now Piper just trying to dash up and get him, but no. Unfortunately, Darkson ready to throw a back throw once again in the corner. The Fury is going way out. Piper needs to find a way out of here. The parry's a good start, but Dark Shotgun is just running away, knowing they can't catch. But finally, the tip of the kunai catches the toes, but not happening. So now he switches Dark Shotgun to find the zap at the very end. No Super Mega Death Rocket needed, just a simple firework to finish him off.
Yeah, man, I mean, it was just kind of just an uphill climb for Howie Kuiper the entire time. Dark Shotgun played that damn near perfect. The Jinx, I mean, definitely doing the work most of the time. There are a lot of anti-airs coming in, and the mobility options just really didn't get a chance to get started for the Akali nor the Vi, and just constantly just fighting with one character as well was not a good spot for either of those characters. Not exactly the most self-sustaining in the game, so, I mean, just an uphill climb, Rob.
Yeah, no, definitely. Especially you can see the attempts coming in. As I mean, for the air approach, they tried to get it out. Kuiper did. Unfortunately, Dark Shotgun just ready overall for every answer, especially in the situation, the scrambling situations. You just see Dark Shotgun just knew they were just a little bit faster on the reaction, just knew what to do in certain situations, especially in the last bit where it's like, I can just hold back and just win this easy peasy.
And easy peasy it was. We did see Tate earlier get that 2-0, but we are going to see another 2-0 here as Dark Shotgun. Going to be moving forward over in the loser side. They are going to be playing up against Mom 92 over in losers quarters, but fortunately going to be the end of Howie Kuiper's run. I like the idea with the team, so I want to see how that develops with the Vi and the Akali going forward. But next up, we are going to have Unstoppable and Dapper Dinosaur, another NorCal representative with Unstoppable. Fortunately going to have to go against Dapper Dino and that Juggernaut Warwick, so uphill climb to say the least, Rob.
Yeah, definitely indeed. As we got to the point where I've talked about commentating Breakout, talked about Breakout, where it's like, I talk about Dapper Dino like he's the boogeyman. It's like, beware of the Juggernaut Warwick.
Yeah, we'll see how they deal with it here. You saw the Vi and the Jinx. You have some options to kind of stop Warwick in their tracks with the rocket assist and things like that. But, you know, Vi cannot afford to get clipped, especially if you are going to have the Fury and the Bloodlust built up that we've seen Dapper Dino able to pull out of their pocket multiple times. But a great opening here for Unstoppable.
5L, nothing beats that, especially the fastest button in the game. But you get a great start from Unstoppable and actually just goes for the full limit trick, because that does go to the other corner as well. It's like trying to go for the grab, but Dapper's Dinosaur just a little too high for his daughter, as now they're just trying to reset to neutral. That's right, I say that they just jump into it, forcing Dapper Dino to Fury.
Popping the Fury over 50% down, though. You are going to get a little bit back, getting both characters there. And this time you are going to be able to pick up the Vi in the middle of the chaos. And I mean, all that needed to work with, it is going to be a dead character. At this point, it's like, how much Bloodlust can you build? The answer is pretty much all of it, Rob.
Yeah, you can see the little sliver, but a simple button can start getting Unstoppable and get scared of that. Especially because Dapper Dino, just with one bar meter happens, knew to jump through the missile, but Unstoppable ready that time with the anti-air, ready to just jump away. Does not want to deal with, especially with the pillar coming out of Vi.
You can see Dapper Dino just running right at him and trying to get that Bloodlust fully built up here. But this is the key away we were talking about, man. Warwick has to cover the ground against all of these projectiles that Jinx can fill this screen up with right there. Unstoppable getting caught. Not where you want to be. They have the bar meter to work with. You might be able to try to look for the build of the Bloodlust there. They are going to get the anti-air off of the stall in the air. For the maximum spider, no one home. Big time punish from Unstoppable. They look for the overhead reset, and that's going to spell the end of the Warwick. The super on top just to make it a little bit sweeter, but Unstoppable, man. The Jinx playing down perfect to a T against this Juggernaut Warwick.
Yeah, you can see Dapper Dino flop Unstoppable, press a button over there in the air, but unfortunately, Unstoppable ready that time. And speaking of ready, 2H solid starter from Unstoppable here, just ready to start doing the damage, but Dapper Dino catches him on the other side and says, no, we're going back to the center screen, as they just tried. Dapper Dino not letting the pressure let up.
In the throw there as well. 50 down for the Vi. Early Fury here, trying to save as much of that health as possible, is Dapper Dino. They dive on in, catching the Vi once again. We've seen this movie before. It's going to be a dead Vi, but can you close the distance against this Jinx? You are going to come in with the Bloodlust and the level 3.
Yeah, especially because you realize as unstoppable, you're okay with the Vi die, because as long as you have the ground pound support, you're okay. But right now, I think you don't need your little big sis right now. Little sis can take care of it, as Dapper Dino, unfortunately, just taking all this damage, goes on the other side and gets away for him. More traps and chompers.
Not sure if we're gonna have enough to close it out with the Juggernaut scaling. They go for the full thing here with the fireworks. I mean, it's gonna be a guess for game on Wake Up here for Warwick. Not there, the wall bounce included with the super assist. Unstoppable, living up to the name right now.
Oh, that's crazy. Dapper Dino just literally fell into Unstoppable's hands and said, like, get ready to eat the diamonds are forever. So now, Unstoppable, let's see if I can push through. Dapper Dino once again can get in their head and get in their face. As great defense from Unstoppable, just not eating the overhead.
They can't uncheck the young man right there. Now over to the corner. It's hard to pile up damage when you're playing against a Juggernaut character, but Unstoppable's been making it work. Getting caught with the throw there, though. Fury on deck, timely break, 50 down for the Vi, and it's kind of been the bane of Dapper Dino's existence here, just having to deal with the Jinx again. At level 3, if they want to search for the damage, looking for the sandwich. Fury pop now, pressing on their own negative frames with the super, and hey, right back at you says Dapper Dino. Unfortunately, not going to work out for him here. Going to be a full punish for Unstoppable as we head over to the corner.
Unfortunately for Dapper Dino, like you mentioned, Vi just ready for his dad's old tricks happening. As now Dapper Dino just trying to run away. Now they have a more chance. Now that's not the Jinx, but right as I say that, Unstoppable ready for him in the air and just pushes him down. And once more in the air, but no, just a sliver, but a tip to the toes will just take him out.
Yeah, Crater Maker not enough, but no harm, no fouls. We find the 2L, and now Unstoppable on the verge of a 2-0 over Dapper Dinosaur. And it seems like Dapper Dinosaur's old tricks are just not working out for him right now. They haven't had a chance to really get their damage in with the Fury and the Bloodlust paired together that we've seen before.
Now we can see, unfortunately, now Dapper Dinosaur not just getting anything started at all. Now Unstoppable just ready to be the one to play spoiler, just keep them away. But thankfully, Dapper Dinosaur does find an opening right there, finds the low. As we go, slides through Unstoppable, just trying to make Dapper Dinosaur just whip something. But Dapper Dinosaur, once again, just finding the big damage. This is still Juggernaut Warwick.
There's another air throw reset. We've seen him forward a couple of times. The wall playing, able to find the low as well. Should be another dead Vi, but I mean, as I said, we've seen the story. This is the trilogy here. Can you get around everything that Jinx can throw on the board? Fury is on deck for Dapper Dino here, so you have all the chances that you need. Get as well the Bloodlust. Unstoppable gonna have their Fury soon. Jump 8, and the Fury has to come out early. Level 3 on deck for Dapper Dino here. You just need the opening. Swinging at the wrong character, but Unstoppable not able to finish the foot in the plate. They are gonna get the pickup, however. Shoot him if you got him. Fury's still on deck. Dapper Dino not in the worst spot.
Yeah, no, but fortunately, Fury for Fury, as Dappers is just about to run out right now. So now they have to parry all those Pajamas coming in, but guess who's ready to kickflip you in and out? It is Unstoppable. They're so close, they run up and doesn't even need to punch you in the face. Big Sis Vi with the rock behind you will take care of it as Unstoppable moves on and eliminates Dapper Dinosaur from the tournament.
Yeah, just so hard to deal with the super assist as well as the running M right there. So, I mean, you kind of pick your poison at what point you want to try to look for a parry there. But, I mean, very, very interesting to see that Dapper Dino just wasn't able to get around everything that Jinx was throwing at him. I mean, Jinx has kind of been the MVP tonight, man, for multiple teams across the board. But just Dapper Dino wasn't able to get that perfect trifecta they're looking for of having the level 3, the Juggernaut, the Fury and the Bloodlust all together to really eliminate a character really fast. I mean, they were putting a lot of damage on the board and knocking out the Vi early, but just didn't have enough in the tank to deal with the the Jinx whenever they got their hands on them.
Especially because when this kind of matchup is, you think of the Vi as like, you know, as a bonus almost, where it's Vi like, okay, well, Vi is dead, but I still have Vi assist. I can still hit the crit meter. I can still build up the pillar. Just make sure you don't jump in no matter how much you try. Always have projectiles on the ground ready to cover me. So it's really what took Unstoppable to the next round. But unfortunately, Dapper Dinosaur going home tonight. But don't worry, I'm pretty sure we'll see him next week and the weeks after and playing to come. But for now, we're going to move on with the rest of the tournament.
Yeah, we are down to our final 6. Quainty, Tate over in winners finals, and then rounding out losers quarters. Bomb 92, Dark Shotgun, G-Tech, and Unstoppable. So the cream of the crop rising to the top here. I mean, a lot of still interesting team compositions that are left on the board here. In winners finals, we are going to get the full mirror match between those two. So a lot of interesting 2xKOs still left for the night, Rob.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. And I still can't wait to see how much we're gonna go on. I'm already calling now. I think we might be getting a reset just because of how much these games go. And they either go the full ride, or sometimes it goes 0-2. But you know what? That's okay, because sometimes again I feel like we're a little more experimentation, especially the Akali and the other matchups coming up. So I want to see where we're going at. But before we do that, we're gonna hit a quick break for us players and the cast and crew. So make sure we'll be right back after this quick break.
And now.
I love when the good news coming in on a day-to-day. Already know what's handing out, gotta shake the hay. Big moves, big stepper in the right direction. The trick continues, every double use a psychedelic. Journey over accolades, divvy up the maculates and tell them boys to have a day. Give and take, and I love to give. Give and take, and I love to see the bros hitting milestones. Gone, get your shine on, brighter than an iPhone. Screen anybody trying to take a piece of pie home. Try a song, shake a stick or drop them like a pine cone. Conversations about the goals and the gold that I'm seeing. All I hear is low balling digits if I listen to them. No need to counter if it's disrespect. Swam with sharks on how to find my way out fishing nets. Yeah. I see the light at the end. All the juice got me swinging for the fans. Always looking like new Neverland. Sevens every time I put that lever. I love when the good news coming in on a day-to-day. Already know what's handing out, gotta shake the hay. Big moves, big stepper in the right direction. The trip continues, every double use a psychedelic. Journey over accolades, divvy up the maculates and tell them boys to have a day. Give and take, and I love to give. Give and take, and I love to.
Heart on fire! Touch to fire! What do you got?
No time, gotta go. Left out, I'm in my zone. Yeah, you know I keep you quiet like a sleep mode. You can keep on, but I got it now. I found my crowd now. I might just deep, y'all can catch me when I leave out.
If I leave it, then I go. You just think it, but I know. Make it low as I go. Yeah. If I leave it, then I go. You just think it, but I know. Make it low as I go. Yeah. That's how I roll. Yeah. That's how I go. Yeah. That's how I roll. Yeah.
I just thought about it twice and it don't make sense. How you living it like that? You just gotta progress. Is it snowing outside? You just tryna be a flake. Damn. Yeah. Okay, let's go. Said you need a little help. Yeah, I think that is evident. If you think that's easy, then it says a lot about you. When you feel a little slumpy, that's a part of reality. You better gotta let it go before you do something.
If I leave it, then I go. You just think it, but I know. Make it low as I go. Yeah. If I leave it, then I go. You just think it, but I know. Make it low as I go. Yeah. That's how I roll. Yeah. That's how I go. Yeah. That's how I roll. Yeah. If I leave it, then I go.
safe. Soon as we step out the cage, we raising all of the stakes. Make no mistake, either you stay in your place or we putting you on a plate. Look at our face, we put the fear in the dirt. We had to struggle for change, pick up the pace. We put in infinite work, that's why we stay getting paid. Y'all running late, we moving on to the next. You still been stuck in a phase, there's no debate. We draw the line in the sand, we say it straight to your face. They underrate, till we put the team on our back. We took the city to state, what it's gonna take. Another S on our chest, another beat in the grave. We innovate, we always switching it up. They can't predict what we say, come out the cave. They see the blood on our shirt, they see the teeth in the face. They watching tape, still trying to figure us out. They think we came here to play, they sending snakes. They trying to give us a curse, they want us taking the bait. But that's okay, we keep on dodging the bull. We keep on saying Olay, blocking the way. Thinking we flipping reverse, but we keep rushing the gate. Stopping the rain, we know they sit on the throne. It's looking easy to take, we not afraid. We put the fear in their bones, ain't no more running away. They trying to trace, they trying to follow our steps. They trying to copy the wave, boy that's your name. That's why they keep getting curved, you gotta stay in your lane. They wanna claim that we not giving them work, like this is minimum wage. Boys you crazy, why you keep feeding the beast? Now that you open the cage, nobody's safe. Nobody's safe. Nobody's safe. If you come then please don't drop your guard. Nobody's safe. If you come you're messing with a star. One, two, three. Nobody's safe. Yeah, yeah. Nobody's safe. No, I do this for my folks, for my mama and my pops. I don't care if you the cops, anybody could get boxed. If you aiming for my head, then you better take your shot. If you miss, then this fist gon' be cleansing your clock. I don't care if you the press or the feds or an op. If I stretch out these hands, then prepare to get robbed. If your friends said that you had a chance, understand that they probably was meant for your friends. They my fans. I jumped in the ring and I started swinging. Came from the jungles of drunken demons, fighting them off in the Coliseum. Studied and learned how to target weakness. That's why your team will do better beefing with someone else who was probably vegan. Touch me and lose every single finger. Touch me and watch how I turn the scene. Massacre as soon as you have the nerve to try to step to me. I will snatch your turf and matter of fact, scratch that. I will snatch your earth. You tried to breathe to see how the asthma works. We don't compete. I'm not in a class with earth. My boys are down the ball. If I say the word, the team is down the hall. If I call the serve, I snap them best believe that a massacre.
Welcome back, everyone. Hope you got snacks. Hope that nice bathroom break took you care of you. So we got back for the top 6 of 2XKO Hero Breakout at week number 34. I was like, I'm gonna say 34. That is not the correct number. We have been here not that long just yet.
Yeah, a couple weeks away from that one, but we're going to be kicking things off here for the final 6 with Mom 92 and Dark Shotgun. Mom 92, as you mentioned, rocking that peculiar team. You know, people might be saying that's one of the best teams in the game, but it's going to be the Teemo and the Alawi. So going to be interesting to see how they handle neutral against the movement of an Ahri. From playing Teemo for a little bit of time that I did main the character, I kind of had a hard time keeping Vi out of the sky, so it's going to be interesting to see how that one shapes up. But as we were mentioning before the break, our top 6 shaping out. Winners finals could be Quainty and Taint, that Tainty Civil War, as I saw over in chat. Mom 92 and Dark Shotgun. Then rounding out losers quarter is going to be G-Tech and Unstoppable, who has looked unstoppable thus far over on the loser side of our top 8.
Definitely. But before we get to them as well, we still got to round out our loser side, so our winner side can start us. So, like you mentioned before, Mom 92 and Dark Shotgun. Both players have been like, despite the losses that we saw on the stream, they have been really strong overall. Just really, especially Dark Shotgun, just the ability to just, like you mentioned, navigate with that Jinx, just making sure that they are in the driver's seat. Meanwhile, I want to see how Mom 92, because, you know, Teemo's kind of in that spot where, like, they're not really a zoner. They're kind of like the let's step away from a zoner. So, you know, the zoner v zoner thing is not going to be really happening here. But I think that's something that, you know, was intentionally designed. So, you know, you don't just have a better zoner. That you just have options with Teemo, especially in this situation where Mom, she's okay. They're being like, okay, well, in this matchup, I'm not going to use any slingshot shots. Like, there was like 0 points on that badge the first time we saw them. So I really want to see how they're going to navigate this matchup.
Yeah, for Mom 92, it seems like building the badges because kind of isn't their MO. I mean, we saw, I think, mushroom badge get built like one time that we've seen them on stream thus far, so they're not really focusing too much on there, using more of Teemo as a battery. You know, they're throwing things on the screen, they're getting their damage in, but they're not necessarily making them the sole focus of what they want to do as far as building up those badges. So we'll see how that one plays out. But as you mentioned with Ari, definitely you know, as we all, I mean, not all, but most of us agree, top one in the game. They have a lot of different approaches they can deal with here, and a lot of different ways that they can get around the mushrooms and other things that Teemo is going to be throwing at them. It's one thing Mom92 has been kind of leaning on, as you mentioned, not too much slingshot or anything like that. Even dart, we are not seeing too much like of air dart or anything like that to create space. It's just been a lot of just raw mushroom, and then either looking for 2M or an overhead attempt with the different characters. So we'll see how that goes. Also, that tentacle pressure from the Alawi, definitely something that can keep Jinx and Ari under control. But I will say, from the time I was spending experimenting with Teemo, dealing with Jinx is hard to do because they have a lot of projectiles that can counter your own setup. So mushrooms get wiped off the board very fast with the Gatling, with fish bones and things like that. So it might have to be a moment where Mom92 is going to have to turn up the gas with Teemo a little bit and try to close space using the parachute and things like that to really push the issue on offense. But we'll see how it all crumples out. It's going to be losers quarters here, Rob. Let's get into it.
Is one of my goddess's names.
Alright, let's see. Thinking of the Mom's team, I do like how they do lead with Teemo. Like you said, they basically a battery. And then Steve just really set up the things. You can see Dark Shotgun recognizing the situation that's like, well, this is a situation where maybe I should back up, wait for the whip. But if you say that, Mom is actually now swinging up the slingshot in the mushrooms to get their spacing started. But now, right as I say that though, Mom just comes in with the allow to start the damage.
And this has kind of been Mom's game plan this entire time. You just play keep away with Teemo for a tiny bit, rush in with the Alawi, get your damage in, and they've been no stranger to just backdashing here, using the tentacle smack, clearing up some of those projectiles. And I mean, you're not necessarily got to push the issue right there. I mean, even then, just continue to block and use the retreating guard to get away from the run M. Teemo getting clipped a little bit, but no harm, no foul, as the Alawi's still looking healthy. Get up the tentacle once again here. See what the movement's going to be for Dark Shotgun. I mean, just not having a good time closing up the space. They sent out the monkey that time, able to sneak the throw right behind it. Could be the opening they need to get the party started.
You can see that Mom is willing to be extremely patient compared to how much we see them for the rest of the night. So the fact that they're willing to also just change it up and run up to their base is also a good sign that they're just trying to keep Dark Shotgun on their toes. Now Lincoln place in, especially when they're in the corner right now, to take all this damage.
No, you don't.
Take throw option there with the tentacle extension. Dark Shotgun having to break, keep the teams healthy. Level 3 is on deck for Mom. We've seen, you know, Mom not really rely on like the S2 super when they have their opponent in the corner. It's been a lot of level 3s from Mom92 thus far. And speaking of level 3s, have the full nuclear option here coming out from Dark Shotgun, catching the Alawi. Not even the person in the middle of the fight, but man, getting them off the board early here. Teemo now, I mean, it's hard to play keep away when you're at a life deficit here, but we are going to go S1 super and dashing through with the S2 super is Dark Shotgun. What a call there to get away out the darts.
Yeah, you know, Ari's just dancing around those darts as they try to find it, but thankfully Mom does find an opening right there in the situation. Does for the gap, I believe we do have another bar, so we can set up this as well. This should be just enough to kill 6.7. Raise your hands to kill him. Now Dark Shotgun. Seems like they're the ones to get in there just yet.
Yeah, what seemed like a bad spot for Mom92 definitely had the tables turn immediately. The super assist there, getting some more space, but I mean, don't necessarily want space against Teemo, as you do find the air throw there. No rocket launch on top of it. Dashing back in with Teemo here.
Run!
The mushrooms, but they are going to find the air throw coming in. The buzzer beater from Mom92, taking it at the very last moments of the round.
Oh man, we talked about keeping away from Teemo, but in that situation, that's like, man, like when Teemo runs up to you, what do you do, man? You just gotta run for the rat. It's a rat. Okay. Get over. Sick happy birthday from Mom coming. Actually, just going for the full limit streak. Just wants to keep that corner push up so you get the momentum. Dark Shotgun tries to run away, but it's not happening. Now we're in this position. Just want to hold their space. Now Shotgun does find an opening. Now Mom just trying to find their answer. So she's Shotgun is just trying to let Mom whip.
And we'll go back to the mushrooms as well, just trying to get their space here. You see the fish bones. Teemo not afraid to hide behind the burning bush on that one, man. You're playing with a life lead at this point. Alawi getting caught with the back. You're not really too afraid of it. Just because you know when the Alawi comes in, they can't get their damage in. What a check through the air, though, as well. Alawi coming in, trying to look for the second helping here. And both players, I mean, just playing at full screen. It's an absolute food fight. Just throwing things across the cafeteria here.
Yeah, definitely. Fortunately, Dark Shotgun is not a fan of the mushrooms coming out, especially because they're leaving all of them. especially this one super, just to keep themselves safe in that situation. Now is Dark Shotgun just trying to jump in again, the airspace control, knowing that Mom is not allowed to jump in there. The anti-airs on there is a little awkward. So now, right as I say that, now switch over to Dark Shotgun to switch on the Assault. Coming in on the other side as well. There's fish flying through. Dark Shotgun finally takes their turn to get in, finally finds an opening. But Mob does still have to break on deck to keep themselves alive. And now we're back to just jumping over each other and trying to see what we can find.
You can tell Mom is just trying to get Dark Shotgun to come to them to kind of look for a rope-a-dope opening, but not working out from here. Is Dark Shotgun going to be striking blood here? Shoot him if you got him. Not enough to take Alawi off the board, but it's sitting pretty good. The tag out, unfortunately, still getting caught by the fish from there. You know, I mean, back to their own devices. We've seen Mom make this comeback before in the last round. Let's see if they have another one in them.
Okay, we can see now, unfortunately, Shotgun just does not fall to Mom's lap. Just a little too early, too late, especially because now we have 8 seconds left on that clock. Shotgun just probably doing the longest combo they can. On top of it, just, yeah, spend the super as well. Doesn't matter how skilled it is, got plenty of life to just take this into time.
Yeah, it's looking like the first beta here, man. We are running things down on the timer almost all the way through. One round apiece for both of them. And I mean, this is what you kind of expect when you see the Teemo, Jinx, and Ahri on the screen. It's a lot of hit and run, it's a lot of keep away. You want the life lead and trying to make your opponent overextend. Both players, I mean, have been doing it pretty well thus far. See there, Jinx just faking in, looking for the bad guy, see if they can catch a whip punish if they set up the fish bones and the monkey, but it's tough sledding for Alawi in this spot if you are Moms, because you don't have too many options to get around the projectiles. You can nullify them by using the S1 to clear the screen, but when it comes to closing the distance, you can only really run and try to look for a whip punish with the 5M, really.
Yeah, unfortunately, now we're playing this bullet hell game in the middle of Mom, the field, but thankfully Mom finally does get an opening on there. Just put in the corner, so Dark Shotgun just rolls away, trying to get out of the corner, now turning that into their own pressure. It's their turn to keep Mom at bay as they're trying, Dark Shotgun trying to bait something and end up finding it. So now Mom, again, like you mentioned, just in the situation where they just have to try to run at him, but falls in between the two characters.
Watching Teemo just hit the ejectocito and getting the hell out of there is actually hilarious. But I mean, once again, man, this Alawi just continuing to get abused. We saw it in both rounds this part. The Alawi is off the board and Teemo is fighting with such little time left on the board. This right now with 54 seconds, I mean, it's going to be tough slitting for Mom here, especially with the break in Dark Shotgun's pocket. Any hit is probably going to be broken immediately. You want to continue to play with almost a double life lead.
Now you can see them just holding back. Now Mom finally finds their way, runs all the way to them, but again pulls the break out of their pocket. The double rocket not finding his mark. That is not the Void character. And now Dark Shotgun again just running away, knowing they have literally basically a full health bar ahead of Dark Shotgun. Mom, but finally raises it though. Mom tries to turn the tides right now.
Tough spot there with just Teemo. You have to look for the limit strike. Saw the mushroom. There might have been a button press. It's going to be the wake up level 3 attempt from Dark Shotgun. It is going to be blocked. It is a lot of chip damage. Now Mom 92 with that Fury in their pocket to make things happen with Teemo here. You are going to have to push the issue, getting caught with the forward throw. Fury, 15 seconds on the clock here. You're going to have to make things happen, but it's going to be keep away time for Dark Shotgun. I think this one might be hitting 0 on the clock, Rob, unless...
Oh, Mom just had to find a big opening. That is a big opening, but no, they drop it. Wolf goes on the other side of Dark Shotgun and finishes off. Oh my God, Mom takes it back.
Hey, cloud your future. Teemo wins.
Shades of Steph Curry with the absolute buzzer beaters from long range. Mom 92 continuing to pull the rabbit out of their hat with just seconds on the clock and stealing another round away from Dark Shotgun. That's got to be so demoralizing for Dark Shotgun. You're playing so clean the entire time. You have about a character and a half of health lead on top of the Teemo, but because of that Fury, you're just able to close the distance there, and you saw the dash under for the side swap as well, opening things up with the 5L. I mean, what a comeback there from Mom. That's 2 times we've seen that already, and now with that 1-game lead, it's an uphill climb for Dark Shotgun.
Oh man, I'm happy you took over that, man. I actually was speechless. I was pounding my heart trying to reset it right there. And now we see Mom just rocking with that momentum. Gets a solid, clean opening there to push them to the corner. Reads the roll, just push them back. But now, unfortunately, Dark Shotgun not getting to the corner. Now Dark Shotgun getting their own footing and pushing the corner, trying to keep themselves afloat.
Question for Dark Shotgun now, man. You've seen victory stolen from you right at the very end 2 different times now. how much are you going to push the issue? And right now, it's a lot. But, I mean, Mom 92 has not been phased by losing their Alawi first.
Oh, yeah. You can see this. We've seen this movie plenty of times, just trying to keep it in the back. Now, Mom just pulling out the team, especially because the Alawi just a little bit of health over there. One simple hit could turn the tide, so making sure. Now again, this is the thing we've just been waiting for, just hold it back. And I can see now Shotgun already trying to push the agenda, but no. Now Mom finally has opening, but again, blocking the point character, not getting any openings just yet.
And the air mobility to get out of the way of the tentacle. Dark Shotgun. Oh, I was going to say, able to take the Alawi off the board. The break is going to be spent from Mom 92. They're not going to save it for the Fury. Interesting call there. Emo going to have to do this the old-fashioned way. The already get the pizza cutter. No combo off of it. You saw the air throw attempt here. Now with the break on top of it, I mean, I would say it's an insurmountable climb, man, but we've seen Mom 92 in these positions. Don't know if they're going to get a chance here with all of this meter built up. Osei, can you see the light so bright? Not able to get the combo off of it. Mom 92 is still alive.
Right now, yeah, hits the eject button into a whole sandwich of damage over there. Now Shotgun with the break on deck. Now Mom still has half, a little under a half just yet. So maybe trying to get it. But again, solid opening from Mom, just trying to call out Shotgun, just trying to run up. And it's like, no, I'm still playing Alawi. I'm still going to do all this damage ahead. A solid grab with the tentacle on deck, literally, to force Dark Shotgun to break there.
Trying to save the Ari. They need that for the long sledding here, but Mom 92, I mean, for the first time I think we've seen this far, having such a great opening with Alawi, but they've been willing to sacrifice the character here. I mean, they're getting down for the brawl this time. Launched by the Ari here. That's something to work with. We are going to go Orange Super to get the corner carry route here.
Okay. Now we do trade. Now Mom probably not going to spend this, unfortunately. They do go away with a sliver health, though. Stays alive, keeps himself great hit on the air to convert to a full combo. We got Team on deck to switch out. Now it's their turn to keep going. Sends out the dart. Wait, we got a tentacle on deck. Hold on. Okay, just resets it. Gets out of there just in time. Tries to go to the Ari, but the pizza cutter on deck, ready with his Scrooge McDuck pogo stick to get for a full combo.
With the S1, it's going to be a dead Ari here. Mom on the verge. Trying this one round apiece, and Emo full health here. Jink's going to have to do a lot of work using the zap. Going home on that one. And right now, I mean, if you're Mom, you're just playing hit and run at this point. Needing a little bit of the chip damage from the super assist, but I mean, you're more than willing to run out the clock here.
Oh yeah, definitely, especially because you can see Mom just again holding back, just keeping the parachute, just trying to keep an eye on them. Now Shotgun just trying to get in as much as they can, trying to set up. They knew if they were holding their time, they'd set up the whole gambit, but Mom is ready to set up on their own, but a little too cheeky on that. Now the light goes down, but again, we can see the Teemo is just going to play some hit and run, but mostly on the run, as they're just setting up shrooms. It's looking like actual League of Legends out here.
25 seconds on the clock, caught with his after air, still able to get the extension. 5H, almost having Fury, setting up the Monkey a lot of pressure here. Fury on the side of Mom 92 as well. Super just coming in, they death under again to get the 5M. To be the opening here. Fury pop for the side of Dark Shotgun. They have a small life lead with that great health coming back.
No way!
Fury pop from Mom 92, trying to get the health back, getting caught out of the air with the Teemo S1 Super Fury on top. Scaling a little too hard, the clock hitting 0 again. Mom 92 abusing all the resources, including the timer.
Oh my god, that was so smart on a Mom. They realized that it's like, okay, even if I don't need to get this kill, they popped the rage over there just to make sure they get the health lead. But didn't need anyway because they kill him off just enough. So now they gotta go. Dark Shotguns gotta make a big comeback, otherwise they're losing right now. But Mom is not gonna make it easy.
Go up here, wake up attack, giving himself some space, look at the down S1, matching the Jinx here, getting a bit of damage in a bad spot with that tentacle on deck. Plus frames, on plus frames, you can only block for so long as the 5M. Gonna put Ari into the air here, all the meter in the world to work with, gonna be one character down, and now Jinx gonna have to make it happen as Mom is sitting on set point here.
And we talked about, okay, losing the Alawi, but what about the Alawi taking over this whole thing right now? Big win punish off of that. We got both characters on deck. Teemo is ready as well. This is gonna hurt so much, and Dark Shotgun just so close to that Fury, but it's not ready just yet.
He's gonna super there, the Fury gonna clear that out. A lot of that great health back, getting caught with the wreck of there. Now the projectile, so much pressure to hold, trying to go over the top. Winking back, Noah home with punish on the setup of the monkey. 5M, dispelled disaster, and the M stands for Mom 92. Be a 2-0 win in buzzer beater after buzzer beater fashion over Dark Shotgun.
Oh man, Mom knows best and knows how to wait for best for last right there. You can see, I cannot wait to see the replays on this game because Mom just really, the patience from both these players coming out, but Mom just really being able to just hold on to the very last second and recognize certain situations where it's like, okay, if I have to be in this situation, then I basically have to be the most patient in my life, especially when I get a big hit and cross under you while you're blocking the other side is crazy stuff.
Yeah, sometimes you just have to do the math, man. Long-term investments, being able to use their theory, I mean, to its fullest potential. We talked about those buzzer beaters over and over, closing things out at the very end of the round. As you mentioned right there as well, popping the Fury, knowing they're going to get their gray health back. Even if this combo didn't land and they didn't like officially close things out right there with the super, it was so smart to make sure that they were playing the numbers game and able to build up more gray health in their opponent.
Yeah, you can see Dark Shotgun even mentioning themselves. Unfortunately, just throwing a trap at the very end. Mom just mixing them up, and that's why they're going 2-0. So we see Dark Shotgun leave the tournament, but doesn't mean hopefully we'll see you next week and the week after as well. This Breakout will be here every week for you guys.
Yeah, definitely the most entertaining match of the night with the way those rounds were ending there. But Mom 92 going to be heading over to losers semi-finals, meaning up next we're going to have G-Tech and Unstoppable in losers quarters. Winner of this one going to be facing Mom 92 as we mentioned. But man, that was a great set. They've been 2-0s that we've been seeing in top 8 thus far. But, you know, not to sound like the local 0-2 or... They're 2-0s, but they were close. They were close.
My favorite of the 0-2 is like, the score doesn't tell the whole story, man. It doesn't tell the whole story. I got rounds. They were close. Oh man, speaking of close, I think we might be expecting, we've been seeing the 0-2s, but I think truly they don't tell the whole story, especially with these two coming up. We got, I'll say, we got some real slobber knockers coming out here between these two. These are going to be, we talk about G-Tech all night about the double down team, just to really to kill you. Meanwhile, we got Unstoppable and Ari with Vi, just to be really mobile and just be like, I'm going to try to get around you as much as possible and kill you like that.
And if you guys are liking what you're seeing, before we get into this match, use the exclamation point Match Arena. There are still 4 codes left to claim to add to this prize pool. And if you want to donate directly, you know what I mean, go ahead and drop a little something in there. If all codes do get claimed before this tournament ends, I'm going to throw a little something in there. I'm going to throw a little something. Let's see those 4 codes get claimed as we get into our next match. It's going to be that Darius and Bronx double down we've been seeing from G-Tech. And Unstoppable with the Jinx and the Vi, 2 times assist on this one. So going to be eating up a lot of that armor if you are going to be able to 2 times assist with the rocket assist from Jinx, but we'll see how things get handled in neutral as we're getting twirly right off the rip here. A lot of lights being thrown out from Unstoppable with their Vi.
Definitely. We mentioned before, it's their best, but might as well do it right, especially because when you got a character just jumping around, you want to get them out of there as much as possible. Especially because when you shoot me, you got him to turn press him on it, but they got the parries ready, but not for the Darius back there. So now, fortunately, your Braum with orange health is going against the big health Jinx, and they're already down. We are just started the round, non-factor.
Yeah, I mean, Vi Jinx is so anti-Braum Darius. Not only are you dealing with the projectiles, but you're dealing with the movement as well, being able to dash through with the full work, and then throwing the 2x assist behind it. I mean, it's a lot of blocking you got to do with those 2 big bodies. So Unstoppable right now, man, is once again living up to the name. G-Tech is not able to get their hands on him. You saw a lot of 5M attempts there from the Darius, but still just not able to land a clean hit and really get the damage in.
Oh my god, Unstoppable with their namesake, just they keep running at him. Thankfully, G-Tech does have the break just right before him as Unstoppable pressed that. So now they have to fight their way out. G-Tech now okay. Now they just push through. Probably cash out, get the frost ready as they're trying to find a way, but Unstoppable, just every reversal, every option to keep you shocked and awed right there. As it actually goes for the other side as G-Tech jumps again. Unstoppable ready with the fireball to catch you out, jumping on themselves, ready to cash out this damage.
Ruthless aggression the entire way. You think Vi's a fast character, man. Unstoppable is definitely putting that to work here. Darius not having a chance to even fight back at this point. Could be the limit strike there, building up the meter. Could be one more guess you can afford to get clipped. Don't grab the VR G-Tech directly into the playmaker. And Unstoppable gonna take this 1 game lead very quickly.
Oh man, stop the timer on there. I think that was a total of actually basically a minute per round there. We were really going unstoppable, just wanting to get to the winner semis ASAP, but G-Tech has got to find a way. But unfortunately, getting hit on the other side is not a great start. Okay. Now we got a big block from Unstoppable. They are truly keeping their namesake going as G-Tech is just trying to run away as now the Jinx is turning to get ready and up in your face. They try to get away. It opens up with the Crane Maker, not happening. They're just getting away. And G-Tech just keeps trying to fight in the air, but Unstoppable is ready to meet them at the ground and say, it is still my turn.
It's just the speed that Unstoppable was playing at, man. Even with all of these lights, whether it be 5L or 2L, there's just so much to deal with. You see the dash there with the footwork, another 2L opening. I mean, it's definitely opening that scales, but I mean, if you continue just to land these supers over and over, even with this extra health these big characters get, it's not enough to weather the storm.
I can see the part of Unstoppable's plan is to get the Vi out, trying to cover her sister, and now on the other side of the Braum, it's another Vi combo just going in, and we are just fully cashing out the level 3 Unstoppable, and to said point, they want to get Fight Bomb ASAP.
One round away from closing this bad boy out. I mean, Unstoppable, as we talked about, it's just the speed that they're playing. There's just so many lights being peppered, and G-Tech hasn't tried to really just look for a parry in any of these strings, and just charging on in there. Bionic Arm. Arya's trying to fight back. Jinx saving the day, though, with the break, and now back in a world of hurt. Tower defense being running back in, 5M. Not even worried about how much meter is really on the board here, because it's just opening after opening. More 2Ls to open things up. Fully charged again. Take another limit strike. Actually, if you go into Crater Maker, we're taking our damage, Rob.
We are taking a cash hit to the bank. Actually, Foley is expecting a wake up. Oh my god, they just do it again anyway. They keep jumping over Braum straight to Darius and says, like, you are going away, sir.
Best defense is the best offense. Oh, look for the command grab reset right there. Not sure if it's an input error, but either way, G-Tech not in a bad spot. You are going to have to build up the Fury. Fully charged, but walk right into it.
Now G-Tech does have the Fury, but they just can't get hit right now. Otherwise, you know that Unstoppable will just cash out everything right now. Unstoppable with that knowledge is willing to wait. They know the dash shoot just a little too early, too late. But in this case, they got Jinx ready to finish the job with Vistar and Unstoppable with a very, very fast 2-0 over G-Tech. Man, that was pretty fast. It's pretty fast, man. Acme versus Coyotes coming out real soon, so we're gonna see. We're gonna be seeing that right now.
Yeah, Unstoppable definitely got themselves a little fast track pass right there and using it, getting past into our losers semis. I mean, G-Tech right there just not really having a chance to make anything happen. I mean, we saw a couple of 5Ms get fished out, man, but unfortunately the quicker button is winning, and Unstoppable going to be heading over to losers semis for a battle 92.
Yeah, I can see a lot of these situations. They're just jumping into G-Tech's face, excuse me, as they're like, okay, you're jumping on the shield. I am also jumping the shield. I'm ready for that. But they were like, oh, you know what? I am. But guess what? I still have the faster button. Just really taking advantage of the fact that Vi has the fastest buttons in the game. Just really just pushing it through. Like I said, from there, it was just a lot of scrambles, or even not scrambles, all planned from them, and just saying, like, I am here, ready, and like, I'm going to get you.
Yeah, so now down to our final four, going to be Quainty and Tay over in winners, and as we mentioned, Mom 92 and Unstoppable losers semi-final. So still anyone's tournament here, but there are two absolute dogs in winners finals, Rob.
The Quainty battles we said, it's coming up right now. This is gonna be interesting. I feel like sometimes when you have these kind of mirror matches on screen, you just need to bet on it. It's like, I wish they were sharing colors, because God, if I old school just fight for your color, like nah, I'm rocking color 4. It's mine now.
Yeah, you got to fight for the costume, man. Even though you spent money on it, you know, I mean, you can't use the costume anymore. But we're gonna be getting directly into our winners finals match. Quainty and Taint, as we saw in chat, the Tainty Civil War, Yasuo Blitz both ways, freestyle on both sides. The perfect mirror match, Rob.
Definitely gonna get a little bit of fun with some little top tiers over there. now we're seeing it out. That's Tate's turn just to get started on here. Now you can see he catches them out. Now we go to the blitz from Quintity. Just tries to run away, but just a little too early, too late. They try to parry in response, but unfortunately, Quintity is ready this time. No break coming out till just now, and now we are going to see. I like how they're just swinging at each other, making sure that they do not want to give them an inch, especially as Quintity just trying to finish off this Yasuo over here.
Yeah, man, it's the same thing like I said. They know that, they know that, they know who's gonna know more. The parry there, running back in,
oh my
but
God.
in return, anything you can do. You can do a little bit better as we go back to another parry. They know each other's moves, Rob. They know each other's moves.
Oh my God, it's like looking in a mirror. They know, they are ready. They knew that they're gonna roll out and jump out there as Tate just crawling takes care of them right here now. Quainty, excuse me, is ready with the Yasuo on deck. Just ready. They feel pretty confident to make sure they get rid of these both characters. Let's start with the Blitzcrank, the support. That's what it's the rule of League of Legends, man. You gotta take out the support first as we do the full extended combo to set up in the corner.
Level 3 now on deck. I don't know if to close out the Blitzcrank just yet, but I mean, that Yasuo hooking. Blitzcrank finds the opening though. Looking solid here, full extension, over to the corner, finds the drop there, the launch.
Fakes the Fury, does find the opening, full dash out, tries to be cheeky for a reset grab, but unfortunately not happening. But with Quincy with just so little health will eat the chip right there as Tate just takes the first round.
First round there, Tate fighting the better of it. Been similar openings we've been seeing this far, the JH landing there. Fortunately, able to make anything happen with it for Quincy. They're sitting on the side of Tate here, and they're going to get their damage in nice and early, about 50% down here. For the reset with the air purifier, another parry coming in to M starter. Yasuo getting hit, but it's not the main character. Not going to work out there. Quincy will be losing their Blitzcrank with the S1 Super.
Great recognition out of Tate. Like you mentioned, that's not the character you want to be fighting. It's like, wait, you're in the air. 2H, thank you very much. As we go through right now, as Tate is trying to grab him, recognizing he's trying to jump away literally. As again, the DP and the assist to call him out to help out his best friend Yasuo. As we do a huge combo onto Quincy. As they don't have the gear just yet, but they get reset into the grab, into the super. First game.
Yeah, look for the reset there. No harm, no foul. The S1 to close it out. It's got to be so tough when you're fighting against your same character and all 4 characters on the screen. It turns like that Rush Hour clip, and it's like, which one of y'all hit me? Which one of y'all did that?
Oh, man. That's why the skins are for, man. That's why you fight for your color, otherwise you don't know. Thankfully, Quinty rocking with the black and gold with a solid combo onto the pink Yasuo over there. They're trying to keep it simple. The sandwich has started, initiated, and it's looking really good for Tate unless Quinty will burst out break near, but he does it too early in the air. But it doesn't matter. Drop package Blitzcrank is ready for that and to parry the grab right there, but it's not finding its mark as we just reset it to neutral.
Yeah, we've been seeing these rocket punches get carried time and time again. Get the grab there. They get the full launch. Should be Blitzcrank off the board here. Barring a drop. Tate right now. Looking better with the crank. Into the S1 Super. Gonna get the buff. Steam fully up. Yasuo full health though.
All right, yeah. Let's see. Quinty just jumps into Tate's arms as well, and Tate knows the situation well and dandy. As unfortunately, they do drop it, though, going for a full tag. Just say, wait, let me try that again. All right, but Quinty just trying to find their way out of the sandwich with something that he's too familiar with and getting a taste of his own medicine right now.
Unfortunately, cannot block forever here. S1 Super enough to close it out. Tate on the verge of the second of the game. First game. I got confused.
Yeah, man, these games are going too fast, man. I get it. They're the same character, too. I don't know what's going on.
I'm seeing double.
Yeah, man, what is that? 4 of them? That's crazy. 2x scale? 4x scale.
Okay. Launch here, though. It's a knockdown. Still has meter to work with. I mean, it's kind of a reverse opening. We've been seeing Quincy lose their Blitzcrank, but right now Tate on the verge of losing their machine. Just a reset there with an air grab. Full frog splash downward. The 5-hitter quitter. Now Yasuo left alone.
All right. Now we can see this right here. As Quinty is getting hit right there. Now Tate, unfortunately, just keep it simple. The Fury is possibly on deck. It's coming close as Quincy just trying to find their way in, but Tate is swinging to keep him out. Finally finds the opening, forcing Tate to Fury right here as they go for the dash. It catches him. It is a happy birthday to Quincy. Not break until the air catches him with the heel of his foot once again, and now Tate has taken all this in the air, but again it drops right into Quincy's arms and Tate's arms and says, "No, it's my turn." Now we are getting the samurai battle we believe we were supposed to have. Oh my God! Okay. Oh man, what a grab from Tate. Not taking any chances. Level 1 into level 2. This should be it. And if not, it's gonna be a sliver of health left. Oh my God. Quincy has nothing on deck. And he's got no characters left. Now Tate just tying up this set. Oh my God. I am dying. My heart needs to be reset. That Torino codes need to be got. Just throwing that in there. All right, get back in. Quincy now getting in with a solid opening there. We're just trading hits back and forth, and it's being trading here as well, but unfortunately, Blitzcrank is on the side of the screen. They're not going to have it. Like this, he again not finding it smart. So now are trying to keep themselves in the air. The ground is being taken over by Quincy's own Blitzcrank as they get full combo. They got both the bars on deck for a simple kill onto this Yasuo. Alright, you can see now, it's like they are fighting in the air. That was a wrecking ball out of Quincy, but not happening. Now Tate with a big burner on that. Look at the damage. Tries to go for a reset onto the grab. But again, these Blitzcrank players, we know, man. We know what's up. We know we're trying to do it. So we go into it now again. Jumping for your life. Jump rope with your enemy. And now Quincy, you gotta find out what to do. No! Another grab. Tries to open up. Not happening. This just out of range. Finding up Quincy. It's just in front of Tate's face. So to eat that. Now they are on set for it. Unless Quincy finds a way right now.
Looking for that perfect 3-0. Rob with the 5L. Wake up there. Was a happy birthday. Forced to use that break to keep both characters healthy. Wrecking ball in the sky. They got caught with a 2H. Trading body for bodies there. I'm not sure how Blitzcrank ended up in the sky, man, but I'm pretty sure that Quincy's gonna be taking that one.
Oh yeah, we're gonna take that big punish and taking Tate's break out of that. And now with the parry, seeing the Blitzcrank and the Yasuo for good measure as well. The Blitzcrank hits like a truck because he's built like one, and this is gonna do all the damage in the world for a whole reset.
Another ground bounce on that one. The tag launcher, they dropped it. Huge opening for Tate here. Another drop. They look for the parry attempt there. A lot of meter to work with. Quincy coming alive now. They build up 2 bars. Might look for the limit strike here. Tag launcher, charge H. He's on the ground. They look for the command throw. Quincy just gonna hold up.
A little tricky trying to throw it right there, but thankfully, the chance to take out the Yasuo, but that's not Yasuo, that's Blitzcrank, and that's your Yasuo taking out Quincy, showing some life right now.
I'm gonna make sure they avoid this 3-0 sweep. It's gonna happen here. Another great opening for Tate here. Yasuo in dire straits. Break, keeping him healthy, dashing through, handshake tag, gets the air throw, launch.
Life is showing and slow and good right now. Okay, forcing Tate to break right now. Our last game of this round, last round of this game right now. He's just trying to finish off the Yasuo, pulls him in. It does go for right there. Little delay right there does finish him off. And now Tate's gonna Blitzcrank left, but you know whose Blitzcrank is working? It's Quincy on the other side. He's doing all this damage. The sandwich in the corner pressure. The full 2L dance tap. Trying to call him out, and Quincy does hold him out, but counter grabs him in the air. We are swinging and we are grabbing.
Avoids the 3-0 there. Quincy on the board. But all the tricks, you saw that 5L pressure, or the 2L pressure right there, man. You're getting a little style on the way out, but right now trying to fend off this 3-game from Tate. Still looking solid this far, though. I mean, it's been body for body as we see another great opening there. Full frog splash with the charge J2H. Takes a knockdown, finds a command throw as well. Yasuo in a bad spot. Not where you want to be early as the Wrecking Ball comes in, able to puppet Yasuo. Still staying alive, barely for Tate. They tack him back in.
Wow, unfortunately for Tate, the Blitzcrank does not, takes over Yasuo and he's still alive, but unfortunately he's still alive. But right as I say that though, finds the opening, goes like, no man, Yasuo needs to get back in and do all this damage. But I believe we should be switching out real soon for Tag Launcher, yes indeed. This is a big damage, actually just goes to 5L. People to reset, tries to parry something coming out, but there's nothing coming at your face, man. And now we're going for a big damage on the other side of the screen.
So much meter to work with. They have the level 3. Not even gonna have to look for a reset here. Should be enough with the S1 super at the end of this. Actually gonna tag in the Yasuo to do the dirty work. No super needed. Now 2 full level 3s. Tate with the Yasuo. Dash through. Gonna be able to take this Yasuo off the board early. No break in sight just yet, but a fully stocked Blitzcrank. Gonna be staring right at you. Can Tate make it happen?
Alright. Keep it simple. Just one button. Again, ready with the air. Slicing and dicing. Does find the big hit. With Blitzcrank in front of him. Yasuo still finds a way to go down. And now Quinty showing some life. Tate. See if they can try to close this out right now before Quinty gets all this momentum.
There's Yasuo in a bad spot again. Full extension. Limit strike. What do you guys are going to be? Last time we saw command throw, they delayed the 2L there. Great defense from the side of Tate. And now the opening. Break early. The Blitzcrank healthy. We've seen the puppet again. Wrecking Ball crew coming in. They tried the fade away L in the air. Not going to work out. No harm, no foul though. No full combo. And we are just shaking hands like it's a business meeting, Rob.
Too comfy at this business meeting. Has a big hug, leads into a big combo right here. Forcing Tate to break right now. And with a parry on deck, they're going to try to take care of the Yasuo. But again, that is not the main character happening right now. And now with that mistake, unfortunately, Tate can take a big chunk out of Quinty.
We're getting optimal with it. Full steam ahead. Walking back. Getting caught in with the rocket grab. Dashing over. They look for another jump L. Parry, though, to break it up to 2M, but you're hitting the wrong character.
Finish it off right there, but you know what? Finish off a solid level 3 rod to the face. And say like, oh man, hit the eject button, hit the emergency button. We're keeping it strong over here. Let's take a full 50% out of Tate as Quinty is just trying to find the big opening he needs. And with that distraction of the Wrecking Ball, he finds it right here.
Fire straight right now for Tate. Big time damage for Quinty. They have the level 3. They go directly into it. Not quite enough to close it out. So we have to spend all the meter here, but Quinty now on the verge of tying this up 2-2 if Tate cannot act fast. Less than 50% left on their Yasuo.
Battles initiated right now, but with a simple grab like that, it's possible assist and parry. Quinty on the other side, right there. And now in the air, catches him trying to fly out of there. Quinty ties up the set.
These guys are living up to the script, man. They're in cahoots. They're in cahoots. It has to go final game between these two. 2 games apiece, as close as you could want it. Nothing's got to give, though. First 3 for the right to go into grand finals. Looking for the parry there. Big time 5M opener. Quinty, though, not able to get the juggle in the air. They look for the 2M. It's whiffed. Right back in return, says Tate. The swaggy Blitzcrank combo all the way to the air. No S1, though. Just going to take the knockdown into another command throw.
Okay, yeah, Quinty not dealing with that anymore. Wakes up his actions, get him out of that situation. As far as the sale though, Tate just run at him. Now Tate just actually running fully at him as Quinty tries to get him off before the break out of the once again. Now Tate is trying to run away, but who is ready on the other side? What is Quinty's own Yasuo dashing with the opposite blade? And now, again, we try to go for it, but Tate is always not afraid to just wake up grab.
If it's working, just keep on doing it. Tate trying to dash through there. Reversal attack, gets the pull. Full sandwich there. Blitzcrank gonna be able to take him over to the corner here, but you have the super in your pocket. Gonna be enough to take out this Yasuo. Now, just the Blitzcrank alone against 2 characters. 3 bars of meter, though. You can make something happen. 2H off the rip. Full juggle. Over to the corner we go. You should be able to take out the Yasuo here with the S1 super, and they will. Crank v Crank, Rob.
Chat's cranking her right now. We got a big crank off happening as we go. He actually cranks first and actually grabs him with the steam on deck. And for good measure, pops the super as Tate is now once again at set point.
Sometimes your opponent just cranks a little harder than you. Now Tate on set point here. Can Quainty live up to the script and even this thing out? The parry there, dashing through, not quick enough to catch the Blitzcrank, but they are going to dash through. 2L opening, break early here, not wanting to hold that damage. They saved the Blitzcrank last time. They're going to save him again in return. Quainty, another break, running in the 5M, beating the attempt at the rocket grab.
What you see these guys are swinging at each other, just trying to finish it off right now, especially Tate. They know they can smell grand finals from here, but Quainty's not making it easy. Another big pickup right there. We've seen this from both sides of the screen and from both competitors, and we now go for the full combo setup as well. Unfortunately, the mix-up and Luisa not having this time, and neither is that grab to your face. Now Tate just wants to finish off this. We do should get the level 3 on deck, but I want to see if they actually catch this out or just go for the combo. And she goes for the reset, and it does work!
Ambiguous mix there with the command throw, able to get the extension with the Yasuo as well, and that's going to be all she wrote for Blitzcrank. The Yasuo solo here. You are going to build up to level 3. You have a lot of meter to work with a super assist. See if they're going to have a chance to use it. The Fury still on deck for Quainty now. They're popping it nice and early. Not off the board just yet, but the 5L going to take Yasuo over to the skies. Both on deck for both players. They are going to rip it out. You knew it was only a matter of time. It's going to be so much damage on the board. Quainty is still inside Fury, though. Has a chance to be alive. Survey says you are dead. And we're going to be going to... Actually, never mind. Let's go to final game, final round. But it's going to be Tate taking it 3-team.
Oh, man. You mentioned it at the start of the night, and I'm happy to say it still rings true. Like I said, that Blitzcrank is a ticking time bomb, and I'm happy to say it explodes in Tate's favor right there. All I can say is GG's, and I can see that even Tate's in disbelief of how much that killed. We all are, man. We all are.
Yeah, I mean that's like one of the funniest things about 2xKO is that unlike other games when you do see like a level 3 cinematic come out or something, you're not seeing the health bar when it's happening. So sometimes the mystery literally is a mystery, but once again Tate just not afraid to bust out this level 3. But Rob, the entire set, I mean, as close as you could possibly want it in a mirror match. It's literally down a mirror match to the fuse completely, but both players, man, were just showing off some mixes that I really haven't seen displayed too much outside of these two players in particular. But it was command throw on command throw, launch into launch, an optimal Blitzcrank combo into optimal Blitzcrank combo.
You really saw how these players really weren't afraid to do like the crazy stuff. You can see a lot of like being cool ballsy, essentially, just like running up and grabbing or walking up and grabbing in some case with a long hold on the grab. To really just see that, like, you know what? No, I have to do something crazy because you know that I know, but do you know that I know?
Hey, either way, man, I don't know. The only thing I know for sure that Tate's going to be going over into our grand finals in that back and forth match. It's going to be Quainty sent over to losers finals, waiting the victor between Mom 92 and Unstoppable. So, man, it's murderer's row in those two final spots that Mom 92 and Unstoppable are going to be going against if whichever one wins. But speaking of which, we are going to be moving over to our losers semifinals, as I like to call it, the most volatile match of the night, because it is the last first of two between Mom 92 and Unstoppable. That Timo Alawi has been looking solid, but so has Unstoppable's relentless pressure with their Vi.
Definitely. I can see like the battle of the strategists kind of saying we saw Unstoppable just rush through their last match, just really want it over as soon as possible. Meanwhile, Mom 92 was able to hold back and understand situations where they decide to be the defensive, be the wall, when then turn on when it needs. So maybe that might be playing this time around, especially if Non-Stoppable decides to just hit gear 5 and just go for it, you know?
Yeah, we'll see how things crumble with this one. But before we do, I want to remind you guys one more time, hit that exclamation point, Matcherino, tell your friend to tell a friend. There are 4 codes left to claim, and as I mentioned before, I'll throw a little something into the prize pool if we do get those 4 codes claimed before the stream ends. So I only got 4 of them left before I juice the prize pool up just a tiny bit more. So go ahead and fill out those codes using exclamation point, Matcherino. Thank you, Rob, for throwing that down there. If you guys haven't yet either, if you're liking the action you see and you haven't watched Breakout series before, do hit that follow button over on Twitch. Hit that subscribe if you're feeling kind, and also on YouTube if you're watching on that side. Hit the subscribe button, because not only are the tournaments ran live on there, but the VODs do stay up. So if you want to watch things over, after things end, you want to watch your matches, or if you want just want to be entertained, want something to fall asleep to, go ahead and subscribe over on YouTube.
And meantime, you also follow us on all the socials, on Twitter, on Facebook, on Instagram, whatever. You know, your mom can follow us too, you know. Like, we got a mom here right now following us, so make sure you come by and say hi and enjoy the games as well as we get this load up as well. As again, oh, we got 2 codes left. Thank you, Tate, for mentioning that as well. We got folks getting in and ready for, like, see if these folks can get, you know, feed their kids, feed their pets, you know, feed their significant others, see what we got in the bank for them. We got something real close coming up to a full meal for them.
Yeah, $22 is like 3 gallons of gas these days, man. Come on. you can travel like 90 miles with that.
Oh man,
please do. Please grab these last 2 codes.
All right, we're getting word from staff that they get something a little better. All right, calm down out there. We're from SoCal, man. We don't got many options out here. Hey, man, at least we're SoCal. We're the cheaper parts of California.
Yeah, the cheap part. Gas is only like $5.50 over here, bro. Like,
That's
we're
only
cheap.
$5.50.
We're cheap.
We're cheap out here, man. We live by the highway. That's all we got. All right, we're getting it right now. We're getting real close to it. You can see, I really want to see, we touched on it, but I want to see if actually Mom will be able to decide to be more aggressive this time, match the aggression, or maybe this time they'll just see how much, or maybe see if Bubble is going to be the one to actually hold back this time.
See how this goes here. As we mentioned, there's just so many different things you can throw to kind of negate Teemo's mushrooms. Kind of what Mom 92 is relying on. Not too much of the dart as we talked about before. So going to be interesting to see how things play out here. We're going to have those answers short enough. Going to be the last first two of the night. Let's get into it, Rob.
Let's get to it indeed as we soon find out. Gomez is just trying to play the air game as we mentioned before. So this time, Mom is just throwing out the allow to keep his kids safe. As we can say that right now, we're tossing to your own sister for the combo. And then we set up mid-screen, get up and overhead finding its target once again, and now Unstoppable in the driver's seat.
Yeah, healthy lead early. The Alawi catching a bunch of the action, but the 5M, big opener there. Popping the break. The thing for Unstoppable, they've kind of been prioritizing their Jinx over the Vi at this point. Vi normally just get the damage in, want to create the life lead, so that way Jinx can kind of just coast their way out for the rest of it.
You can see it happening right now. We've seen this before. Now Mom is just trying to catch up to this Jinx. It's not happening, especially when Mom's got the Alawi ready to play to catch them out, especially with those tentacles in the air. How much jumping you are doing. Speaking of the jumping, they're trying to get out, but Unstoppable is the one who gets stopped right here. And now Mom with a simple combo. You do have level 3 on deck. Break bonus is going to happen. We're just going to full cash out. This should be a kill. Start on that Jinx.
Head over to Bikini Bottom, man. I don't think that's the Alaskan Bullworm, though. It is going to, however, be enough to kill, and now sitting pretty, I mean, about a character and a half lead against here, if not a full character's worth. Going to have to make the Jinx be a little more aggro than they want to be. Getting caught with the 5M, though. Alawi's favorite button. Not even going to waste the time popping the Fury. Going to be Mom 92 taking the first round here.
Yeah, unfortunately, just trying to get that bias to super out, but unfortunately, just not reaching in time. Speaking of reaching, that Unstoppable did reach the Teemo in the air to push him into the corner. Tries to play a little bit of footsie, trying to get his move back and forth. The versus does come out to keep him alive. And now we play this thing we've seen before. If you shoot him, you got him, get rid of those mushrooms, and try to get rid of this Teemo.
Yeah, that's the thing about playing Teemo, man. Even throwing the slingshot is not safe against Jinx when they have a bar of super, as you see there. Shoot him if you got him. Able to nullify the entire thing, but not going to be able to nullify any of this damage because there's no break inside here. Wow, we're going to get down to work. Has meter to work with. Full tag in. Mushroom super. This is going to be close to death here, Rob.
Now he's going to get a tentacle on deck. Get ready for a full reset to finish him off. Right, see how though Jinx isn't taking damage, but Vi's eating it. But right as I say that, finally opens up that can and gets the Jinx added. Now we have one Vi left against 2 characters.
Gotta watch your toes on the down S1 there. Over to the corner you go. Full extension. Air S2. Level 3. That's going to be all she wrote. Mom 92 on the board first here. The 1-0 lead over Unstoppable.
Trish trying to get their game started, but Mom just ready when it needs to, just pulls out the lug to stop all that pressure, and when it needs to, just switches over from the Vi. When fighting the Vi, gives on the Teemo and says like, okay, well I'm gonna hang back and hit the parachute more because I didn't deal with any of that stuff on the ground.
I was gonna say, if you are Unstoppable, I wonder what your change of action is in. As we saw, it's just gonna be immediate charge in with the Vi here. My life lead, back dashing, trying to hide themselves behind the rocket assist. That's why they played the 2x assist, just covering that space, but space being taken up here as we are going to find another big opening with Alawi. The break early Same thing we saw in the first game. I mean, you're just trying to preserve the Jinx for as long as possible.
Especially in this situation where you are just taking all this damage every 5. Go for the staggered plunge right there. A big hit on the toes with some Teemo assist. The Dark fighting its market. We got 2 tentacles to play with, man. This is going to be a big damage, and this should be death off of this.
S1 Super always does like a lot more damage than you would think, but right there for sure shot. Almost a gentleman's perfect right now for Mom, as they do have the break as well. Unstoppable in another terrible spot you do not want to be in. Tentacle down, getting caught running in, full extension. Should be enough to just close it out here with the S1.
Oh yeah, there it goes. He said does a lot of damage, but not needed. Not too much needed in this case, as now Mom is going to on set point. Especially that started with a big old record generating these projectiles, big projectiles right in your face as a Teemo just shooting all these darts right now. As taking to go for the full combo to get the darts ready, but unfortunately a bad break happening for her happy birthday. Teemo's got 2 bars on deck, and Unstable's got a 3rd leg on that fight. This is gonna hurt.
Especially with that mushroom on top, man. This might actually be a dead vial with the extra damage. There's the S1 Super that does a lot more than you think it would, and Jinx is in a terrible spot here. You are going to get the Fury at some point, but getting caught out of the sky, not going to be the opening you need. You're actually not going to get it perfect for Mom 92. A sliver of health more. You would have had the chance at the Fury. Mom 92 not leaving anything to chance, and that's a quick, dominant 2-0, though, to punch their ticket over into losers finals.
Oh man, we talked about Mom just like maybe switching up, trying to see what they can do in this situation. How about just stopping Unstoppable? How about that? How about just playing the game and not letting them do anything?
Hey, respect your mother. It was big time damage all the way with the muscle mommy. A lot of level 3 cash outs. As we mentioned before, Mom 92's prerogative is not really to set up the S2 Super, as we see a lot with Alawi's looking for the 2L reset as well, off of it, enforcing the guessing game. They just want to get their damage in as soon as possible. Even a lot of S1 Supers were coming out to pretty much close out a character. So, I mean, Mom 92 just full pedal to the metal, and we're able to slow down Unstoppable, which might have been the only player we really seen slow down Unstoppable this entire bracket.
Especially with the tools that Alawi has. We talked about how Teemo may be countered by Jinx in certain situations, but in that case, Alawi with the Breakout to stop those projectiles. But enough about them right now, as Mom has to worry about a new opponent coming their way. It's Quincy, the winner of the Quincy battle. As come on, with that Yasuo Blitzcrank once again.
And this is going to be losers final, so it is going to be 1st to 3. Let's see how Mom's able to deal with all this pressure and the neutral skits that's able to come from Yasuo with the Teemo. I'm sure at some point you have to learn the Yasuo matchup, so we'll see how ready Mom is for it this time around.
You got 2 in your way, but now you got 1, especially taking care of this one right now. As we see that big opening from Quincy. Now, unfortunately, this big damage just runs up and grabs the Teemo for this full super fast for the break right now. And now with the parry, but unfortunately, Mom is ready right behind it with the Alawi to push this Yasuo to the corner once again. Quincy decides not to break, to just eat this and get this ready.
Tentacle down, able to get the side switch with the roll though. Still sitting in a good spot as Quainty here. Back in, Charge H having to hold the plus streams there. Delaying the stance. Dashing right back in. Defense played perfectly from Mom there. It can only block for so long as the Frog Splash comes in. A lot of damage on the board. No break in sight. They find the reset there with the 2H. No super needed on that one. Able to backdash. Looking for the chip with the Rocket Punch. Parry though coming out from Mom.
But unfortunately, Parry does not finish off. Now Mom with that water health, Teemo coming in, able to finish off the Yasuo. We can get that, but unfortunately, Mom, the Alawi coming out to finish the job. Unfortunately, that is a full health Blitzcrank coming at this Teemo right now, and that metal is great, not really that weak to poison.
Also with the level 3, and we've seen Quainty before, man, they are going to find the gap and find that super, so it's only a matter of time before they attempt it here. A lot of mushrooms coming in though, back to the wall, hitting the Yasuo, getting caught with the Rocket Punch into the throw, unfortunately swinging at the wrong character there, and Quainty gonna take advantage of it.
Now, let's see how you adjust. Now, just trying to back away, but as soon as you back away, there's a Blitzcrank to take you back into front of their face. And now we've seen this movie time and time again. It is a timeless classic, and Mom is forced to wake up and back out of there. Now just trying to slow this down to try to break open this Blitzcrank.
And back in for a second helping. There's the Wrecking Ball, the puppet that we've seen before, dashing through. That is so ambiguous to deal with.
Oh yeah, bad thing. I feel like it's like almost a distraction. It's like, well, I can't jump in the air, so I gotta deal with the bottom. Unfortunately, the bottom's got a Yasuo in my face, especially as the Blitzcrank is just trying to get in. Mom, unfortunately, the triple dart in the air has been your downfall in this. And unfortunately, the big 2H in the kitchen right there. Finish off your Teemo with the low right there. But I say, like, I know the reset's coming, but I knew this mix-up was coming after that.
Yeah, Quainty definitely stingy with the meter, and it's been working out. Now you have that level 3 charging up the H. Over there for Mom. Break. Taking their turn back. Now able to get the launch. Now 2L opening here. Gonna scale pretty hard, but it could be the opening that they need. Mom fighting for their last legs here, but you can only block for so long here. All the meter in the world to work with. Not gonna take the knockdown here. Are gonna get the tag launcher. Should be super into super. Actually, just a raw level 3 should be enough to close this thing out. Oh no!
No, they wanted to finish off with the cool super and be the cool guy, but unfortunately, Mom says, like, stop showing off, and there's the level 2 super that we've been setting up all night. Finally finds a smart hit, and it's a big kill onto the Yasuo right here. And now they're going to do with a almost full health Blitzcrank. It is doable with Mom's allowing, but again, the bomb is set off.
Staring into the face of death, ripping out another level 3. Quainty makes sure they keep that emergency red button on deck if they do need the nuclear option, and we've seen it again there. Taking the first game here. I mean, Mom's fighting back pretty decently, man, but it's the clutch factor of Quainty coming in right now.
Oh, exactly, especially because just trying to find their way and trying to finish Bob, especially with Quainty, you know, maybe drop a combo here or two to finish him off instead of trying to look cool. Maybe try to finish off faster, but no. The way he's doing that, I don't think we can complain right now.
There's a Wrecking Ball Puppet again, getting caught. Teemo in a bad spot. Using the break. Able to save about 50% in great health there. Rocket Punch coming in from Quainty. Oh, we're playing footsies now. Retreating guard, back into the corner we go. Still looking for the Rocket Punch. Jumping out, unfortunately, the Rodent getting caught. But you are going to take this 2M opening. Big time damage on the board here. You haven't seen Mom bust out that S2 super just yet. We are going to see it here either. 2L with the tentacle on deck, just back dashing, getting themselves in space. The tentacle smack gonna be hitting the Blitzcrank, and somehow the Yasuo getting clipped in the middle of that as well. Almost building up the level 3 as well as Mom.
Team actually did it right there. Now another reset with the bar. Spends the level 1 instead. Gets him right there and catches them trying to get out. But backs up, hits lanes with tentacle smack. Now Quainty looking real slow now, but unfortunately they do get a big hit right there. Now goes for a reset. Doesn't land on the smart right there. The sandwich is getting started, but no, Yasuo's not out. It's not the fear from the bomb. Does not go off right there. Speaking of bombs, AC 130 impact comes down, but unfortunately Quainty was the one who comes out on top of that scramble.
That is so unfortunate for Mom. Knowing you had them spend the Fury, they wasted their level 3, but still getting clipped. Tough scenes there in Quainty, taking full advantage. Another great opening here. How soon do you spend this break? Knowing that your Teemo is about to be absolutely destroyed. The command throw reset, great call. Just sneaking a little bit more damage before that break comes in.
Oh man, I'm surprised Mom actually spent that instead of not just saying pretty loudly, but unfortunately maybe situations like this, or another simple catch out, just catches out this damage onto Mom. Wait here, let me actually chip actually embarrassing. And now we go for the reset. We've seen time and time again. Now Quainty decides to be simple on this, and let's see if they actually do spend it this time around. I don't even need it.
Yeah, getting that one out with a little extra to spin. Now Teemo over 50% down on the ground immediately, and Quainty will be taking this 2-0 lead over Mom 92. It's getting squirrely, man, but Quainty able to control the chaos.
Maybe Quainty just realized they just want to save all the energy left for the rematch up in Grand Finals, but Mom might have something to say about it as we see a quick second into the rematch. Don't believe Mom will be switching off this, but the question is how much can Mom adapt to how Quainty is playing.
And another great start for Quainty here. This Teemo has just been getting caught immediately off rip, and it's forcing Mom to have to spend the break so early. Able to parachute their way out of the danger. This time they are going to be holding on to their break. Back throw though. And the guess for your life. We've seen a lot of command throws snuck in. There's a lot of the 2L pressure again. And it's undeniable at a certain point. You're going to get grabbed. It's not how, it's just when. As we see it again there, you have the break, but is it even worth spending at this point? Mom thinks so, and Mother knows best. They are going to get the pizza slicer coming in. Now stuck in the air. Air throw. Quainty, big time opening. Not even gonna need to build up the level 3 in this situation. I think they might just have enough meter here. They do get the reset, dashing on through. It's not even a reset. This combo's still going. What is happening? That is animal abuse.
Oh my god. Oh, the back shot combos are still alive. You just need a robot to help you with it. As unfortunately, Mom goes down right there. Now Quainty on set point. They want to take this 3-0 right now, but Mom still has a chance. They just gotta find their way in.
You're gonna disrespect Mom? It's so close to Mother's Day. You're just gonna swag out on the combos here? Instead of Timo getting hit off rip this time, it's gonna be the Alawi. Down, we take it. Full launch here, extension with the Blitzcrank, trying to sneak in another command throw. I mean, at this point, if you're Mom, you're kind of just holding up and hoping for the best.
Thankfully, almost worked out in this case, but you know who else is ready? The Yasuo on the ground, ready to catch him out. The blade comes out, the stances are coming in. Now Quainty just holding, getting ready. Fortune catches the Alawi, and now forces the team up with the Fury on deck. That's a big hit, but unfortunately not much to find of it. Now it's the limit strike. Now the Rocket Punch gets parried. You can't catch the Yasuo from all the way downtown. This is going to be big damage out of Quainty right there. Fury's going to help out, but this is being so much damage. The level 3 is not going to get built. We're going to spend it one more time for one more chance.
Gotta use that same combo again this time. Fire going to get launched. 2H there. Level 3 on deck for Mom. And at some point, you have to spend a lot of meter to try to close this thing out. We are going to go to the Mushroom Super.
Now again, overhead pizza cutter not gonna find its mark. Again, they send out the bomb, but this time it comes from Yasuo. Split the moon in half, spin the tornado, and unfortunately send Mom home and move on to grand finals.
I know Quainty is probably sitting in front of the desk right now with the biggest smile in the world after they were just swagging out right there. How dare you disrespect Mother this close to Mother's Day? But I mean, honestly, Quainty just playing on point the entire time, showing us some things I haven't seen before. That Wrecking Ball combo, definitely the first time I saw that one. And it was just an uphill climb the entire time for Mom. They had their moments, but they were just always behind the 8-ball. It was either a life deficit, a meter deficit, or they were just getting caught with a massive extension combo without Fury or break in sight.
Especially you can see they try to run away, but they can't run away from fate. Quainty goes 3-0s and comes back up for the reset the rematch against the Quainty battle. What's happening once again here, as we can see these two about to honestly just duke. There's like, what? How many synonyms can you say duke it out? Fight it out, fisticuffs.
Hey, choose whatever word you want. Either way, the last one was as close as you could want it. It was down to 3-2 here. Sure, Quainty's going to want another piece of that action. They are going to have to do the reset. Beat Tate 6 times. It's a great start there with the parry.
Oh, man. Fair recognition out of Tate. You're like, wait, you're hitting my character? Grab you out of that. And unfortunately, take my turn back. Now, Quainty takes the burst out of that. And now with a simple reset off of that parry, they're going for it once again. Again, knockback. They're just playing their game again. And it's looking real fun for them.
Yeah, they know that they know that they know. And all I know is you had to use that break there to get out of that happy birthday. And going to get the butt slam there. Blitzcrank left to their own devices. We've seen Tate make a lot of miracles happen with that Blitzcrank. Bad start though, as you are going to get caught with the command grab directly into the S1. Full steam ahead, but the parry to break things up here is a 5L starter. I mean, this should be the kill here. No super needed indeed. Air S1 to crank that out. Now Yasuo up to their own devices in the corner now. Command grab, momentum mounting here. Let's go back to another S1 super. Got the steam up, Rob.
Oh man, but do you need the steam when you made a big wake-up attack like that? You just need to, the spin right there into the drill as Tate just takes that man. That was insane. That was them just smacking each other multiple times, and I'm here for it, especially right now, as they know, as a frog splash. We've seen this movie from both sides once again, as we go for the full lemon strike for the meter.
Yeah, still just super close here. Great defense there from Tate, but you can only block for so long as the command throw sneaks in. Once again, going back, S1 super. Oh, a grab in return, just wake up Commando. Looking for the stomp extension off of it, taken back to the skies. You can tell they were looking for that Wrecking Ball setup. Able to get the 2H though, was Tate. Now dashing back in for a second, helping the parry to break up the monotony. No break in sight, and this should be a dead Yasuo for Quainty.
I believe they don't even need that that super, but I have to say that just that little sliver, unfortunately, making force it. But unfortunately, thankfully for Tate, they are not going to. They will spend it, and that's okay to them. And now Quincy with Steam on deck has entered the sandwich once again. And now Forte's full attack combo to get the crank on deck, ready to go. Gets them up right there. Backs up for the dash, and again, the level 3 bomb to your face right when it's not their turn.
Y'all are so disrespectful. I mean, as a Blitzcrank player, I love it, but I'm like, it's like, I dare you to press. Like, I really do. Like, if you go for any string, bro, I am not even like, I'm not even looking for a gap. I'm just mashing S1, S2, and we're just going to let this bad boy rip. Another level 3 for a Blitzcrank tonight, and Tate will be up 1-0 here on Quainty. They are in winner's side, so getting a little closer to closing this bad boy out.
Yes, indeed. Extension is not being down right there. As now we'll try to get out, but again, just thrown back into the sandwich pressure once again. Block as many times as I try to jump as many times as you want, but unfortunately, the wrecking ball comes for all, especially right now. As Tate, fortunately, going to eat all of this into the corner. Limit Strike actually does get a big setup.
And the jump over the throw, the opening Quainty needed. I like the call from Tate there. He's just trying to find some kind of way out of the corner, but great read. Either a guess from Quainty. Gonna work out for him. Not gonna work out for Tate though, is that parry attempt. So much meter on deck. No Fury in sight. Quainty looking solid this round here. Taking the knockdown. 2L. Open up. Coming back in for a little bit more. Handshake tag. Mashing out the 5L. Gonna open things up for Tate here. Gonna be an uphill climb, man, but it's not impossible for Blitzcrank.
Yeah, definitely you just run in the face and land that right there as well. As Tate, unfortunately, no level 3 bombs on sight, but Quinty's the one with it on, getting ready for it. As a big rocket punch finds it right there. Hits for the butt slam and does not even want Tate to attempt a comeback on that. This Quinty just trying to move on.
Yeah, the awareness too to get the wall splat and knowing you weren't in range for the 2H, so you just ran up in 3H for the extension off of that. Great call from Quinty. This time, big time parry. Again, Tate in a bad spot early here. Over the corner, tag, launcher. Break can be coming in. Do you want to spend it to save the Yasuo? Not going to have a chance. The limit strike comes in.
Okay, I can see them try to get out of there as much as can. The backdash. Get out of there. But thankfully, they're finding their way in. Pachi just jumps over to turn the pressure into their own pressure. And now Quincy, the one to come on top of that small scramble, take out this Yasuo. Does have to force themselves to push it, but that's okay because they do have the steam on deck. Now, how are we going to crank this out?
Yeah, all the ships are in Quinty's favor here. You have the break, you had the steam. Found the 5L there. Full wall splat combo with the charge JH. J2H into another S1 super to build up the steam. Time to guess if you are Tate. Can only guess though for so long. You go directly into the command throw. S2 super to tie things up. 1 game apiece between these two.
Yeah, awesome out of Quincy. Just not taking this all laying down. They still got a chance as they go in and open it back up. And I want to see just another jump in, as I was gonna say. They're just trying to find their way in, but unfortunately, Tate ready that time. And now he forces Quincy the first, but they are okay with that, especially because when it's their turn to grab you in their face.
When all else fails, look for a command grab. Working out for Tate there. And the full combo with the Yasuo tag launcher. To go to finish this. Not gonna look for the S1 super there to build up the steam. Looking for the reset. Look for the 2L as well, but no opening Quinty in return though. A juggle over. You have the break to get out of this if you are Tate, but the question is how much damage do you want to let this Blitzcrank eat? Or throw there to be able to get the expansion with the butt bounce into the tag launch. Again, so much meter for Quinty to work with. Now we are going to see the break and the handshake tag.
Oh man, and the classic we've seen time and time again is Quincy the first to land, and they're pressing the buttons to get themselves out of there. But now again, we're going to see the full extended combo, but it is actually a reset into a more damage. We do have the level 3 on deck as well. So if you want to get rid of this Yasuo, you're going to be spending all of this, so you can nothing left to strength left.
Yeah, such a great spend there as well. Real optimal from the side of Quinty. Yasuo off the board. Blitzcrank gonna have to make it work. You do have the level 3 with the Blitzcrank if you are Tate here. You only gotta hit Yasuo a couple of times, but unfortunately Yasuo's gonna hit you a couple of times first. That's gonna be the round there. Now Quinty 1 round away from climbing this reset mountain.
Now you can see like just trying to run away, but unfortunately down to catching on the other side. Speaking of catching on the other side, once again the pull for Blitzkrieg is doing so much work to get this party started. For another reset. What the hell? Age right there. Forces another breakout there. So now Tate just wants to take their turn back and push into the corner. Having the wrecking ball set up, but now Tate's aware of this before and now tries to 2H them. But again, you can't stop this guy from doing what he wants.
That feels so bad when they're right above you and you look for that 2H. Just a little out of range. Look at the parry there. Another parry in return attempt. No one home on that one, Tate. Be able to probably go coast to coast to this one. You have some meter. Gotta be Operation Kill Blitzcrank at this point. Both of these players have just been clutching up with their grappler. As we see, they're just rolling through straight into the command throw. S1 super to finish the job, but now Blitzcrank left alone to their own devices. Only the S1 to work with as well. You can't hit the emergency red button. They look for the air purifier. Unfortunately, the Aswell was the character on point here, and Quainty going to be taking a 2-1 lead over Tate.
Yeah, you can see, as you mentioned, the air purifier just trying to catch him, just trying to make a comeback against this, but unfortunately, they're cranking it too hard, and they're too strong for him to over. And now Quainty, just like you mentioned, with the big comeback and a big cross slash combo like that is the best way to get him started.
Pick up attack there, getting himself some space. The JH, though, still going to work out for Quainty. These straight hits have just been paying off for both of these players. You saw this stray rocket punch there, putting up a little bit of momentum. Yasuo coming in, the break to break it up. I mean, Yasuo's still eating it. Blitzcrank, do something. Bro's just hanging around here while his teammates just getting beat up. What is my support doing?
That kid face doing nothing. Like typical, gotta do all the work yourself right now. And say unfortunately, that's a big anti-air right there. And now Quainty just again working so hard to start this comeback and get this reset. Right now, Tate's trying to find a way to end this though.
The wall bounce there. Able to get the 3H with it. That's a meter to work with. Wow, the very tip of the 5M. So unfortunate for Quainty. Not sure if they were micro walking forward, but either way, they're going to take advantage of it. Crank v Crank, the level 3 in the pocket of Quainty. At some point, we might see it. The jump back dash through. They look for it, but too late. Tate's in the sky. You got caught at the end of it anyways. The launcher. Quainty stealing victory from the jaws of defeat and now 1 round away from a grand finals reset.
Oh man, what have we been saying all night, Non-Factor? They know that you know that they know that you know, but do you know?
And it turns out that Quainty might just know. Tate, though, great start here. 50% down early. Limit strike. Break on deck for Quainty. They're going to go back to the wrecking ball here. Got the juggle. A cross up in the middle of the air there. Going to work out for him. Tag launcher here. RS1 down to the ground. Break to get the space.
Oh man, great call. Actually, they jumps into their face and carries that to take their turn. And now they're trying to go back into it. And now with this big old damage, Kate's not going down with the fight, but they are going to let down. Quainty's Blitzcrank and let Yasuo come in. Actually, I lied. Actually, switch back in because this is freestyle. And we're going to style on this Blitzcrank to try to take him out as soon as possible.
Water meter to work with here. Gonna take the reset, baiting out the wake up attack. They use the stand stomp to go ahead and try to bait some kind of reaction out. Did work out for him here. Yasuo left alone here. Full bar of life. Quainty, great opening. Fury gonna be coming soon for Tate here. How much longer can you weather the storm? Great defense. They jump out, avoiding the 5M. Quainty looked for it twice. Still getting caught with the jumping though. The level 3 is on deck for Quainty, and Tate's not gonna have a chance here. They are gonna drop the combo, jumping right back in, and here comes Blitzcrank.
Oh no. Do you know or not, Factor? Did you know there's a bomb on deck and that will take Quainty into the grand finals reset?
This level 3 has been the bane of so many players' existence. I saw Tate in chat say, when they watch Quainty, they're like, oh, this is what it feels like. And it's like, yeah, this is exactly what it feels like now. The grand finals reset. First of 3 for today's champion. And it's going to be a great opening again from Quainty.
Okay, this is starting right now. This Quainty again. Carrying him in momentum from the last game, and now taking full force forward. Blocking everything Tate's got right now. Fully jumps the grab attempt, and now Quinty just keeping it strong. The frog splash combos, you know it hurts. We've seen this time and time again. Duck him to the ground, build this team up, and get ready for your next foe.
Quinty has all the momentum right now. What can Tate do to stifle this absolute onslaught? Little 5 air there to negate the Yasuo, getting caught with the 2H though. Big time charge as well. There's like no scaling involved in that bad boy. Looking for the reset on top of it. More pressure coming in. Still looking for the J2H. Eventually you knock on the door. You can break it down, and Quinty gonna be taking the first round here at this grand finals reset.
Man, WrestleMania was only a week ago, man. Why all these red block flashes coming in? Just in his face, just not let him do anything. But Tate, as soon as he tries to make the comeback, Quinty with the break is ready. The parry attempt just a little short right there, so loses the meter. But I think in exchange for happy birthday, you will take that trade.
And no super for the extra damage, but that was a boatload of hurt that Quinty was able to put on. Excuse me, Tate was able to put on. To find the air purifier there. Dashing in, getting the Yasuo assist. Not sure what they were looking for, but matching out the 5L going to work for Quinty. Trying to run away with this Blitzcrank here, getting caught with the 5L of Tate. One character down. Tate looking to look for the tie with the rounds here.
Quinty now starting with the mix up there, left alone, but doesn't mean they can't do things by themselves. And now this Yasuo still does this damage, it still hurts a whole bunch. You get the super assist extension, limit strike, just barely not gonna kill. Forces Tate to wake up, attack, and right you see that grabs him out of the air, and Tate is ready to run up in level 3 and 4 good measure.
Didn't think the reset was good enough. We're going to start off game one round apiece between these two. It's just mirror match on mirror match, man. Mirrored in the rounds, mirrored in the characters, mirrored in the fuse. Something's got to give at some point, though. Big time opening right there. The break early. Trying to keep the Blitzcrank alive and healthy this time. Quinty's Yasuo coming in. Getting caught with the rocket punch, though. The perfect handshake tag. Big time damage incoming from Tate. You have a little bit of meter to work with. No break in sight for Quinty either, so you can't search for the limit strike as they will here for the meter. Setting up the wind wall, chasing over the roll. Yasuo off the board for Quinty early.
He got the groove back right now. Trying to get in his face in again. Quinty tries to run away. Tate's like, now this is what I do. You do to me, I do to you. This is how it works, buddy. Like you said, the mirror match is coming out as we slowly set up. Quinty to take all this damage. A double reset, double jump. Looking like Mario out here, but unfortunately, you're just trying to jump away. But who is ready but Tate to put him back in the ground and put him into the ground with that grab?
Yeah, you're forcing the true guess there, that air purifier and how much hang time you get when you block it. You're kind of picking your poison because you can't just handshake tag back into that Yasuo. So, going to be Tate taking the first game here. Been close between these two all tournament long, but another great opening for Tate. They're just going tit for tat here.
What I like about these two players is that because they're kind of in that level of you know, I know, they're not afraid to just do whatever they feel like is right in the moment. No gameplay, no flow. Just truly like, I have to vibe because otherwise I'll get out vibed.
And speaking of vibes, man, that Wrecking Ball has been a vibe all tournament long for Quinty. Or Frog Splash extension here, tag launcher. They have meter. Might be a dead Blitzcrank. Gonna pop it here. It is gonna be enough to close it out. Now Yasuo left alone for Tate.
Okay, he's just holding back right now, just waiting to see what Quinty would do. Thankfully, Quinty ready this time as well as he tries to respond. And now we've seen this combo plenty of time. Now Tate is sitting there thinking what their next move is. But again, just a reset into the grab, ready to throw back into your own teammate. It's gonna hurt once again. With the Frank having the bomb ready to go. Tate with the Fury is not gonna spend it to save for the next round.
I'm not gonna lie, the fact you can handshake tag again in the middle of the command throw animation is one of the most dastardly things that they put in this game, but Quinty gonna take advantage of it around here in game number 2. Tate though wants that 2-0 game advantage, man. See if they can get it. The run up 5M gonna work out for Quinty. Early break there, getting caught by the rocket punch and a handshake tag for the stomp extension. Quinty, another great opening.
trick as well. So trying to get corner advantage for Rise to see that again. Just grabs Tate and grabs Quincy. Puts him in his face for this combo. Now we're just pushing him all to the other side as well. They're unlimited trick to get the party started in the corner. A little too far. And now we get blocked for Quincy's turn. As we just do have it now. No break on deck except for on Quincy. So now we're just going to handshake back to Blitzcrank. There's plenty of health to take care of him, especially with this boom. Hammer to the ground.
Coming in with that full steam as well. Crank v Crank. Familiar sight. Jump in. Charge H, man. They're just swinging for the fences at this point. And speaking of the fences, bouncing up against one. Fortunately, a crumple on Yasuo there. Now looking for the chip with the lariat. Almost equal on health here. Absolute mirror match. Team on one, not on the other.
Any second right now. Tate is going into level 3, but right to say that the steam charge on deck grabs him. And now Quincy, big jumping off of the rocket grab. It does not hit his mark, but Tate lands his own as we dig on the coast. We're heading to the west side. Spend all this damage. Got Steam on deck. Tate with Fury. What is the answer?
Oh. I mean, you can only laugh at this point, man. When it's two Blitzcranks going at it, just run up command throw. Why not? One round apiece here. Tate looking for that 2-0 lead. Quincy, though, opening things up. Great pressure. Didn't press a button. They might have been able to whip punish the rocket punch attempt there. Are going to get caught with the wall splat. Side swap. Yasuo coming in for the heavy lifting. All the way corner push. They look for the rocket grab reset. Excuse me, the air purifier. Looking for it again. Tagging in the Yasuo. Full screen and full steam ahead as they find the parry to run in for a little bit more.
Alright, finds a parry. Unfortunately, no, Tate is still ready themselves. Again, another parry, but they're on the other side. But you got your friend to help you back you up on the other side. Now, great retreating guard out there to catch Tate swinging to push them back to the east side. And now Quincy does have to take, Tate does have to take all this. We've been on this so much, I'm confused with 2 players. I'm not going to lie.
I'll tell you what right now, man. We know who's doing that damage based off that life bar. Quincy going crazy here. Crank v Crank once again. Something's got to give. A great opening from Tate. They're building up that level 3, and we know, man, that level 3 has been working out for both as they jump. They both look to the skies for the answers, but Tate has everything working out for him here. No break in sight. S1 super to close it out. Yasuo gonna have to make it work, but you are staring this Blitzcrank in the face with the full steam.
Definitely no level 3 on deck for Tate, as we mentioned before, but Quincy just had to find their way out, double hopping out of the way of that steamed up grab, and now Quincy does have a solid chance. Tate is going to be building up that Fury, but I believe if you're Quincy, you're going to spend this right now before it happens, and now Tate with Fury on deck can take out Quincy with a single hit. They just going to find a way in, takes their turn back, takes a page out of Blitzcrank's book, and says it's my turn to unleash the bomb, but not quite yet because of Fury.
Oh, wake up attack, he dashes, he baits out the Fury with the red jump, S2 super. What is happening? Tate with a 2-0 lead.
Oh, it's happening, Non-Factor. They know too much about each other, man. They saw the moment it was going to pop. He was ready, counter pops it, waits, blocks it, and is ready to go on. Tate wants to win this now.
Quincy, though, a great opening. Happy birthday to start things. If you're Tate, you're kind of forced to use the break there, man. You do not want to fight behind the A-ball. Quincy, another great opening. Should be a dead Yasuo here with the super on deck. Crank left to their own devices. No level 3 and no Fury in sight. So Quincy's been in this spot before, but can they make it work? They look for the butt bounce reset. Excuse me, the launch extension with it. Not going to work out, but Quincy going to pick things up where they left off.
Quincy just keeping it strong here. Momentum, not letting that last game take over their mental. Has to throw over, not finding his mark right there. And now they're just trying to hold back. Now Quincy can do with the trick. It's happened before, but not this time. Little known too much about your trick, Tate, says Quincy.
Quincy trying to fend off this 2-0. I think we saw him in the exact same spot over in Winners Finals, so we might have a repeat here if Quincy can keep this momentum going. Carry there. But he gets some damage in on the Yasuo. They caught the 2H on the Blitzcrank. Yasuo was just getting beat up, bro. He had nothing to do with the fight.
Bro got grabbed in like a gang fight. You're like, oh, why I get in here, man? Especially right now as Tate finally runs up and grabs him. Now Quincy is just trying to run away to let Tate, but Tate is trying to take their turn back. It's a big one. Yasuo getting hit again, but finally finds the main target of Blitzcrank. It should be hitting him with the steam up grab. Pow. Steam up grab. One more grab, not happening.
What he say F me for? Whip punish there in the command throw attempt here. Tate with a decent lead. Parry though from Quainty trying to chase down the Blitzcrank. Not close enough. Back dash. Fancy footwork. Where my hug at, bro? Put on some BO. Quainty coming back in. Should be a dead Blitzcrank here. Yasuo left to their own devices for Tate here. Not quite out of it yet. He wants to get himself on tournament point.
Oh! That's a great way to start for Tate, though, to get him back. But they save that play with the frog splash from downtown. It started to put Tate at a deficit. They are at a fourth of bar left. Make it a 0.1%. Make it 0 as Quinty does start their comeback now.
We haven't seen the Kara command throw really come out from these two too much, but I love the call with the armor there, just in case you see anything from Tate. You're kind of forcing them to just mash Wake Up Super in that situation. Pointy, mastermind call now. It's starting to build momentum here, trying to tie things up 2-2, and that's a great start as it's 50% off of Tate's Yasuo. Make it even more with this parry here, the break, trying to save some of this gray life.
See them. Another back and forth. Mid-screen, so we're going to push over. Ashley bursts from all the way downtown. The landing shot not going to land its mark. A trade for trade. But Quinty is the one to come out on top on the Yasuo. Now we set up the wind wall to set themselves up. Now Tate holding back in ready. Just trying to swing at each other, get it ready. The trade to coming out. Now Tate's turn. Retreating guard. The sandwich happening. Mistake. Oh no. Tate gets caught in the whirlwind, and now they're back to the crank.
Quinty smelling blood in the water here. That's a big time launcher though. The 2H. It's going to be Blitzcrank off the board. Yasuo, Crank, and Tate is getting dangerously close to that level 3, Rob.
Yeah, they are, but again, now we stand on the super, the cool one looking cool. Now we stand, defend themselves, and oh my god, I don't think you can car grab from that far away, man. It's happening, Quinty. Coming up another round, Tate just looking like they're losing some gas.
These two are in on it, man. It's a script. They're in on it. They're in cahoots for the final game as Quinty getting another opening. Full charge, J2H. Over to the corner we go, limit strike. Finding the throw as well. They have the break if they want to stop this extension. They might just sacrifice the Yasuo. Oh, they're going to spend it last second to keep him alive. And now Blitzcrank in a world of hurt. Quinty smells this 2-2 coming as they find another command throw reset directly into the S1 Super.
Oh my god. Now they're double jump. And we are smelling out every trick in the book. It's ready to say that the wrecking ball not happening right now as Quinty is able to finish that off. They want Tate done. They want to go 2-2. Tate needs to stop it right now, or it is going to be the future.
I cannot believe what I just saw. Quinty clutch movement in the air, and it's now final game of Breakout Series. 2x KO, week 32. The mirror match is living up to the hype as Tate getting themselves a huge opening here. That's kind of been the brunt, man. Most of these players have been fighting with their first character at 50% off rip. These openings have been as solid as you can possibly want them as we dash in for a second helping from Quinty here. With the break on deck for Tate, we are going to see it now.
Now Quinty's coming up as well. Now just doing so much damage. We see this time and time again. Now Quinty, unfortunately, just a small break right there, but a big pickup for a happy birthday as we got knocked big up to level 3 just in time. Excuse me, we don't even need a pow! Level 1 Yasuo with just a tiny sliver of health left. Tate's got to find their way out, but I don't think it's happening now.
2H, big time opening. Yasuo still on the board. He hitting the wrong character. We're going to mash out the 5M. And now Quinty, all the way from the reset, is staring tournament point in its face. Can Tate stop this momentum?
Oh man, it happened once, it happened again. A grab to the face. Now it's your turn for the handshake grab tag. And now we find the playing time is again. Limit strike to set up, catches the roll, forces Quinty to break. And now parries everything coming out of space. Cannot convert off of that though. And now Quinty's just trying to run away. Tate is ready to grab you back into the fray and take out your Yasuo.
I smell it. I smell it, Rob. I'm smelling the final game, final round, unless Quainty can make some magic happen. We've seen them clutch up all tournament long. The defense still standing true here, holding down back for their life, unfortunately getting clipped by the Yasuo here. Not close to Fury, not too much meter to work with here. Looking for a reset, the sandwich, a full launch extension from Tate here. And Rob, we're gonna be going to a final game, final round of a grand finals reset.
Oh my god. With the helping contribution of your 10-25, they can be fighting for the 32-50 on the match arena. They are so close. They want it so bad. But Quincy just wants a little more right now. But Tate is denying that glory. Just trying to find their way out. They are just jumping at each other, trying to find it. But thankfully, Tate does land it, but it does drop out of there. Now Quincy holding back. It's chipped. Now gets a small thing. Nothing happening once again. They are just like, the small hit's not back there.
Tips into chunks, trying to control the chaos here. And now Quainty on the attack. You saw them drop their combo on purpose to force that jump. Not able to get the H extension though. Sandwich mix up. Rose snuck in from the side of Tate here. Has some meter to work with another reset. They look for the stand, Sam. Wrecking Ball coming in, the 2H and knock him out, the anti-air. Oh, no! Unfortunately, it's a big time happy birthday. You have a lot of meter to work with. Can you build up this level 3 in time to put him in a world of hurt? You can! Rob, we might be finishing things with a 2XKO if this is enough to close it out. It just might be. Quainty ending all the meter, and it's a 2X. No, it's a 1X. Blitzcrank alive.
Oh my god, no 2 scale, but Quincy wants the glory. Tate has to find a way. Fury still on deck. One big hit, not gonna find. Tries to jump over, does find Tate, finally the hit. He goes. He's got Fury on deck. He has to take care of this character right now. He's got the level 3 bomb on deck. He will be, calls out the burst. And Fury extends it actually. So the scheme is set up. Not gonna happen. It is so close.
Rocket Punch there, sandwich mix-up. Can you stay alive with the Fury on deck? The Grey Health is coming up. Rocket Punch coming up as close as you could possibly want it. Almost equal health. The level 3 on deck. They meet in the air. The level 3. The is gonna go through. Tate with the command grab, and it's a 3-2 in a scrappy set with Quainty. Ending off the reset. Absolute pandemonium on the screen. It might be cinema, Rob. It might be cinema.
Yeah. My heart. I can't take it, not Vector. My heart. I'm dying. I'm dying. It's going crazy. The chat's going crazy. We're going crazy. My neighbors are going crazy. What a great game out of both players, taking it back and forth. Listen, man, whoever wrote your script, let me know. I want to know. I want to know who writes your script. I want to see his biography. I want to see what he's written in the past, because there's no way we get this to a breakout just on a Wednesday night like this, on a Tuesday. What day is it in non-Vector? I don't know anymore.
Look, man, I was going to go for a walk after this, but I might have gotten enough cardio in with the way my heart rate was pacing in probably the best set I have seen over in the Breakout series. Maybe the best set I've seen in 2XKO thus far between these two. The mirror match that went all the way down to the wires. We can see on screen, man. It was resource for resource. It was super for super. It was reset for reset. And to close things out, it was the steam. It was the armor. The command grab somehow went through the wake up level 3. The emergency red button did not work. There's got to be some rewiring in the system, but somehow Tate able to hold off the chaos and somehow win Breakout Series 2XKO week 32.
Oh man, you could see Big Boss Man over there was asking, and they have accepted of the chat can't see, or the replays might not see it in the chat. We are seeing that we will be sharing the pot between the two players, and honestly, well deserved between two of them. I can see the replays, just nothing but high intense action, especially that last one right here through the steam. Comes out victory off of Quainty, or excuse me, Tate. I'm losing it on Factor. These players are just too good. Oh, man. Oh. My heart.
Well, that right there was definitely a treat for those of you who did tune in. I mean, Rob, there's only so many things you could say about that, but the one word you're just thinking of, man, is just absolute cinema. You wouldn't want to have it any other ways. We get a refresh on what our top 8 looked like. It was 2 O's all the way through, and then even the 3-0 But there's a constant in there, Rob. You notice that this player Tate and this player Quainty, man, they might be doing battle for a long time to come here, as every one of their sets, including the reset, was so damn close.
It was so close indeed. My heart was stopping every time. Even in the grand final, my heart was stopping because how much they were fighting each other. Like you said, tit for tat, like resource for resource, like life for life, eye for eye, everything over around. I can see like my heart is just going through it still. I'm just calmly coming down as we can see what we got from that. Listen, man, if this doesn't convince you to start joining us on Breakout until the end of time for 2XKO, I don't know what will, man. This is some of the best matches I've seen in a long time in this game.
Yeah, we talk about the tournaments we got coming up, man, these majors and stuff, but I mean, the action is right here at the Breakout series, if that does not show you otherwise. As we take a break to look over our top 5 characters monthly, the star of the show, I mean, sitting there at number 4 with 35 picks is Blitzcrank, but we also saw a lot of work from our Yasuos and our Jinxes tonight, as well as the Warwick. We saw the Juggernaut Warwick as well, and I forgot who else was playing the other Warwick on their team, but thanks to Dapper Dino for keeping the Warwick alive, as they say in chat. But the character spread is looking nice and solid, and it continues to be hype regardless of what characters are picked.
Definitely. Overall, just a great tournament once again. And again, I can't say much other than if you're not following us already, be sure to follow. If you're feeling a little generous, drop a subscribe. And you still have a little bit of time left if you want to hit exclamation Matcherino. We claimed all the codes, but if you want to give a big old little donation like our man Non-Factor themselves, pointed this way, as you can help to show off how much we appreciate these players for such a good game.
Yeah, I mean, that is, for that being free entertainment, Rob, I mean, you can't really get better than that when it comes to things going down in the FGC. But I mean, top to bottom, even though it was a smaller bracket where I think it was only 15 teams altogether, I mean, it was small, but it was mighty, as the action was very, very good, especially all the way up to the end right there. But I mean, regardless of everything that we've seen tonight, Rob, do you have any closing thoughts for the folks at home?
I have no closing words other than keep playing this game. If we get stuff like that every time, then I'd be happy to watch every time. How about you, Non-Factor?
Oh man, I'm just glad to see 2XKO keep on chugging. I mean, every single time that we see high-level matches in 2XKO, I mean, it really does come down to the wire. These players get very, very close with each other. No matter what stage that it is, it just seems like things always get way more closer for comfort than you would probably expect. But I'm just happy I witnessed what I witnessed tonight. I'm gonna be watching that replay for a little bit. What? Breaking news we just got in from Mothership right now. That grand finals match was so hype that one of our crew members, they had a pipe burst in their home, in their ceiling. So I mean, it was metal on metal action, but we got a little too much steam, and apparently there's gonna be some home repairs in order soon.
Oh man, we can't be punching walls out here. We got too much 2XKO to be playing, man. The pipes
they're gonna fly through their roof, man. But that's gonna be up for us. I can't even talk, man. You got dumbfounded. That's gonna be it for us over at the Breakout series for another week of 2XKO. My man Super Rob, where can the folks at home find you and keep up with you, and what you got going on coming up soon?
You can find me at SuperRob64 on all platforms, including Twitch, Twitter, and everywhere in between. We got things coming up. We got King's Cup coming up next weekend, as well as we got, before we got folks head out to Combo Breaker, we got our own little tournament coming up called NorCal Knockout, happening up in Redding, California, who just got posted on the front page of Event Hub. So, if you're an avid reader, you know what's happening. But enough about me. How about yourself, Non-Factor? What you got going on? Where can folks find you?
You can find me down below at Non-Factor FGC to keep up with everything I got going on. But as you mentioned, we do have NorCal Knockout over in the West Coast coming up. I believe Quinty is going to be there. I hope they are, because after what I just saw right now, I hope that I have a chance to commentate some more of those matches. So I will be doing some yapping. You're going to be doing some yapping as well over at NorCal Knockout. Breakout member Asher Vok that you see in chat is also going to be doing some yapping over at NorCal Knockout. And then the week after that, which that's May 16th, the week after that, of course, is Combo Breaker. I'm going to be making it out to my first Combo Breaker. So if you see me out and about on the show floor or wherever you might see me, go ahead and say hi, But we are going to be, at least I'm going to be seeing you over at Combo Breaker. I think Ash is going out there as well. But man, shout out NorCal for showing up and having a great ball today. But I think that's going to be it for us. Everyone at home, you guys have a great and safe night. Mother's Day is coming up very, very soon. So if your mama is still alive, call her and tell her that you love her. See you guys next time.
See ya.
I've been in the gym, so you know I got the flex. If I shoot a shot, then it's gonna be a wet dog. I'm coming for these meals, I ain't taking no less. Yeah, I ain't really taking no less. Now they tryna send me that text. I ain't hit them back, they stress. I need the honeys on hundreds, cause that's what I'm worth. Show me the finish, I'm getting it first. Show me the best, and that's me and my worth.
Danny still not able to close it out. My God. He has a Hail Mary.
Holy cow! They did it! Oh my God!
King Ray Jr., you can't be doing this.
Actually,
oh my God.
He's not dead?
Okay.
Don't got no heart, I got an icebox. Brand new roller, swipe out the G-Shock. Moving slowly, I know the street hot. No more double, go ahead and detox. Yeah. Came from the trenches, they ain't showing us no love. Thugging in the city, all we wanted was a hug, yeah. We on the block like every night to catch a buzz. Get the cash and take my family out the hood, that's a must. Was a hood baby with no soldiers. Bad past never left my mind, it's taking over. No, I should've died, that's why it's hard to stay sober. Glad to see the sun, but my heart getting colder. Life's so crazy, what we been through. When you die, the only time that they gon' miss you. Tell my mama no more tears, no more tissue. Ooh, just some hood baby with some issues. Hood baby from the struggle. Long time had a hustle. Glad we made it through. I'm just glad we made it through. Hood baby from the struggle. Long time had a hustle. I'm glad we made it through. I'm just glad we made it through. Pull up in that rain, see me ballin', yeah. 30 piece on my wrist like I'm Harden. Either they love me or I'm a target. Cause the ice on me is flawless. I've been busy and picking up when you callin'. And on purpose, I hate the fact we ain't talking. But anything that you need, dog, I got you, I mean that. All this pressure make it hard not to relapse. Build up aggression, make it hard for me to relax. To the hood, baby, ain't no way that I'ma lead that. My dogs need hope, step it up, I gotta be that. Cause life's so crazy, oh, ain't been through. I'ma love you way before I gotta miss you. Hold this mama by my side, gave her some tissue. We were just a hood, baby, with some issues. Hood, baby, from the struggle. Long time had a hustle. Glad we made it through. I'm just glad we made it through. Hood, baby, from the struggle. Long time had a hustle. I'm glad we made it through. I'm just glad we made it through. Just some hood, baby, yeah. Just some hood, baby, yeah. Just some hood, baby, yeah. Just some hood, baby. Hood baby from the struggle.